Hello, beautiful people. Have I got amazing day today, and welcome to the Cursed Call of Duty Zombies tier list collect. These are almost every single cursed tier list I have made up until this day for you guys to enjoy in one cursed cringe brain rotting package. I hope you guys do enjoy the video and the compilation. I'm gonna leave a like on this, and when I have like 10 or 20 more of these bad boys ready in the future, I'll make another compilation, and you'll always have a nice singular video to view for all of your brain rotting tier list and pleasures. So, guys, do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning into the video, and enjoy the rest of your day, gamers. So let me know in the comments below which tier list is your favorite. Enjoy the rot, my friends. Now, Go at Crovey is Backshot too, because you just might be having the best time of your life. You know, everything is going good. You're having fun. You're clapping cheeks. She's giving you dome. You're giving them dome. Everything is going good. You're eating cake like Gordon Ramsay on Cake Boss. Next thing you know, it's Skyrim Simulator and a fucking dragon is roaring down from the heavens like Jesus' revenge, and you are lit on fire and everything is burning, except this time it's finally not gonorrhea. It's a goddamn dragon. Hello, you beautiful people. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Welcome to another tier list video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a tier list on the Call of Duty Zombies maps, in which I think are best for backshots. Now, if you actually are unfamiliar with what a backshot is, well, I'm here to tell you it's how I got here to make this tier list in the first place, when my dad gave my mom a backshots in Gotham City with Batman watching in a cup corner. Now, I don't think this tier list has ever actually been done before, and that's probably for good reason, because I don't believe it probably should have ever been done, but I'm here to say, fuck it, why not? Always gotta ask ourselves, why not, at the end of the day. Now, let's go over the tiers real quick. Let's go from bottom to top. We got backshots who you're not going to be able to even, like, comprehend what a backshot is enough in this area to even get to Dirty Brown Town with your partner here. Then you got total erectile dysfunction. Your dick is not even gonna get up for a millisecond. It's gonna be like Jack Frost is blowing a cold fog over your cock.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm high on crack.
And nothing is about to happen. Similarly, we got can't even get it up, but it's just like you might have a chance at getting up, but you're probably not going to be able to have any frisky action with Catwoman here. Now you got one pump and dump. You know, you got time for maybe like a quick one pump and dump, like a cryptocurrency scam, but instead of being scammed out of money, you're being scammed out of all your semen. It's just not going to be a good time all around. It's just going to be a quickie, and you're not going to have any fun. And speaking of quickies, we got good for a quickie, you know, good 5-10 minute rally, and you're going to have a good time, but it's going to be over very fast, much like my coherent sentences and my train of thoughts. We cut off pretty damn quickly, much like me at the bar when I shit in the bathroom sink. Backshots for days. You're going for the top now. Backshots for days. You're going to be able to clap in almost infinite about a booty cheeks here. Good couple hours worth of fun. You're going to be able to clap those fucking cheeks and hear them jiggle on your shaft. Your mystical meat scepter. And you got butthole destruction. You're pretty much going to be begging. They're going to pretty much be absolutely decimated by the time you're done giving them back shots. And you might even slip it in the booty hole because of how good this map is for back shots. Then you have infinite back shots where you could literally get stuck in an infinite time loop like the hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball Z and have infinite amounts of back shots on this map because you're completely private and you are hidden from the rest of the world. So pretty much, you know, which map is the best for sex.
He said it.
No! You know, like Nocturne. Let's start off with Nocturne Tone. You're in. It's nighttime, so it's already going to be a little bit chilly out, and we all know, you know, it's kind of hard to go your little woodpecker up when it's cold outside. It's definitely not the easiest fucking task in the world. You'd have an easier time waking off grandma when she's tweaking off the perk 30s, drinking a bottle of moonshine with her NyQuil. So being cold definitely makes it a little bit tough for backshots, and there's like no windows. It's pretty bad on Nox. So our first map, I think you're not even going to be able to get it up because it's going to be so freezing fucking cold. Your dick is going to need an ice pick to be broken in half like a Scooby-Doo character frozen in ice. So we're not starting off too strong for the backshots, but we do get for a rock, which is good for a quickie. I think the weather conditions and temperature are going to be adequate enough for you to get your boner up, but I don't feel like it's a good environment for backshots because it's an insane asylum. There's blood, shit, piss, and screaming, queefing giraffe people running around. So I don't really think it's a great spot for backshots, but if you're desperate enough, I think you can squeeze out a quickie here due to the fact that it's not cold enough for your dick. Then you have Shinonuma Shrek Swamp. I feel like it's more like a dusk than a nighttime, so I think you're going to be able to get it up a little bit here. And you can use the water for lube if you're really desperate. So I think it's a good for a quickie as well. Now, Deriz goes to butthole destruction because there's a room with a furnace. So you can like go in there to warm up, and when you're too warm, you can leave that room. So you can like keep swapping positions based off of what part of the map you want to be in and how warm you are. Plus, you can teleport. You can, who knows what's going to happen if you teleport with your coochie on your meat rod. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen. So I think that's pretty cool. We could do some Spire. You could do some experimental back shots on Deriz, so I think that's really fucking cool as well. And Kina Toten is going to be our first infinite backshots because it is a movie theater. So you're going to be able to Netflix and chill here. You're going to be able to bodaciously backshot your bitch until the end of time, until the cows come home, or until dad comes home with the cigarettes and milk after we win the lottery. It's crazy. So yeah, I feel like Kina Toten is the perfect map for backshots because you have a little bit of entertainment too while you're giving her the good old meat fungus. So you're going to have a good fucking time. And not to mention that, again, there is a teleporter, so you can teleport room, and if you're an adult content creator, you can film it and put it on the hub, so it's an infinite fucking W. You can actually make a stable living with your backshots here because of the environment around you. Pretty fucking cool. And now we have another one because it's the Pentagon 5. I don't think you're going to get a much better map and atmosphere for backshots because you're going to be hidden from every single person in the power. You're just going to be able to be locked away with your significant other to absolutely clapify those cheeks like an anal applause, like you just watched Hamilton. So I think 5 is actually going to be the best map on this tier list. I don't think we're actually going to ever surpass 5 on the backshots tier, simply because the Pentagon is the most secured place besides my asshole, so it's pretty fucking cool. Now Ascension, I think, is like backshots for days because you can warm up by the rocket jet fuel and huff that gas and get absolutely zebra zooted off of those fucking fumes. Not to mention you can have sex in the sky with a lunar lander, so I think that's absolutely beautiful as well. You can absolutely clapify those cheeks in the middle of the sky like Zeus butt fucking a god back in the day. So I think that's a pretty cool visual, you know, nothing like having sex in the sky like your Squidward off that clarinet Zaza pack. Oh, the Dead, it's actually going to be backshot too. It's so fucking cold in Call of the Dead. Plus you got George Romero running around beating you, so unless if you're a masochist, I don't think you're going to be able to get it up anyway. But if you are a masochist, it might be infinite backshots because having that metal rod shoved in your poop chute might actually make it a little bit easier for you to play that KLPG skin flute. So that's pretty fucking interesting. But in my opinion, Call of the Dead is backshot too, simply because of that frigid, ice-cold weather. I find myself to make my pickle go up. Personally find it a little bit difficult to make my Peter Griffin penis flute activate like an Easter egg song when it's too cold outside, so I'm actually gonna have to place this in the backshot too. Despite it being one of my favorite maps, I do not think I could make my Krabby Patty floppy flute perform. Shangri-La, it's like the middle of the day, a pretty nice atmosphere, it's a scenic view. I feel like this would be a very romantic map to do backshots on, so I'm actually going to give it the butthole destruction tier because I think it's just going, like, I think it'd be good for a date as well, you know, like get a picnic basket, hope Yogi Bear doesn't stick his cock in and steal it, and the next thing you know, you're going to be having a great old time. You're going to be able to have a nice romantic date, picnic, lunch, dinner, then eat that fat pussy, and next thing you know, boom, backshot season. So I'm actually going to be putting Shangri-La into the butthole destruction category, which is beautiful. I don't know, I mean, Moon is backshot too, because I don't know how you're going to stick your dick without the space gunk getting in your cock, and next thing you know, you're getting flown away, and your dick is blowing up like a balloon, and you're going to pop like Pops from a regular show. Now, I do believe it is a myth that you explode in space, but I mean, I also don't think it's possible to, like, what do you do if you're horny in space? You just fucking rub against your suit. There's no way you're getting your suit off the fuck unless you're in the space station. We're not on the space. Or actually, no, actually, when you turn on the power, there are spots on the map that you can be in without a spacesuit. So I'm gonna move that for a pump and dump because I feel like if you're in the right spot for the right amount of time before the excavators come circumcise you later on in life, you're gonna be able to have a nice quickie. So Moon actually does get to go in the pump and dump.
What is your major malfunction?
I feel like Transit would actually be pretty good. I think we're going to put that for backshots for days, simply because you can fuck on the bus all you want, or you get that in the Pack-a-Punch Buck or the bank. You pretty much get to do backshots in several different locations. It's like you're watching a movie of traveling while you're butt fucking. So I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest, I'm going to put transit in the Backshot for days. The only thing is, you're gonna have to be okay with Ted watching you, but he's kind of a little robotic cuck fuck anyway, so I don't really think he's gonna mind, honestly. A bus depot, you know, we're just gonna put all these maps in the same tier as transit because they're practically the same thing. Now, Nuketown is set in nighttime, but there's a lot of fire around the map, so I feel like it's warmer than a map like Noct. So I'm going to put it in the one pump and dump category as well, because I think there's going to be enough buildings and warmth around the map from the, you know, literal bomb that went off in there, besides the bomb that's about to bust out of our ball sacks when we're doing the back shots here. So yeah, Nuketown, you get the one pump and dump. Not a really good map for butt fucking. Die Rise. I mean, Die Rise is in China, and I think they have like a rule for how many babies you can have or something, so I'm just gonna put this in the Backshots Who tier list and move on. Mob of the Dead, I mean, Jail, it's infinite Backshots, dude. Jail is like the #1 place to get butt fucked. I'm gonna put that over Keener der Toten. Like, you could fuck in the Warden's office to spite him, you could do it nasty and dirty over a toilet, a sink, hold on to the bars like you're a zoo animal. You got several options there to get down dirty and schnasty, baby. So I'm gonna put Mob of the Dead in that fucking fat infinite Backshots tier. Buried is also going to go. It's gonna go. I mean, you're quite literally buried underground, away from all civilization. So you're not likely to get caught. So I'm gonna put it just below the Pentagon, actually, because I feel like buried is an adequate location for you to get absolutely frisky and disky, freaky deaky with a little bit of tip leaky with your partner action, you know. Your balding pubic patch will barely be noticed by anyone in buried, so that's pretty fucking cool. I feel like Origins is going to be way too cold. I think it's totally erectile dysfunction, because you're just not going to be able to maintain enough heat to get your skin food playing, you know? You're not going to be able to get goddamn Squidward tentacles to suck your clarinet here. It's just not going to become perky enough for any action to happen. That being said, it's not completely Backshot 2, because I think if you ride the tank, there might be a way for its engine to heat you up for a sec, but it's not going to be enough for you to get up there, unfortunately. I'm not well adjusted on my Exo-Zombies lore to judge them fairly on which maps are good enough to take or have good cock, so I'm going to put them in the bottom tier list simply because I'm not educated enough on the matter to pursue judging these fairly. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get to know which maps are able for you to pull your Kelpie flute in. So I don't think we're too worried on Shadows of Evil, honestly. I think it's a pretty fairly decent map for this shit. I'm gonna put Backshots for days, actually above Transit, because it's such a big map that I feel like you're going to be able to do a whole bunch of nasty, freaky shit without anyone really giving you the time of day, because it's such a big, busy map. And I mean, hey, if you're really freaky, if you're real exhibitionist gamers, you can fuck on the tram and hope somebody doesn't get a glimpse of your chocolate Patrick Starfish winking at him for that Krabby Patty with the fatty, you know what I'm saying? Shadows of Evil, you get to Backshots for days. The Giants, where did we put Duriz? Butthole Destruct. I mean, there is also the oven on this map, I believe, as well, and also teleporting butt sex, so your penis can teleport into her brain. That's pretty fun. Eisendrag is the middle of the castle. Now, there is the rocket test facility that's like shitty shielded off, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of, I mean, if you craft the fireball and put it nearby. Noah J, where's the fireball tutorial? Oh, wait, he was too busy getting divorced to make it. So we're going to put the Der Eisendrache into the one pump and dump, just because I feel like the fireball is very difficult to craft, and you might not even want to fuck by the time you're done painstakingly crafting this thing like long, and it's not worth it. So I'm actually just going to put that there. It's green, like my semen. I'm just gonna put it right next to Zetsuba Shinonuma. Now, Gorod Krovi is Backshot 2 because you just might be having the best time of your life, you know, everything is going good, you're having fun, you're clapping cheeks, she's giving you dome, you're giving them dome, everything is going good, you're eating cake like Gordon Ramsay on Cake Boss. Next thing you know, it's Skyrim Simulator and a fucking dragon is roaring down from the heavens like Jesus' revenge, and you are lit on fire, and everything is burning, except this time it's finally not gonorrhea, it's a goddamn dragon. So that's why Gorod Krovi is in Backshot 2, because that dragon will burn your dick off more than any gonorrhea-ridden prostitute will, and it's just a big fat L. Why the fuck am I doing this? Honestly, Revelations I'm gonna put in back Butthole Destruction just because it's a very open map and you're quite literally in a fractured multiverse, so you might be able to see every fraction and dimensions of that fat pussy, so it's pretty interesting. We're gonna put that right there. I think it's gonna be very amazing. Backshot so hard you split the universe in two. Congratulations, my man. We're just gonna skip over these Chronicles maps. We've already rated them all. They're all exactly the same with updated visuals. You might be able to see some fat ass cheeks in 4K quality, which is always nice, but I don't think it's worth it to rank all of them again. Bathroom is a great place. Now we got Zombies in Space Lane coming up next, I get it. And we're going to actually put that in the good for a quickie because I don't think there's a greater spot for a quickie than an arcade bathroom. You know, if you want a quick fuck, you just go in the bathroom, you clap cheeks, you'll clean it up, and you put some random ass song on the radio so people think it's a radio station in the background. And next you know, you're getting freaky and you're getting your meaty tickled, and it's just an all-around amazing time. Raven the Redwoods, it's kind of like the setup for a horror movie. You got the big mask molestation muffin man trying to tickle your pickle with his chainsaw. So I'm just going to say you're not even going to be able to get it up because you're going to be putting in it, and next thing you know, Mr. Jigsaw is going to come circumcise you 20 years later, and it's just going to hurt like a bitch, so it's not even worth the risk, honestly. And Shaolin's Shuffle is going to go into total erectile dysfunction just simply because those ninja zombies piss me off so much. If I'm even in the map, I'm going to think of the total trauma that was playing that map back when it launched, and I'm just not going to have to deal with that bullshit. Same with Attack of the Radioactive thing, honestly, because I feel like if you get your dick breathed on out of those Krog things, it's just GG's, and you're just going to have like salmonella, gonorrhea, guacamole penis, and it's just not going to be worth it to pursue any form of sexual actions from there on out for the rest of your life. So total erectile dysfunction. But if you're willing to bite the biscuit to lick the brisket, it's not going bottom tier. Beast from Beyond. I mean, once again, I think we're in like space, so wherever I put Moon is where it's gonna go. Except I don't really think there's many safe spots around this map, so it's going to go below Moon. The final right is going to go at the top of Backshot 2, simply because that grotesque fucking creature at the end of the Easter egg disturbs me so much that even simply thinking about it makes it impossible for my wiener to go wahoo like Mario. The Titanic is actually going to go right below Buried, you know, because I feel like you're going to have a little bit of privacy in your cabin. It's a pretty high, you know, rich place. So you gotta have a high status to go there. So I feel like everyone will be respectful, and, you know, you're muffling there with a pillow, having a good time, you know, having some freaky action. We're gonna go ahead and put that at the top tier, but not quite the tippity top of the tippy pecker, you know. Gladiatorial arenas do not make a good place for sex. I know, right? It's crazy. I can't even believe it. Therefore, we're going to put it in the one pump and dump. I feel like if you maybe sneak off for a second, you might be able to get one in, but there's so many people up there. You know, if you're exhibitionist, you could make it work. I personally wouldn't want to do that, but I feel like if you're down bad and you're both freaky, you might be able to make some magical bullshit happen. Now we got Blood of the Dead, which is literal hell. But it's also a pretty warm hidden location. Backshots for days. Classified is going right behind 5 because it's literally just the Pentagon all over again. Dead of the Night is actually going to go at the bottom of Infinite Backshots because, once again, it's a pretty rich manor. I feel like you can pay your butler to buttfuck anyone that tries to interrupt the fun times. So you're not really going to have to be worried about too many interruptions there as long as you're not forming a party or whatever like they were when the map takes place. Ancient Evil is going to go at the bottom of Butthole Destruction. Actually, it's going to go right behind Shangri-La because having sex in like ancient Greece, Rome, mythological areas is super fucking funny to me, and I think that would be absolutely beautiful. And that's like, hey babe, remember that time we fucked at the Temple of Apollo? Some Peter Griffin shit right there. Alpha Omega, I'm going to put a tier above Newtown simply because this map does take place in the daytime rather than at nighttime, so it'll be a little warmer for your pecker. But you can't even get it up because it is daytime once again, and there's actually not a bunch of fog, and it actually kind of looks cozy, so if you can warm up enough in the lighthouse, I think you'd be able to manage to get it up a little bit. So I'm actually going to move it right in front of 9, actually. The Machine, I feel like the secret lab area will be good. You know, you could probably sneak a little bit of doggy in the basement of that map. So Backshots for days, actually, especially if you like big green buff men, because then you can have the Megaton join in and clapify your cheeks. And then if you kill him and he duplicates himself, well, next thing you go, you get a fantastic 3-way, and it's a fun time for everyone involved. You know what I'm saying? So can't really complain about that. Firebase Z is pretty much the same thing. I mean, the Mimic probably got some infinite sloppy toppy capabilities with those mouths, as long as you don't mind the teeth. But I mean, if you're a dentist, you can pull those bitches out in no time. Outbreak is too big. I don't want to fuck on Outbreak. Hour takes place in nighttime, but there's a bunch of bunkers and a train, so I don't really know if it'd be worth it, honestly. Probably pump and dump. Forsaken, I don't really know what would happen in Forsaken. It does take place in nighttime, but there's like just enough going on in the bunkers that I think you could stay warm, and there's like a whole conference room and everything, so you could definitely bend some shit over behind that desk. Good for a quickie. And all the Vanguard maps get bottom ass poop shit fuck you tier, because I wouldn't want to fuck on a Vanguard map. Same with Modern Warfare Zombies. Terminus is nighttime, it's gross, and there's a bunch of bullshit flying around the map. But yet again, there's that underground bunker area, so we're gonna put it right below D Machine. And then Liberty Falls is going to go in Butthole, actually at the top of Butthole Destruction tier, because once again, it's just a town, right? So before the outbreak, if it was nighttime, you could easily sneak in some backshots and also just have a fun time. And if the respectful citizens of the area didn't interrupt you or want to cock block you, you'd be all set to have a good time, and it would just be a nice frisky Friday night with the homeboys, if you know what I'm saying. Well, this is my Call of Duty Zombies backshots tier list. Feel free to make your own if you also have brainworms, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on the video. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching the video. Peace out, gamers. Both Richtophens are sus as hell, so we're gonna go to imagine that they're the king of backshots. They're gonna go at the top tier right behind JFK. There's some kinky bastards. I already know that he was slam dunking 3-point pussy punishing Maxis all the way back at Derice. So yeah, they get the top tier. Let's go, Richthofen. You freaky sussy bastards. I love you too. Hello, you beautiful people. I hope we're having an amazing day today, and welcome back to another tier list video. In this video, I'm going to be ranking all of the Call of Duty Zombies playable characters from War at War to Black Ops 4, and we're going to be seeing which character can give the best back shots in Call of Duty Zombies history. This is a sequel to the video that I just made. Which Zombies map is best for back shots? I just want to thank you guys for all the love and support on the video. You guys absolutely showed that video some amazing love and support, and I just want to thank every single one of you who watched the video, left a comment and a like on the video. I greatly appreciate you all for the love and support on this goofy ass series. But what comes after the maps, you know, the characters? You need characters on said map to deliver those back shots like a Papa John's pizza. Rusty your pussy hole, and that's what I'm here to discuss today. Once again, let us go over the tiers from bottom to top, just like JFK is about a top Russ man. Hey yo! Lastly, you got the Limp Biscuit Boner tier. I think this speaks for itself. You know, no backshots are happening because the penis has gone limp like Porky Pig, thrown into a sausage factory wood chipper, and turned into a wrinkly, wet, limp sausage. Then you got depressing dick delivery, you know, a cock delivering inside of your cooters so damn sadly, which is just such a bad backshot delivery that it leaves you depressed and upset for like an entire week, like your dick just got divorced. And in the middle of the tier, we got mid shots. You know, you're okay at it. You know, no one's writing home about your backshot delivery. You scored a single base hit in baseball. You know, like it's fine. Next, you got the cheek clapper, baby. Absolute cheek clappage going on here. You know, you're able to clap and smack some cheeks here on, have a good time. You know, the upper echelon of the booty butt fucking backshot set, but you're getting up there. And next we got the butthole bender. Metal. You've mastered the arts of bootylicious backshots, much like Avatar. Aang has mastered all of the elements. You have mastered the elements of bending that backshot out of shape pussy destruction. Next, you got the Backshot Veteran. This is the equivalent of beating backshots on veteran difficulty, like it's a Call of Duty campaign. An absolutely amazing tier. If this character is a Backshots veteran, they are an absolute fucking poontang puncher, which actually does leave us for our upper echelon, tippity toppity tip of the penis tier. We got Poontang Punisher. This shit, if the character is in the Poontang Punisher tier, they are able to absolutely torment a pussy with their penis and destroy that shit like King Vegeta destroys planets in Dragon Ball Z. They can absolutely decimate that clitoris so damn good that it will leave it absolutely dry and gasping for air like SpongeBob and Sandy's Tree Dome. I need it! So now that we've got a little bit of organization for how these tiers work, let's get to ranking these characters, shall we? Now we have Maul Santa Claus Reddit Buttfuck the Third over here. I don't know what the hell this character is. I believe he's from Dead of the Night. He kind of sounds like he's perpetually gagging on a limp dick, so I think for that reason alone. And he's kind of a chunky man. I feel like he kind of gets out of shape a little bit quick. We're going to put him in the depressing dick delivery category. Not quite not quite the limp dick, but I feel like it won't really last that long. Next we have Bruno. He's kind of more jacked than anything. He's kind of like a big ripped French boy, and I feel like he's probably used to tongue punching a bunch of square chocolate fart holes, so I think we're actually going to put Bruno in the cheek clapper territory, just because I feel like he's get down and dirty, especially if the occult Bruno takes over. I think he's actually going to, if we're talking about Bruno and Dark Bruno combined, he's actually going to get moved into the butthole bender category, just because I feel like if that occult version of him takes over his body like Bobbity from Dragon Ball Z, I feel like he actually gets like a couple points added to his freak meter. I mean, Fidel Castro was a leader of an entire fucking nation or whatever, so I feel like he's got to be a Backshot veteran. You know, a man with that much power has definitely clapped some fucking booty cheeks in his day, you know? Like the Genghis Khan of the modern days. Jackie Vincent, I mean, Jackie Vincent just is a crooked cop. He probably has like a shitload of whiskey cock going on. He can probably barely get it up. He can probably get his Minecraft wooden pickaxe to cobble that stone, if you know what I'm saying. So no, I feel like Jackie Vincent is the definition of mid shots. I feel like he goes home to his wife and farts on her and then maybe tries to get it up. Okay, so Primus Dempsey is going to go into Backshot's veteran, and Ultimus Dempsey is going to go into Poontang Punisher, because Ultimus Dempsey is always talking about wanting to replace Rick Coffin with a hot chick and absolutely plow that pussy into the next dimension of Backshot. So I feel like Ultimus Dempsey is a little bit freakier and kinkier than Primus Dempsey, but I'm actually going to put Primus Dempsey in the top of the Backshot's veteran category as of right now anyway. Sorry for that, Fidel. Diego's got Riz, but I don't know how much that translates into actual popping those pussy pill tablets, you know? Like, he feel like he might be actually a little bit mid at delivering his meat scepter into the dome. So, honestly, I'm not feeling too high about Diego. He is charming, but it might just all be for show. I feel like he'll go to the cheek clapper territory, especially since Scarlet always rejects him. Like, he tries, but he's kind of a fucking idiot at the end of the day. Now we got Freddy Krueger himself. I mean, this guy has less teeth than I have neurons. And I don't feel like Freddy Krueger is like most people's fantasy. I'm gonna have to put him in the Limp Bizkit boner category, unfortunately, for Freddy Krueger. I mean, I let him give me a yummy gummy gum job, but other than that, I don't feel like it would be too good for Backshot. Plus, his dick probably looks like a rusted hoe. Lloyd is a boxer, so I feel like he does have stamina, honestly. Like, I feel like this man was in the ring punching a bunch of people, having the time of his life. Then he goes home and punches pussy for 10 hours straight. With that athletic energy, he has unlimited stamina. Bro has stamina times 10 and a little bit of PhD flopper when he flops that penis inside of his wife's clitoris hole. I'm gonna put him in a Poontang Punisher, actually, because I feel like with that stamina of being an athlete, he can just bring his aces up his sleeve and up his wife's ass. We have Bootleg, Dollar Tree, Dollar Store. We have Indiana Jones at home, stupid asshole over here. I don't even know this guy's name. He's the definition of mid-shots because I feel like cowboys can't get a boner.
What do you mean by that?
Actually, he's going to depressing dick liver. Godfrey's, I mean, he's Joe Biden. I don't think Joe Biden has got a boner since Bill Clinton was running for president 15 fucking years ago. So I'm actually going to go throw Joe Biden over here in the Limp Bizkit boner.
What do you mean by that?
Now, I know what you think. Jessica Rose, you know, woman, no penis. Well, we have this thing called a strap-on.
What do you mean by that?
And she's kind of a bitch.
What do you...
So I feel like she can kind of dominate in a lesbian strap-on scenario.
Holy Jesus. What is that? The fuck is that?
So I'm actually gonna throw her in the butthole bender. She kind of do be looking a little bit like Michael Jackson, kind of horrifying, a little bit scary. Probably scarier than any of the mini bosses in Zombies history, if we're being honest with one another. So I'm actually gonna throw her in the butthole bender. JFK, you know, he's the best backshots deliverer of all time. He's JFK. You know he's gonna be smooth talking you while he's destroying your cheekage. Much like Obama destroyed Yemen back in the day. Honestly, I think this man is an absolute Giyot Punisher, destroyer, fucking Poontang Punisher. Bro is the pot of greed. My man is the blue eyes, white motherfucking dragon of dragging his dick across some coochie, okay? So I'm gonna have to throw this sexy man in the Poontang Punisher category. No rejections, no complaints. He is the Ultra Chad.
Need some beans for the chowder here.
This is Joe Biden's girlfriend. She can go right next to Joe Biden. Now we got the mobsters from Mob of the Dead, everybody. Holy shit. Now, these guys were some rigid, rough muchachos thrown into the slammer for beating their dick with a 10-ton hammer, so I think we're going to have to give these guys some credit. You know, you don't go to jail without being a dirty little asshole. That being said, let's start off with Sal. You know, Sal, he wants to Humpty Dumpty-fy some pussy on the 4th of July. He's definitely a Backshot veteran. He probably got BBC Bubba to let him have a turn on his BBC butthole so he could actually practice those backshots inside of Mob of the Dead before prison became a Michael Jackson Thriller music video with all the fucking zombies running around like it's a party city. Holy shit. Billy is kind of a freak, you know, Billy's kind of an asshole. I feel like he's demented. I feel like he definitely has a lot of hidden aggression, so I feel like he would actually utilize that and like bring that into the bedroom to slam into it harder.
What do you mean by that?
So I'm actually gonna put him in top tier. He's definitely a Poontang Punisher. I'm actually gonna put him above Floyd and actually just above Dempsey, but I think JFK is going to stay at the top echelon, honestly, because I mean, look at that face. That's a sexy stud muffin right there. He's just a little bit more of a goofy character. Like, he's a comic artist, he draws shit, he designed all the Hellhounds. He's definitely a unique case of all the mobsters, and he's probably my personal favorite, especially since when you dolphin dive or get hit, he makes a noise like he shoved a Lego piece in his asshole. So it's pretty fucking entertaining, not gonna lie. That being said, I feel like he's a little bit lower on the tier list than these other two mobsters for being a little bit of a goofy, but I still feel like with his imagination, he could think of some fun stuff in the bedroom. Actually, when I put it like that, he's gonna go just behind. Actually, he's gonna go above Finn when I put it like that, honestly. I just kind of made myself realize that with his creativity, he could probably do some unique situations to the bedroom. You know, SpongeBob Colonel Sanders roleplay butt fuck with a dynamite attached to your dick. So, honestly, Weasel, you're top tier, my man. Good job. You made it. You made it. Good fucking shit. I forget this guy's name. I think it's like Bob Ross, Dick Moss. I don't really know, but I feel like he's like one of the probably the least memorable of the cast. So I'm gonna put him below Jessica Jones or whatever her name is. Nero Blackstone literally killed his wife, and in Shadows of Evil's cutscene, he's drinking a big glass of whiskey. I feel like he's probably got whiskey dick up the butthole, and his wife was probably doing all of her nasty shit because she was never being cockathon dicked down by the Blackstone. He definitely doesn't have a black bone if you catch my Lightning McQueen drift, so he's actually gonna go in depressing dick delivery just above these two Death and Night joke fucks. Primus Nikolai is a hero. He's did everything right. He definitely likes to do the right thing. I think he likes to please that pussy, so I'm going to put him right above Diego. Ultimus Nikolai is an alcoholic. A bro has not had a boner. Bro has not had a boner since the zombie apocalypse fucking started all the way back in 2008. So he's definitely he's actually going to go bottom tier because I feel like he has whiskey dick up the ass. Bro has Kaioken 10,000 of vodka, lack of boner. Next we have Richard Nixon looking like Akuma from Street Fighter, pruny ass pumpkin face, wrinkly dick butt fucker, depressing dick deliverer. I mean, look at that face. Even if he had a 10-inch dick, if you look back and you see that thing looking at you, you're going to be absolutely depressed, and you're going to be realizing, holy shit, why did I do this to myself? He looks like a Gmod character in real life, despite the fact that that's a screenshot from Black Ops. Like, oh my god, get them out of here. If I ever looked back and I saw Richard Nixon clapping my cheeks, I'd be playing Russian roulette with a full revolver. God damn. Both Richtophens are sus as hell, so we're just going to imagine that they're the king of backshots. They're going to go at the top tier right behind JFK. They're some kinky bastards. I already know that he was slam dunking 3-point pussy punishing Maxis all the way back at Derice. So yeah, they get the top tier. Let's go, Richtofen. You freaky sussy bastards. I love you too. Michael Rooker. Now, actually, I only know him really from Guardians of the Galaxy. He plays the blue guy, like Papa Smurf from space or whatever, so he's pretty cool. I don't know too much about Michael Rooker. He looks to be like middle-aged. I'm gonna put him right behind. I'm gonna put him right in the middle of Diego and Nikolai. Sarah, Helen, Keller, Michelangelo, Ninja Turtle, whatever her name is. I'm gonna throw her in mid shot because she looks weird as hell, and I feel like, well, I feel like she wouldn't know how to handle a strap-on as good as Sarah, honestly. Scarlet, on the other hand, she's got fire. She's sassy. She is crazy. I think I'm going to put her right behind Ultimus Nikolai and She Clap. And then we got Ronald McNamara, as I previously said, is the CEO, the secretary of Breast Milk. He looks strange as hell. He looks like he was like a Prime subscription member of Epstein's Island. I don't know how I feel about him. I'm going to just throw him at the bottom of mid shots. Now, Stanton Shaw, I know what you're thinking. He's a nerd, he's a geek, but he's a chemist, bro. So he can definitely make Viagra to make his cock like 10 times bigger, like a gobblegum. He made the Black Ops 4 elixirs that literally teleport you to a bunch of crazy shit. This man could definitely turn a micro penis into a massive boner. He's going right behind Dempsey. Kyo likes honor, and I feel like there's a lot of honor in smashing a good poontang for breakfast. So honestly, I'm gonna put him at the top of Butthole Bender because I feel like Tokyo really likes taking it on. But Ultimate Tokyo is just going right in front of Nikolai. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, look at that fucking face. There's nothing he could do to actually have a chance at making anyone orgasm unless they have like a disgust fetish and they just want to feel like shit. Then maybe he has a chance. But Ultimate Tokyo is the worst thing to happen since the fucking Great Depression. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rate his ass low. Next we got Danny Trejo. He is an absolute Sigma male, absolute badass. So you already know he can slam bang 15,000 tequila shots and slam some good hams like Porky Pig. So he's going at the top of Backshot's veteran. I feel like he's the Backshot's veteran. Misty is like a kind of like Misty is a badass. She's actually going to go in the top echelon right behind the mobsters. Martha Johnson is actually going to go at the top of Limp Dick Boner. I feel like he's too busy doing mathematical equations in his head to ever get a hard on. I lied. Russman is the top of the, I mean, he's Russman. What more do I say? You know, if you know, you know, but yeah, he's Russman. Rhymes with GGC, you know, I'm just saying. He absolutely crushes pussy like the colossal titan from Attack on Titan crushes walls. And Samuel Stillinger is schizophrenic, so he might be good at fucking an invisible pussy that doesn't actually exist, you know? You might be fucking shadow people. Sometimes you fight ghosts, sometimes you yell at ghosts. He's a fucking the ghost. He's absolutely having sex with those schizophrenia 115 induced delusions. That being said, he'll go at the top. He'll go slap dang in the middle because you already know he got good at fucking invisible cheeks at the end of the day, and that has to count for something. Goddamn. Well, this is my tier list for Call of Zombies characters and how good they can deliver or potentially receive backshots. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, leave a like, comment, subscribe on the video if you did enjoy it. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. And thank you again so much for the love and support on the channel and the other backshots video. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy, stay hydrated, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your day, gamers. Peace out. I just shit in my chair.
Hey, yo!
Hello, you absolute beautiful people, you absolute legends. In this video, I am going to be ranking every Call of Duty Zombies map based off of which Zombies map is best to empty your brown loaf load inside of. You know what map is the best to absolutely destroy your diarrhea deposit hole on, aka the best Zombies map to take a shit on. And this tier list actually comes to me in a pretty personal state because I'm a very shy shitter. I'm one of those guys that can only shit in his own home. My butthole is more shy than I was in high school. Okay, it's a very anxious butthole. Mamma mia! Mamma mia! I really gotta end up watching myself because if I go too long outside and I just gotta shit, I'll get blocked off like I'm stuck in an anal traffic jam, and it's just not a very fun time. This is yet another tier list video. Thank you guys so much for the love and support on the other tier list videos on the channel. More cursed tier lists like this one coming your way, boys. Now, once again, we are going to have to go over these tiers from bottom to the top. The first tier we got is the immovable shit rock. You know, this map is so bad, so uneasy that your bowels are never going to get the chance to move, like my ass sitting down 24 hours a day eating Cheetos. You're going to be soft locked in your butthole. That shit is just going to form into like a thwomp from Mario 64, and you're not going to be able to get any action down there. Then you got your next tier, total booty blockage. It's the same thing, but it might not be a brick quite yet. It's just going to be kind of stuck in there like a little soft sausage. In the next tier, mini shit bricks. Now, you're going to be able to get a little bit out at a time here, barely anything. You're going to have essentially what is rock solid rabbit turrets falling out of your poop chutes, so
take away from the fact that
you're really gonna have to try your best to get anything out here. And our tier above that is dingleberry deposit. You're pretty much gonna have to form dingleberries on the outer rim of your cheeks and then wipe it off with toilet paper and throw it in the toilet on this map. It's not a very good map for shitting.
What is your major malfunction now?
And on the higher tiers of the things, we have steady shit flow. You're just gonna have a nice, normal, steady flow of shit. Nothing too crazy. This is the average tier of the video. You're just gonna be able to have a nice, safe shit here. Nothing crazy. You know, it's the average here. Nothing that's gonna make you stop believing in God and believe in Bill Nye the Science Guy while you fuck your cheeks. You know, it's just gonna be an absolute banging of a time. Next, you got Annual Eruption. This area is going to turn. This map will turn your butthole into a volcanic eruption like Captain Magma from SpongeBob SquarePants. And then you're just gonna be stuck here on devices while your shit erupts like the Yellowstone volcano. Next, you got Shotgun Shell Shits. This tier means you're gonna be able to shit so hard on this map that it's going to propel out of your butthole like a shotgun shell, 12 gauge shotgun blast, one hitting those damn manglers on Liberty Falls over and over again with your 12 gauge asshole. I think it's a pretty good tier. Next, you got Diarrhea Deposit, baby. You're going to be able to just deposit all of your liquidized shit into this map like it's nothing, like it's leftover breakfast going into your mouth all over again. You're just going to be able to have the time of your life. You're going to be able to leave all of your shat in this map with no problems whatsoever. Okay, this is the Diarrhea Deposit Zone.
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit.
And next we got Taco Bell Brown Water, baby. That top echelon, the creme de la crop. Everybody knows that Taco Bell Brown Water is the highest level of shit possible. After you have a nice Taco Bell burrito, potentially the Doritos Locos Taco if you're me, and you have a nice layer. Next thing you know, you're shitting out the liver of sticks from your butthole that it's brown. This is the Taco Bell Brown Water tier, baby. So now that we got all the tiers organized, there's only one thing left to do, everybody. We gotta rate these damn maps. Nocturne Totem is a pretty open map. There's a lot of ways for people that are going to be able to see you take a shit. There's a lot of crevices. There's no privacy on Nocturne Totem whatsoever. But I guess it is a military bunker at least. So if nothing's happening, maybe you could use the area as an advantage, like it's out in the middle of bum ass shit nowhere. That being said, I'm going to put Nocturne Totem in the Dingleberry Deposit. I feel like I could maybe push enough for a Dingleberry forms, but I don't think it would ever be comfortable enough for it to actually fall out of my butthole like a Lego piece in the factory being formed, you know? Nope. Baruch is going to go in total booty blockage. I mean, it's an insane asylum. There's not going to be many chances for you to get any privacy at all. What to say when you have the Joker showing his pubic hair right in front of you, taping it to your door, and showing you his asshole on the other side of the bathroom door. It's just not going to make for a very comfortable scenario to take a shit on any fronts, honestly. So for that reason, the lack of privacy and the insane people walking around like it's Outlast in real life while you're just trying to get your poop on, I think Baruch is going to have to go into total booty blockage tier. Kino Numa is just like a work facility. I feel like this is just average. You know, there's nothing too crazy going on. It's in the middle of the swamp, but it is just a random work facility in the middle of Shrek's asshole. So I think it's just the creme de la crop of average. Steady shit flow. I feel like if you really had to squeeze one out, you're like, you know, your co-workers respect you enough to give you some privacy. But other than that, I don't think it's too. And I feel like this Reese is going to be the same exact thing because it's just a factory. I don't really think you're going to get the chance to erupt from your asshole or anything like that, but I think it is going to offer you just enough privacy where if you really need to shit, the professional workplace environment will help you out with that. I don't know why it's a professional workplace environment, but I guess I'm kind of ranking these like it's not a zombie outbreak, like it's just the actual spot. Maybe there's some zombies, but the actual spot. Canada Tone is a movie theater. I cannot shit at movie theaters. I don't know why, but I also feel like I'm missing the movie. And I also feel like some random people are gonna come like throw popcorn at me while I'm taking a shit or spill an entire Sprite on my dick. So for that being said, we're gonna have our first bottom tier Canada Tone. I cannot shit at movie theaters at all. Immovable shit rock Canada Tone. I'm sorry, but there's just no chance you're gonna be able to get chat on, my friend. Now we got our first Taco Bell Brown Water. It's 5. If you just press a few buttons, you can probably like build a giant ass Minecraft hidden piston door with like 10 locks on it for someone to have to go through to interrupt your shitting process. Okay, you're going to be able to secrete all of your brown butthole liquids out of your asshole factory in no time with this tier. The absolute creme de la crop, the baddest of backshots, the beautiful 5 is going to help you shit till your asshole's content, baby. You're gonna be able to get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and your wet's pussy out of your system by the time that you are done taking a shit on 5. An absolute beautiful map for infinite diarrhea dump truck loads. Even is Ascension. I'm gonna put Ascension in Anal Eruption just because I think it would be really funny to like drop a giant cloud of like smoky liquid diarrhea while you're flying on a lunar lander and it just lands on people like you're some sort of weird seagull. I think that would be an absolute horror show. That would be something that would be in a fucking horror film like American Psycho or some weird shit like that. My boy Patrick Bateman does not have anything on the lunar lander dookie sender, okay? Bro's a fucking legend.
What is your major malfunction?
Now, I don't know, I feel like Call of the Dead could actually be good because it's kind of in the middle of an abandoned ship, and I feel like you would have a lot of open areas and potentially a lot of opportunities to create privacy for yourself. And I feel like the motion of shivering would make your body move, and I feel like that actually like kind of helps push the shit down through your body, honestly. So I think I'm gonna have to put this in Shotgun Shell Shits, especially if George Romero beats you with his hammer and it might make the shit fly out of you unwillingly when he kills you. So yeah, we're gonna put that one on Shotgun Shits. I love you, Call of the Dead. Finally, Call of the Dead gets to go in a good tier. Shagirl is going to go into Diarrhea Deposit because the sentence "shitting in paradise" sounds absolutely hilarious to my brain rotted ass, and it just deserves the best, honestly. That you're just gonna be able to like sit on the bridge and look at this absolute gorgeous view while your poop pop rocks are just flying out of your ass cannon, okay? And I think that is an absolute beautiful thing to witness. You know, you're gonna have the world's most beautiful view, besides you guys, of course, while you're just dingleberries are flying out of your cake hole, and I think that's just an absolute beautiful thing. You know, Patrick Star is gonna be winking at you from your booty cheeks, and you're just gonna be laying out the goombas out of your butt crack. It's great.
It's great, and I'm about to kill myself.
Shitting on the moon sounds fun, actually. I'm gonna put moon right above Ascension because taking a no, moon is going in the top here because I feel like there's only gonna be like 10 people on the moon at a time, and I feel like you're gonna have the ultimate privacy when you're shitting on the moon. And for that reason, moon is actually gonna go on the top tier because you're quite literally out of the fucking planet. Like you're some super Dragon Ball Z bullshit flying around planets in the desolate of space like you're Omni-Man after butt fucking a bug. So I think that's very awesome, dude. Moon is going to stay at the top tier for a while, I have a feeling, because this is probably the most privacy you're ever going to get on a zombies map when it comes to having to have privacy to take a shit. That is an absolutely beautiful fucking thing. Lex, go moon. Moon is finally ranking high on one of my tier lists. That's crazy. Never thought I would see the day. God damn. Transit, I mean, I guess you could kind of pick where you want to shit. So I'm gonna put transit in steady shit flow at the top, just because if you don't want to shit the butt. Actually, no, there's a if we're counting for the foggy area, I feel like transit can actually go to diarrhea deposit, just because there's so much fog, you know, especially if the denizens aren't there, you're gonna have a lot of privacy. But even then, if you have like brass knuckles, you could like perpetually punch the denizens like you're pretending to fist a butthole while they're trying to fly at you like some sort of Helen Keller creature of the damned from the nighttime. So I think that's very beautiful, honestly. Tranit's gonna go there. I like how I'm like rationaling and like figuring these things out like it's a normal thing to ever question. Like, what the fuck? Oh, the beds are wearing up. But we're actually going to rank these 3 transit adjacent maps as their own for once. Bus Depot is total booty blockage because I feel like there's just always going to be people at a bus stop, and it's just not a very comfortable environment. It does beat shitting on the bus though, I guess. I feel like shitting on a farm would be kind of a vibe, actually. I'm just going to put this in right above 3s because I feel like shitting on a farm would be actually pretty damn comfortable. Town is too busy. Town is going below Bus Depot because I just, listen, if there's an active town and people are walking all over the place, I'm not gonna be able to take a shit. I need like to be in solitary confinement like I got caught kissing the Joker to be able to take a shit, okay? I need to be like intentionally pretty much by myself to be able to poop. I could hear like a ghost fart in the wind, and next thing you know, all my asshole is being sucked back into my booty cheeks like I'm Kirby trying to eat King Dedede's butthole for the 50th time that week, okay? So I just need to be completely alone. I need to be Squidward in the white void of Galactus's cum shot to even have a damn chance to take a shit. So town's actually gonna go just below Kino. Nuketown again. After the nuke, it probably Anal Eruption because no one else is probably there. But if the town is still active, it would go at the bottom. But it's not active because the nuke fell off. So we're just gonna put it at the top of steady shit flow. Theories is in China. China has, like, I believe the biggest population in the entire world, and if that, you know, if this was pre-2001, the towers weren't collapsing, I feel like it would be all the way at the top. But considering that building is pretty much abandoned, but I feel like there's still probably a lot of people running around the building at least. If they're, so I'm gonna actually put Die Rise as our first mini shit bricks as well. I don't think I'd be able to shit in jail. Like, if I ever went to prison, I would probably just die of constipation because you are never going to have a time alone. There's always going to be people adjacent to your right and your left, so it's going to have to go like probably at the bottom tier honestly, because you're never, and plus you know, you might be just trying to shit in your cell like Finn at the side of the cutscene. Next thing you know, the Warren's going to be looking at your dick and trying to see if he can get a wink of your butthole, while you're just trying to let out a beefy brown sausage out of your derriere delivery service hole. So it's kind of unfortunate at the end of the day. So that being said, Mob of the Day is going to be bottom tier, and that being said, Buried is going to go at the top tier because it's quite literally a town buried underground. You're pretty much finding the lost city of Atlantis, but on top of the world instead of underneath the ocean's bussies. So honestly, I think we're going to have Buried go at the top tier, baby. And actually, since there's probably literally nobody there, it's going to go right above Moon 5. But I think being off planet still grants Moon quite the advantage, in my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments, how are you guys enjoying this so far? What would you change about this tier list? Let me know. Or I don't listen. Origins takes place in the Great War. I don't think war is a good time to take a shit, so it's going at the bottom tier. You could be trying to squeeze one out. Nice, you know, you're getting blown up by a grenade before your butthole ever gets a chance to explode. I haven't played any of these maps. Now, Shadows of Evil is kind of like a town again, much like, you know, town. So I don't really know if I would be able to, maybe if it was nighttime and I could barely hear the rooster shitting, I might have a damn chance in hell to actually climax out of my butthole. So I think that being said, it's going to go in mini shit bricks, because I just think it's a busy spot and I wouldn't be good for me due to my shy ass. The giant is Doris, but there's snow. It's winter time actually, so people might be going outside more to celebrate Christmas or look at the snow. So, you know, for that arbitrary reason, we're going to put it right below Doris actually. We got a Rising Dragon as a base in the middle of a castle, which is pretty damn cool. But nowadays in real life, it is just like a tourist attraction. But I believe it actually got shut down and it's abandoned. So it's actually going to go in shotgun shit. It's actually going to go in diarrhea deposit, because if it's abandoned place and you're homeless, you might be able to go take a fucking shit at the Rising Dragon. I might be wrong. It might not be abandoned. But either way, I mean, I feel like if you get into a tram cart by yourself and you're really gonna go, you can just kind of stick your ass at the end of the tram cart and let out a dynamite bomb, and hopefully it will fall on Wile E. Coyote, if you know what I'm saying. So that's pretty cool. Zachibo no Shima is just a bigger Shino Numa, so there's more room, so there's less likely of a chance that there will be somebody to bother you while you're just on the toilet. So I think we're gonna actually put it just right above Shino Numa died, and I think that makes sense.
No.
Now, very much like Backshots, Gorod Krovi does not make a good place to deposit your poop soup, because if you're just minding your own business, trying to squeeze one out before you go to work or something to lose 5 pounds like you're delivering a butt crack baby, next thing you know, there's a dragon, you're on fire. And that talk about booty brown water leaving your colon is not the only burning sensation you're going to have anytime soon. So for that reason alone, we're going to throw Gorod Grovey at the bottom tier, just because I feel like burning alive while you shit is not the best way to go. It's like Elvis with a little bit of fireworks going. Okay, so that's pretty damn awful. Intergalactic shits. Revelations is quite literally intergalactic shits. May I say more? May I say more? You get to shit in a fractioned universe. I'm just gonna put all the Chronicle maps right by where they're other parts are. Now, I will actually rank some of the Infinite Warfare maps because I actually have played them. And Zombies in Spaceland is kind of like Kino. It's a giant theme park. There's going to be a bunch of people there 24/7. So if you're there during functioning work hours, you're probably rarely going to get the chance for some privacy. So that being said, I am going to put it just behind Kino der Toten, and it's not really going to be a good map for privacy. Even the Redwoods, I mean, I feel like you're going to be tripping balls. So I kind of feel like if you're on that amount of methamphetamine or whatever you may be choosing to do that night, I feel like my shy shitting abilities will kind of fade away into meth head brains. So I'm gonna put Raven the Redwoods at the top, because I feel like if you're doing whatever's in that pouch, shit was probably just gonna involuntarily fall out of your butthole whether you want it or not, like the slasher guy kisses it. So Shaolin Shuffle, I mean, the map is quite literally shit, so we're gonna put it right above, we're gonna put it like right behind or right in front of Origins, because I feel like it's just a giant town, so you're not really gonna get much privacy there anyway, honestly. Attack of the Radioactive thing is like a beach, you know? They do have pretty good locks, and beaches aren't usually too populated unless you're in like Florida or some shit. There's usually no more than 20 or 30 people when I go, and the bathrooms are pretty spaced out, so honestly, I think I could deposit a mini shit brick, actually. Actually, I'm going to put it in Dingleberry Deposit right above the Reefs, because I actually have shit at the beach a couple of times, because all the moving, the motion of the ocean quite literally makes them fly out of my ass cannon. The Beast from Beyond, well, I mean, you're in space again, so it's going to go right behind Moon in this tier list, just because Moon is... I'd rather play Moon. I'd rather shit on Moon. All these WWT maps can go lick my poop hole mid-wipe, dude. What would you have to spare? Now, a Titanic would make a pretty awesome shit as well, not gonna lie. Like, I feel like that'd give you an ample opportunity. You know, it's a pretty expensive cruise liner. I feel like people there are gonna be respectful, so if you say, pardon me, but I must use my caboose, which is most obtuse, and then fly some shit gears out of your wagon hole, I think you might actually have a pretty good time to poop. So I'm gonna put it in steady shit flow, like right in the middle, because I feel like those rich, pompous pricks would probably let you shit, perhaps. Next, we got 9, Baby, the gladiatorial arena of butt cheek demise. Once again, don't think it's going to be a great spot to take a shit on. Next thing you know, you're going to be taking a shit, and a marauder's going to break in the room, throw you against the wall, and give you backshots before you even have the chance to wet, because he likes it stinky and kinky. So, unfortunately for 9, it's going to go at the bottom of total booty blockage, because I just feel like the intense action will make all the shit clump into you at once. But that is going to go in bottom tier because it's just a hell prison. It's like fucking Hellraiser in the back of the prison. It's just going to be absolutely ass for me. Classified is going to go right in front of 5. This is the highest you will ever see Beast of me on any of my tiers. Holy shit. The fact that it's even on a high list, even though it's a completely arbitrary non-gameplay release, and it's still kind of making me want to puke. God damn. At the night, we're going to follow the Titanic rules. Everyone's rich, everyone's just formal and fancy, but the mansion is probably like 20 times the size of Voyage of Despair, so we're going to place it in a tier just because the people will be more spaced out, and if you're a shy shitter quite like myself, it gives you more opportunities for your caboose to fly at a level that is quite obtuse, and you're just going to be able to fly out like you're Marv from the Martian in the bathroom tweaking out of your asshole enemas. Shitting in the Temple of Apollo would go so fucking hard. I would take 10,000 laxatives just to be able to take a shit in the Temple of Apollo in front of Medusa. That being said, it's going at the top tier because I would just love to I would look at Medusa and then my entire body would go to bricks, and then I would probably involuntarily shit my pants. Alpha Omega is just Nuketown with a bigger radius, and it takes place during the daytime, and it's less abandoned. Like, the nukes haven't really fallen here yet, at least it barely looks like it. So it's going to go a tier below Nuketown because I feel like people could still live there. Same thing for Togder Toten. You know, it's like daytime, things are less closed off. I feel like there might be some people wandering around here, so we're going to put it at the bottom of Anal Eruption, just behind Call of the Dead. I feel like Demon Machine, you could follow the same thought process as the Doriza and the Giant as well, actually, because it's just like a giant work facility. People are just working. If you got to shit, you could probably shit through a black hole through the particle accelerator. That is, if my asshole hasn't already become the particle accelerator that they're trying to avoid, because goddamn, that shit poops harder than a goddamn slap shot from Sidney Crosby dying of kidney failure. That's pretty crazy. Same thing, I mean, all these Cold War maps are just kind of work facilities, dude. I mean, Outbreak is so giant that you could probably shit on it somewhere, so I'm gonna put it next to Call of the Dead. You could probably find a place away from people. It's kind of very much like taking a nice shit in the woods, so yeah, it honestly deserves to go up there. Bartertown is Night Town, so I feel like that could help. You know, maybe the area is quiet, maybe the ambiance is like, maybe there's people sleeping. You probably got a nice time for yourself. I think it would also going to go in the shotgun shits category. Forsaken is pretty much the same exact thing as Mauer, except there's teleporters, so I could poop through a teleporter, which would be kind of funny. Vanguard is shit. You don't get to shit on Vanguard. Vanguard is the shit. Terminus Island, I mean, I feel like you could swim in all over the place until you find a nice place in the water to drop a dookie load at. It is nighttime, so the people are going to be, you know, once again, less frequent. And I feel like plus shitting on a prison island seems pretty cool. Oh yeah, we are on an island, so if we're the only ones there, honestly, Terminus is going at the top of Diarrhea Deposit, and Liberty Falls is actually going to go quite low, just because it is a town that's highly populated for my privacy. It's just not going to go that good. I'm going to put it at the total bottom of Backshot, just because you probably at least have a bathroom door you can lock behind. Now here is my tier list of the best Call of Duty Zombies maps to take a shit on. Which Zombies map would you like to use your caboose to drop an obtuse crap load on? Let me know in the comments below. If you could shit on any Zombies map in the world, let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, and enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay beautiful. Love you all, gamers. Oh yeah, yeah.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it! No!
Pissing on a farm sounds like a vibe. You know, you can hear the cows, the chickens, the grass as you let the urine flow out of you like an Eminem verse. Feeling absolutely beautiful. Hello, you absolute beautiful people. I hope you're having an amazing day today. In this one, I'm going to be addressing a topic that is very important to me, one that I relate a lot to, one that I have a great understanding of, and that is taking a piss. I piss about between 5 and 15 times a day. I don't know if I have an enlarged prostate, diabetes, tongue punching my butthole at all times of the day or what. Yes, you do. I also drink a gallon of water a day, probably 15 tons of water if we're honest with each other.
What?
That being said, this video I'm going to be ranking every single Call of Duty Zombies map based how good they are to take a piss on.
Are you taking the piss?
You know, I'm kind of a shy pisser.
Mamma mia!
There's people walking around running amok over the bathroom while I'm trying to get my golden Mirage to shoot the goo of victory. It just might not happen, honestly, so I'm pretty excited for this one. Much like taking a shit, I'm very good at taking a piss as well. It's probably like the #1 thing I'm best at, honestly, besides breathing and eating. That being said, thank you guys so much for the support and for the absolute back shots you guys have been showing on these videos. I very much appreciate it. You guys are absolute legends, and I appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to watch the video.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And if you could piss on any one of these zombies maps in the world, let me know in the comments down below which one you would absolutely destroy your pelvic thrust pisser on.
Huh?
Now, that being said, it's once again time to go over these tiers. We have completely new tiers for this one, as it's a new topic entirely. The complete bottom tier that you're ever going to have is the urethra blockage. And over here, you're not going to be able to take a piss. It's going to be no drips happening whatsoever. And it's just going to be an uncomfortable time. You're going to have like a golden brick form into like Winnie the Pooh's frozen honey for the winter. And that's just not going to be a good time overall. It's just going to suck absolute urethra cock.
What?
In the next video, you got painful pissing. If you push hard enough, you might be able to manage to squeeze it out on this map, you know, if you really got to go. But it's definitely not going to be a good pleasurable time. And you're going to be like agonizing and piss pains and just wishing it was over. Now the tier after that, we have dick drips. You know, you're gonna be able to like let the piss out like a faucet that's malfunctioning overnight and is constantly dripping over the whole night. Your dick is gonna turn into a malfunctioning sink, and you better let that sink in, because the fact that you're gonna be taking a piss for up to half an hour with how slow it's going, you know, you'd be able to motorboat man bear pig on the time it takes for this shit to complete. I just got the average flow. You know, you're just rolling it out. You're just taking an average piss, maybe like a 5-10 second piss. It's not very cool, but just over in a short enough period of time that you're just having a time. Next, you got the steady stream, baby. You know, this is just a going one. This is like the average piss that I take. It's just a steady stream with no interruptions, like much like me when I'm gaming, or you get hit with the belt and the ass eating, and you're just having a good time. No. Wait. For about 15 to 20 seconds. Next, you got the power piss. This map is so comforting that it turns your cock into a pressure washer for urine, and you're just going to have an absolute ability to piss on everything the zombies know and love. And you're just going to absolutely obliterate them with your golden rod, as Rick Toffin would say. You're pretty much going to become a pressure hose. Your cock will become the most powerful pressure hose in existence. You could probably one-shot Galactus with a tip of your Europus. Next, we got Eureka. The map's so good that your boner gets a brilliant idea, and that is to infinitely piss all over the map. You could pretty much cover this entire map of yellow, make it look like SpongeBob SquarePants having a stroke at the end of the day, an absolute golden time. And next you got Pissing Paradise. You know, unlike a gangster's paradise, there's no bullets or pigs flying around. It's just piss everywhere. It's piss all the way down, a little bit of piss here, a little bit of piss there. I'm no piss fetishist. But if I was, the Pissing Paradise maps would make me absolutely damp in the brown hole. What? That being said, we have the tiers orchestrated. We have them all ready to go, ship and sail. Like Noah's Ark filled with my fat ass confusing me for elephants. Now, we got Nocturne Tone. This is a pretty abandoned map, and it's nighttime. And I don't know about you guys, but every time I take a piss out, like outside at night, it just hits absolutely different, especially if I'm blasted, you know, it's just a fun time. You get to feel the cold breeze against your skin and against your balls, having it tickle you like an angel's kiss, and it feels absolutely beautiful. That being said, Nocturne Tone is going to go in power piss. I feel like this is the highest Noct has ranked on any of these tier lists.
You can't keep getting away with it!
But that cold and misty air against you, it's kind of like airing out your cock. It's like if you whipped out your boner and put it right in front of an air conditioner. It just feels absolutely fresh.
What the hell?
Once when I was younger, I put an ice cold glass of Pepsi on my balls, and it made me feel like I was Jack Frost for 0.1 seconds. And in that moment, I realized I was autistic.
I'm Mr. White Christmas.
Huh? Fuck you! You fucking...
Now we got Baruch. I don't know about you, but once again, an insane asylum doesn't sound like a great spot to take a piss. You just might have Hannibal Lecter's autistic third cousin come over to you and bite your fourth leg off, and it's just not going to be an absolutely great time all around, you know? You're going to be hearing footsteps you're going to be worrying about the whole time. You're pretty much going to be playing Five Nights at Freddy's in real life with cannibals, like, and you're just trying to take a piss. Definitely not going to be having a fun fucking time in there. You're going to be suffering, and you're just going to be hoping they can piss fast enough. That being said, painful pissing, especially if they manage to get a chomp out of your cock. You know, Numa just kind of reminds me of piss with a little bit of vinegar and shit in it. You know, I never really feel much when I look at Shino Numa. Shino Numa doesn't really make me feel anything. It just kind of makes me feel like a speck of dust that Joe Biden let out when he let a little toot out of his crack shack hole.
Soda!
That said, I don't really feel much about Shino Numa. I feel like pissing on here would be very average. You know, it's nothing too crazy. There's not too much to interrupt you. I think it's just a very average flow on Shino Numa. You're not really getting a bang for your buck. You're not really experiencing much. You're just pissing in the swamp. I guess if you're into Shrek and he makes you feel a certain soft spot in your butthole and it really makes it warm down there, you might be able to get a nice heavy flow out of it. But me personally, it's just an average flow. Pissing into Reese would be fun because teleporting your piss around all over the facility would be really fucking fun. And you could just like you could piss in a cup and teleport it to someone and dump it over their head while they're sleeping. It'd be an absolute fucking fantastic time. Don't ask what me and my dad did in 1982. There was no piss play, I promise.
Stop the cap.
That being said, Eureka, because I feel like you'd be having all kinds of pissing ideas on here to the point where our life bulb would be forming out of your penis like there's some sort of 1800s cartoon like Bugs Bunny on methamphetamine. Absolutely beautiful fucking time right there. I absolutely would take a strong ass piss on Deriz. Canada Toten is actually going to go in power piss as well, just above not, because I have a very distinct memory. I watched the entirety of like It Chapter 2 in theaters a long time ago when it was like released. And I held the piss from like the advertisements of the movie until the movie was finished, and I believe it was like over a 2-hour runtime or close to it. And by the time the movie was done, I pissed for about a minute and 30 seconds straight. There was just a heavy flow of intense piss. And since this is a movie theater, I am going to link it into real life, but you know, it's just nothing crazy. I mean, peeing at a movie theater is not the best experience, but if you manage to hold it for the entire movie like I did, you can have a power piss so fucking hard that you'll be able to melt Fred Flintstone out of his goddamn glacier. Actually got 5. I feel like pissing in the Pentagon is kind of a funny sentence to say. Plus, I mean, you're not going to be interrupted in the Pentagon because, once again, it's one of the most secure buildings in all the planet, besides my tight caboose piss hole. That being said, 5 is going to go in pissing paradise. You're just going to be able to drink a gallon of water and let it flow out of you like grandma, and it's just going to be an absolute fun experience. Plus, depending on the time frame, you'd be able to have JFK. You'd be able to fill up a shot glass of urine for JFK while he's stroking your chest, saying, "Need some beans for the chowder here." Having the fucking time of your life. So 5 is an easy top tier, honestly. Ascension is going into top tier 2, actually above 5, because you can just become a sprinkler of urine, raining down dick death on every zombie or person in your vicinity with absolute yellow liquefied goo juice, just as a SpongeBob SquarePants turned into a liquidized cum shot of piss off of those lunar landings. You could be flying over the way. I feel like it'd probably be the closest thing we could get to into blasting off the orbit, taking a piss, trying to like fight the momentum of your piss coming out, into slamming it back down into your urethra due to the fact that all of that force is going on when you're blasting off like Team Rocket again after a Pikachu shits on their chest again. It would be fun to fly and piss is what I'm saying. So Ascension is easy going into pissing paradise. Let's fucking go. Call of the Dead. Once again, it's nice to piss in the cold, but this is frigid cold. And I feel like my penis would be like turning into a big clitoris, sliding back into my body like Thomas the Tank Engine going back into his tunnel at night. That fucking horrifying piece of shit train.
Take away from the fact that the defendant... am not crazy!
That being said, it's going to go into painful pissing as well, because actually no, I feel like your piss would actually form into icicles due to how cold it is on Call of the Dead. It would literally form a urethra blockage of ice, and you'd be pissing snow miser's flaccid ass right back outside of your urethra, so that would be a very painful time.
I'm Mr. White Christmas.
So I'm not really going to recommend anyone go piss inside B area or wherever this map takes place. That being said, Shangri-La is going above 3 at Eureka. Actually, it's going to go in the top tier above 5. Just because imagine pissing off the bridge on Shangri-La, looking over the waterfall, adding to the waterfall, while you're also becoming a waterfall. You can have like waterfall conversations with the waterfall as you're tinkling out of your taint factory. It's just going to be an absolute fucking beautiful thing to bear witness to, honestly. There's a lot of symbolism in that, probably, yeah, at least what I look like a psychologist. Either way, pissing in paradise is also, I mean, it's literally paradise, so you are pissing in paradise, so therefore, by default, it has to go in top tier. Pissing on the moon back down at Earth sounds really fucking fun. Taking a piss on the moon would also be a little bit weird, though, because, you know, no gravity, I feel good floating around, but watching your piss float around like little yellow snowflakes in the wintertime would be absolutely hilarious and awesome. I don't know if it should go to top tier or urine urethra. Eureka. I'm gonna put it at the top. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of pissing paradise because, I mean, watching your piss float around will be kind of entertaining, not gonna lie. I seen a video of an astronaut like try to brush his teeth and the toothpaste just floats around like a little cum shot child, and it's fucking hilarious. There's probably been a lot of cases where people piss their pants on a bus, and it's just not a very fun time overall for the driver that has to clean it up, and all the passengers that have to smell urine for the rest of the time. So that being said, transit is going to go into dick drips. Well, actually, it's a pretty open snap, but if we're talking about just about the transit bus, yeah, dick drip. I want to piss as fast as humanly possible to get out of bus depot because it looks like it was ran. It looks like it was ran by fucking Badger from Breaking Bad, high on methamphetamine 24/7. It is a decrepit crack shack. There's just no fun to be had at bus depot. Average flow to get it over with so you can get the fuck out of here. That being said, pissing on a farm sounds like a vibe. You know, you can hear the cows, the chickens, the cocks in your ass as you let the urine flow out of you like an Eminem verse. Feeling absolutely beautiful. I feel like it would be a steady, easy stream on the farm. And in a town, I feel like a town is the most average setting to take a piss in, so it's going to go in the middle of average flow. That being said, a town that has been nuked, though, with radiation attached to your bone, you might end up with 5 dicks by the time you're done pissing. Dick drips. Pissing off of a skyscraper is like almost comparable to the lunar landers, and actually I feel like these skyscrapers are actually a little bit higher up than the lunar landers go, but you still don't really feel like you're flying because you're still stationary in a building. That being said, right behind your reset urethra, Eureka, baby. Pissing in jail, I mean, there's literally 50 billion toilets that you're allowed to piss in, and it's kind of, if you really close your eyes and don't mind the shit and corpse smell of all the dead inmates, you could kind of pretend that you're in an IKEA pissing in all the display toilets, having the absolute time you're alive, like the big bad motherfucker you truly are. So that being said, Mob of the Dead is going to go right in front of 5, but not quite ahead of Shangri-La, because pissing in paradise is literally what Shangri-La was born to be, goddammit. Much like I think I was born to be an auctioneer with how fast I can talk if I hit that coffee bean in my asshole. Now, pissing in buried would be absolutely awesome because you would never have to worry about being interrupted again because you're quite literally just buried underground. Having the time of your life, you have the utmost privacy here. It would be really nice. It's a very secluded, closed off spot in the world. And it's almost as dry as my asshole. So that being said, it's going to go in a nice power piss above Kinder Toten.
What did he say?
Once again, Origins, it's snowing outside, but there's a lot of indoor facilities for you to get warm at, so maybe if you had a toilet or something in there, if you're brave enough to just piss your pants or diaper if you Joe Biden or Joe Swanson, could be having an interesting time. Dude, like, it would go in your urethral blockage due to being ice cold outside yet again, but those little areas do help. Plus, there's those wheelbarrows that are on fire and shit. Dick drips. I actually did play Outbreak, so I can kind of rank this map. It's just kind of a facility. There's probably toilets and shit. I feel like it's just a steady stream. It's a very meme I have to take a piss on. And I'm actually going to judge infection by pissing out like a McDonald's or a restaurant because it is the Burger Town map. And that's usually never fun because I'm always worried somebody's going to have to use the bathroom by the time I'm done taking a piss because it's like a 15 to 20 second ordeal. Obviously, like a time plus watching guys like, what the fuck is actually happening? I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. My dick starts going. Next thing you know, I'm getting a boner. And next thing you know, I'm having a difficult time because I don't know what's happening to me. That being said, it's going to go in painful pissing. I definitely do not think of Ronald McDonald eating my asshole.
Stop the
I
cap.
don't think I've played any of these maps. I think Descent is like a boat. Pissing underwater on a submarine before you explode like the Titan would be pretty awesome. Pretty average flow. And Carrier. I don't really know anything about Carrier, but it was painful. It was probably painful to play, so I'm going to put it in painful pissing. Shadows of Evil Giant Town, if you have that jazz music blasting over you, like it's an astral projecting noise that you cannot escape, jazzing pisses would be absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to go in the steady stream because you could be snapping and wiggling your fingers to the good tune while your flow is going. Maybe you could try to piss to the rhythm of those saxophones going, having a grandiose, absolute fucking gangbanging time with your urethra. Maybe you're sounding something up there. You fucking know it's for sure, man. The giant is going to go right behind her. He's actually, it is snowing, so it's going to go down into here actually because it's going to be a little bit colder. And if you're trying to piss on the teleporters, you're probably going to be a little bit cold. You might be just mailing yellow glaciers of ice piss. Going to right above Origins because there's a little bit more indoor building. There's a little bit. Dries and Dark is going to go right above Origins because there's a little bit more buildings and shit for you to hide your urethra in while you're trying to piss. So I feel like you're less likely to form icicles in your dick hole. So I think that's a very good, fair ranking for Dries and Dark. Plus, if you're brave enough, you can let the dragons breathe fire on your balls, and that might warm it up enough and thaw your cock if you do manage to look like Snow Miser's nose by the time you're done pissing. Zetsubo is pretty much just Shinonuma, but bigger. So I'm just going to put it right above Shinonuma. Garrod Krovi, listen, it's always those damn dragons. You might be having a perfectly normal piss, minding your own business, absolutely vibing. Maybe you're thinking about what you're gonna go do the next day. Maybe you're gonna have some more shots of vodka or gin or whatever. Boom, dragging on your balls, and now you gotta fucking try to dust off your balls. You gotta stop, drop, and roll your ball sack onto fucking ground. It's just not gonna have a good time. Painful pissing, especially if you get lit on fire. Now, pissing on Revelations would be weird because what if you just get eaten by the giant apothecary while you're just minding your beeswax trying to take a piss? What if you accidentally step on a launch pad and piss off yourself in the air taking a flying piss? That would be absolutely crazy. I don't really know where to rank your Revelations. That or Dr. Monty might just snap his fingers and delete your dick hole while you're trying to just let out the juice of victory flow of your mighty fine urethra. I think it's gonna go in dick trips because I'd just be too nervous to move with all of these shit that is constantly happening on that fucking map. It's like a rave for deaf and blind people on that map. Like, what the hell? I'd let Helen Keller dress me before I try to take a piss on that map.
You what?
Just gonna quickly put all of the Chronicles maps right behind their adjacent regular maps. Seeing a theme park is kind of fun, especially if you... I remember once I was in a bowling alley, and they had a really long urinal pissing, and I shut the lights off, I was like tweaking off, and I think I almost took a bite of the urinal cake. In fact, I might have if I remember it, because I was really fucking stupid as a kid. That being said, it's going to go in a steady stream, especially if there's like a laser tag going on. Like, that'd be fun, because you're just going to be... Actually, you're going to be power pissing to get back to whatever you're doing as fast as possible. I don't think sober I would have fun at a theme park, but I think if I got blasted enough, I would have the absolute fucking time of my life. A rave at the Redwoods is Eureka, because you're probably getting absolutely blasted if you're at a rave, and you're probably pissing, like, you're probably taking like 15 shots of vodka per minute, on the verge of dying of alcohol poisoning, like some sort of stepdad going through his 10th divorce of the week, so you're really gonna try your best not to shit out here. That being said, you're going to be constantly pissing, so I feel like this was a very good map to empty out that bladder too. I'm gonna skip Challenge Shuffle because that I feel like the Ninja Zombies would just kick me in the balls the second I go to piss, and it would just not be fun. But that being said, pissing at the beach is a based experience, especially if it's warm enough you can go in the water. You just piss in the ocean. It's absolutely fucking fine. You can kind of like become a part of the cycle of the ocean with your urine and kind of become one with the earth itself. It's a very nice, refreshing experience. That being said, the top of Eureka baby. Urethra blockage, because you're gonna spawn into beasts from beyond, and those fucking alien things, you're just gonna bash their skull against you like a Blastoise. The final haul, I don't really know where I want to put this map, honestly, because I kind of forget about it. I'll just put in dick trips. I mean, it kind of is their dick trips of zombies maps. It was pretty much Sledgehammer feeding us with little piss drops at the time anyway, so that's very valid. And I don't know enough about these other maps to rank them appropriately, because as we all know, this is an important, serious tier list that can only be ranked with the utmost dignity. So I'll just put them on bottom tier, because that game was low-key ass. On the Titanic would be an absolute vibe. You know those bathrooms gonna be decked out, the halls like Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh's deck during Christmas time, an absolute fun fucking... The Dark Magician's got a little red Santa hat on before giant knockers are falling out like underneath the mistletoe. A gladiatorial arena wouldn't really make a great place to go to the bathroom, and then if you gotta go number 2, number 3, and you gotta like speed jerk it, I don't really know if it's gonna be a good spot, honestly. It kind of feels like it'd be difficult to piss. You just have things that are trying to kill you all the time. That being said, it'd be a very funny thing to piss in the blood pools in the like bottom of the cellar there. Or in the crowd, if you're brave enough. Power pissing in the crowd is kind of funny. That being said, it's going to go at the top of power piss, because that would literally be a power move from the bladder. Now, Mob of the Dead is part of this. Like, there's still pretty much the entire jail. So, honestly, you can still cosplay as your IKEA display toilets. But since it's the worst map, I'm going to put it behind normal Mob. The first time me and my cousin tried to do the Easter egg, we got to the step where you have to put the numbers from the book into the thing, and somehow our first time ever, the numbers for the book where the same numbers as the golden spoon, which is like over 1 in 1,000 chance, and it soft locks the Easter egg and it happened to us, so we had to restart. Got my asshole blood that night. It was more like blood of the ass. Holy. Same thing for classified. Honestly, there's not too much to differentiate the two when it comes to pissing in the Pentagon. Now, Alistair Rhodes' house is pretty decked the fuck out, honestly. It's a pretty fancy spot. It's kind of like a stationary Titanic, if you think about it. Plus, now that I think about it, pissing on a cruise ship might be very hard because the bathroom might actually be dirty, although it wasn't the literal Titanic. And plus, there's the motion of the ocean. A couple times I've been on a boat whale watching, I almost fell overboard, and I fell over and like someone caught me on his lap because I'm a clumsy biscuit. Power piss. Pissing in the Temple of Apollo goes fucking hard, man. It's going at top tier. Alpha Omega is just, it's piss. It's literally the painful piss of the zombies map, so I'm just gonna put it in that tier. Now, Tower to Tone is an absolute beautiful map. It is Call of the Dead, but it takes place in the afternoon / the evening. I kind of can never tell which. But that sunset is absolutely beautiful, almost as beautiful and stunning as you guys watching. You absolute beautiful fucking studs. But honestly, I'm gonna have to put it in average flow because I feel like it's just kind of like pissing in beauty. Machine, just a facility. All these maps kind of just feel the same. You can go underground and get a nice flow. Firebase, so you could. I kind of want to piss in the Mimic's mouth because they really annoyed me when I was playing it. So that being said, it's gonna go in Power Piss. Outbreak was the most mid shit in all of zombies, and I'm so glad they're not bringing it back this year. Urethral blockage. Mounted Totem. It's nighttime, and you have a bunch of floating disciples trying to zapify your crack and cockhole simultaneously. I don't really know, but I feel like if you had a heavy enough flow, you could like piss in their eyes and they'd fall, and you could beat them with your erect wiener hole. So that would be kind of a fun thought. Honestly, I'm going to go at the top of Steady Stream. Forsaken, you got that one right. Now, that map's not too bad. Although it did introduce the Mega Abominations, which makes me wish that was a Mega Time aborted 10,000 years ago. Or the concept of oxygen was even formed by us. Dick trips. Darren Fung is just cold, fucking rigid, and once I said I'm a very shy pisser, and you constantly have fucking Gabriel Kraft dinner cum shot, man, trying to strike up a conversation with you, saying the same 4.5 fucking lines of dialogue over and over again because this game was crafted in 2 damn minutes. And all the demigods, I mean, maybe they'd be able to give me words of encouragement to try to help the stream flow heavier, but really all they'd be doing is making it more difficult for me to actually begin the process that is known as pissing. Painful pissing. Turkey baster dick farts is the worst experience of all time, bottom tier. You know, Numa Reborn, it's a little bit more interesting because there's the new airless, plus I can build Dawnwolf guaranteed 100%, and then piss lightning if I shot it into my balls. Archon is gonna go right in front of Terraria medicated dick ass there. I'd like to piss in the final raid boss Worm's mouth from Modern Warfare Zombies, so I'm gonna put it at the bottom of Power Piss as well. Now the two big boys, baby, Terminus and Liberty Falls. Now I feel like pissing on Terminus is actually quite a difficult Among Us task to complete because there's zombies in this game are like crack, and there are 15,000 manglers. You'd have to dodge, weave, bob, fuck Steve from Minecraft, and move around like you're having a seizure for the 50 billionth time that Minecraft day because there's so many damn projectiles to avoid. Much like Batman avoids paying his taxes, it's a very difficult thing to even process. And by the time your pants are zipped down, you're gonna be lying dead on the floor, spilling your bowels out because you're dead due to the mangler projectile shots. Painful pissing. And Liberty Falls is actually a pretty good map because it's just a town, a post-apocalypse. I feel like the bowling alley pisses like go hard. They want to remind me of my childhood. Average flow. And that being said, this is the tutorials for the best cops always have to piss on. Let me guys know in the comments what you think. Let me know what your favorite map to piss on will be in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Maybe like, comment, subscribe on the video. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out, gamers.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
When I say we're done.
Hello, you absolute beautiful people. I hope I'm having an amazing day today. And this video I'm going to do probably the most requested tier list I've got since this series has started. And that is which Call of Duty Zombies map is to stroke your scubber tentacles clarinet on. Which map is best to absolutely brutalize your brotato boner bread loaf.
Huh?
Which map is best to jerk off to. Which map is best to stroke it on, or which map is best to goon on. All of these are applicable titles for this tier list. So sit back, enjoy the video. Hope you have an absolutely amazing day, gamers. Now, without further ado, let's get our Freddy Fast cock out and ready to rank these tiers, baby. So at the very bottom of the boner spectrum, we got boner blockage. This map is pretty much so unbelievably ass to stroke your Wario wet noodle to that you're probably barely even going to be able to get a boner in the first place. It's a 100% boner blockage all the way to the food bank and back. You're going to be absolutely softer than pudding Grandpa used to eat.
My God!
First up, we got cock constipation. You know, your dick might get stuck, flaccid, or halfway out, you know, kind of like a turtle head sticking out of your butthole.
Monkey.
Cock constipation is not for a fun time, and it's always best if you can manage to get it up instead of it being a halfway through the process of erecting, much like the Statue of Liberty was before I butt-fucked it.
What?
Next, we got Satin Strokes. You know, this is like the map. This map is good enough and peaceful enough where you actually can't get a boner in, but it's very not good, and you're stroking your shaft and you're kind of crying out your eyes and penis at the same time, just not having a bad time. You're mentally malfunctioning, but you're dedicated to the cause of gooning and jerking it. So, as mid as this map is for doing the Goo Lagoon stick of victory, we try our best. We try our best. And
Goddamn right.
speaking of mid, we got mid masturbation. Up next, this map is just so mid that it's like adequate enough that you can finish on it, but you're not really going to be having a good time at all on it, honestly. You're just kind of gonna be wishing you're on a different map, maybe thinking about that big thick goth dummy mommy in your ass. What did he say? Pretty much the definition of dick depression on this map. But next you got the jolly jerk-off junctures. These maps are absolutely beautiful to jerk off on. You're having a good time. You got a smile on your face like Saint Nick singing All I Want for Christmas of You from that obtuse round caboose hole.
What the fuck?
Singing at you, he's telling you the ho 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 while he's delivering them to your house too, and you're jerking it off to Mrs. Claus's fat cookie cheekage. Next we got the Wonder Bar Wiener Whackage. These maps are absolutely almost creme de la crop. They're absolutely beautiful to do it on.
Hey, yep.
They're absolutely awesome to stroke that Saint Nick thick dick.
Fucking bitch!
Rareware software kangaroo boner on. Having the best time of your life on these maps. Absolutely wonderbar, as Richtofen would say. Next, you got the godlike gonorrheas. These maps are absolutely beautiful to stroke it on. You're gonna be having the time of your life. You're gonna be stroking it. You're gonna be practicing your DJ abilities on your own meat scepter, having the godlike time of these gonorrheas. Finish anytime you like here. It's pretty much like Freddy. These maps are pretty much the equivalent of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza quality for jerking your meat stick on. Absolutely beautiful. By the time you're done jerking off, you're gonna have Macho Man Randy Savage popping out of your wiener hole saying, "Eat me like a Slim Jim," and you're gonna be absolutely having a great time. And of course, finally at the very top, we got the Diddy grip, because we all know he had that insane grip. Unfortunately for him, and fortunately for everyone, he's just lost the grip he had on his career.
Wah, wah, wah.
None of these tiers are absolutely set in stone like my dick's grave after I beat it 22 times like R. Kelly.
What the fuck?
It's time to get to rank these beautiful maps. Now, Nocturne and Totem, over Nocturne and Totem quite a few times at this point now. It's
2,000 years later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of it, and they had to hire a new one.
Well, apparently the thought of jerking off on Nocturne and Totem doesn't make me very happy. That was not, oh my god, oh god. I need a reverse coffee edible right now. I need to fucking get it out of my system, holy shit. Nocturne and Totem, it's just not a very great map for this, honestly. It's a little bit chilly, there's a lot of open spaces, people are gonna be able to take a peek at your boner and they're not gonna really get comfortable enough at all. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what the fuck? I don't really think it's a great map for this, honestly. Like, if I was a man, if I was gonna absolutely masturbate my meat muffin all the way to the bank until it felt like a fire ant was on top of its tip, gripping it like Diddy's asshole, I wouldn't really want to do it on Nocturne and Totem, honestly.
You cocksucker! Sick of your attitude! You fucker! You fucking bitch!
There's just too many opportunities for people to interrupt you. It's a very small area, so you're gonna have like a locked door behind you just to have the peace of mind that nobody's gonna walk in on you when you're absolutely barraging your baguette boner stick. It's just not gonna be a good time.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now!
Cock constipation for Nocturne and Totem, honestly. Now, the weird thing about Baruch is you can probably kind of have a circle jerk with all the insane inmates in there, you know.
You can't get away with it!
I feel like you could probably get a straight jacket too if you're into bondage and stuff. They could probably help you out on this. So I feel Baruch is actually going to rank pretty high on this tier as compared to how it usually ranks on these lists, because I feel like the insane style, I feel like you could get some insane grip in that insane asylum. You know, plus you have a room all to yourself, essentially, unless it's for the scheduled times where they're gonna feed you, potentially fuck you, depending on how good your behavior has been, and what mental hospital you're at. I already know Bruce Wayne butt-fucked the Joker in one of these insane asylums, so let's not kid ourselves.
You what?
Pretty good jolly jerk-off juncture, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you could probably get some peace of mind and privacy in the Verrückt Insane Asylum. That is, unless they're practicing this circumcision 5000 on you, they're gonna make your dick look like Kirby's face by the end of it, you know? But if you've been a good boy, well, then you're able to have privacy. Now, Shino Numa, you're actually going to be able to use the water to lubricate if you already have been to the circumcision Santa Claus buttfuck machines, so that's pretty interesting as well. So
What the fuck?
they pretty much got flea lubricant and a pretty nice swampy atmosphere to make you think of Shrek's swamp ass deteriorating right in front of you like Joe Biden's Flesh and Blood. An absolutely beautiful map. If I do say it myself, I would honestly do this myself. I would take a trip to Shino Numa just to have the absolute goon of a lifetime. Wonderbar Wiener whackage for Shino Numa. Give it up the highest Shino Numa I'll probably ever like on any of my tiers, because like, I don't know, Shino Numa is just like the most mid map ever to me besides the high rounds. And that's so weird because it added so much to the series. Now, Dirt Recon with the Giant is pretty warm out. You know, it's not winter quite yet. You don't have Santa Claus's pre-com falling down the sky with a little bit of pubic hair. That's all snowflakes are. I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who didn't know that yet.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But you can literally teleport around and jerk off. Like, you could probably, if you're into Mewtwo and you just want to cosplay as Mewtwo teleporting around jerking off and you want to get that full authentic Mew or Mewtwo experience, these teleporters are going to be the ultimate way to experience that without any interruption. And if anyone's about to walk into one of the teleporters you're jerking off into, you could just teleport away from them. So I think this is actually going to be our first Diddy grip of the video, because if you are about to get interrupted, you can kind of flee the premises like OJ Simpson after he absolutely obliterated his wife into two separate fucking dimensions in Minecraft. Bitch went to the end and to the nether. God damn. Rest in peace to this absolute legend, but Pee-wee Herman is proof that movie theaters do absolutely not make a good place to beat your man meat to.
Well, no shit.
Blasting butt cheeks in the bathroom would be a more respectable place than absolutely just bringing out your magic skin food of the Wizard of Oz's boner into a movie theater. Can't be whipping out the magic bag asking a genie to grant all your wishes in the middle of the goddamn Minions movie. Boner blockage. I couldn't even get it up if I tried. Now, speaking of absolute privacy, the pinnacle, I feel like 5 is the best for all these heroes, because I feel like 5 always ranks the best on these heroes because it's actually just a really good fucking spot. It's just so secluded and private that you could pretty much just have an entire room dedicated to gooning and masturbating. You're pretty much never going to be interrupted again, you know?
No.
Unless the president's got an urgent thing that he needs to help you with, and maybe that thing he needs to help you with is you jerking off. You know, if JFK wants to help me beat my meat, you already know damn well he has 100% of my consent all the damn time, because that man is a living, well, I guess not really living, myth, legend, absolute badass 100. We love John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and I'll let him sit all over my face until he cured my cock constipation.
Excuse me.
This chocolate chip cookie hole staring back at my face like the endless void of Gojo's curse technique. Top of Diddy grip for now, baby.
Kyoshiki. Murasaki.
Now, Ascension, if you were alone, would be pretty cool, because you could just kind of like be jerking off over the place while you're flying. Again, once again, jerking off in the air at high altitudes must be a difficult, weird experience to handle. And I'm not sure what that would feel like, because I've never personally tried it quite yet in my life. You know, maybe one day I'll go to climb Mount Everest and absolutely brutalize my owner baseball bat like Babe Ruth, but I don't really know when that's gonna happen, honestly. But if you're not watching yourself, a space monkey might come whack you in the boner, scratch you, and get an infection with ape gonorrhea, with gorilla gonorrhea. So I don't really know if that's gonna be a good time and a half. I feel like it is honestly sad in strokes, because I mean, if a space monkey just comes and bites your boner, your balls kind of sink back into themselves, and your penis just kind of becomes an enlarged clitoris when it kind of inverts back into itself like a dingleberry sticking up in your butthole when you see someone coming when you're trying to take a shit at the local McDonald's. So it's just a very difficult Among Us task to complete when you're trying to get it up in the middle of a very freezing, frigid environment, colder than Jack Frost frosted boner. It's just not a very easy thing to do at all. I have an easier time believing OJ was innocent more than I have an easier time getting it up on this damn map. So honestly, it's going at the bottom of Boner Block. It's Hard Dead, one of my favorite maps ever. Absolutely beautiful. I love this map, but it has to go at the bottom because it's just not designed to jerk off. Now, that being said, imagine, okay, we said this for the pissing video and the shitting video, but jerking off right above that on that bridge, right above that beautiful sunset, you know, that sight alone would be absolutely beautiful to come on. Next thing you know, you have a shrieker coming in and screaming in your ear. If you're a little messed up and you like being deafened and blinded like that, you like the Helen Keller people, it makes you absolutely go insane, and you're just having the time of your life, you know, maybe if an napalm zombie can explode your dick and make you feel like that also uber ultra gonorrhea piss. But if the map is clear, okay, if there's nothing to stop you from jerking it, then I feel like the Shangri-La Bridge is one of the best spots to ever jerk off, and I feel like it's a godlike gonorrhea on that bridge, baby. As long as PewDiePie's not there to interrupt you with several slurs at once.
Damn, Daniel!
I don't know how you would, like, get it up on the moon. Is zero gravity affect, like, how much you can get it up? Like, I don't really know much about how anti-gravity works because I've never been fortunate enough to leave the planet like Marv the Martian on a methamphetamine trip going to Uranus when he destroys mine. So, honestly, I'm not sure I'll rank Moon. I mean, flowing off into space jerking off before you die would be kind of fun. I feel like I'll put it on mid-masturbation that because I'm unsure. Let me know in the comments where you would rank Moon because I actually don't have a damn idea. I want to jerk off right in front of Ted's stupid roboticized ass face while he looks in awe and kicks me off the bus right as I come, and a little bit of it gets in his eye, like a little bit of salt from my French fries sausage hole. Huh? Cove Juncture. Bus Depot. Listen, these maps do not make a good time to jerk off. Bus Depot, Boner Blockage. You're gonna have Betty White's third cousin looking at you and you're just trying to like stroke it through your jeans. Next thing you know, you're getting kicked off. Next thing you know, you're going to jail like Saul Goodman taking a shit on Hugh Babineau's ball sack, and you're just not having a good time. Bottom tier, get that shit bottom tier. Now, if you have your own secluded farm and you wake up and you just see that beautiful sunset and you're just jerking it right on the farm, I think that could be an absolute vibe and a half, I'm not gonna lie. I just like the thought of being on a farm, honestly. Like, that'd be so refreshing. Unplugged, a little far away. And if you were a lone farmer, you wouldn't really have to worry about much interruptions because I feel like most farms are a little bit out of the way. Plus, you'd have a lot of time to make sure if somebody's coming or not. So, well, you know, unless it's just you coming in the... I feel like farm is going to go in the Wonderbar Wiener Whackage. You could absolutely fornicate with your Scullion Fancy son fork fuck boner and have the time of your life. Town and Newtown are sad in strokes because, I mean, if you're in the middle of a busy town, you're going to be depressed because you're going to be like, man, I wish I had a little bit more privacy, and you're going to be wishing you were anywhere else. I feel like in Die Rise, they'll throw you off the building if they caught you jerking off. Now, Blob of the Dead is Boner Blockage because if you get caught jerking off in your cell and you share a cell, next thing you know, BBC Bubba's big bodacious butt crack is going to be hopping on your meat faster than Sandy Cheeks could say, holy shit, I'm a squirrel. It just wouldn't be that good of a time, honestly, unless you're into that. Maybe you could spit in it and make it slide it. Okay, that's enough of that. Buried is going at the top of Data Grip for now because once again, it's a secluded place buried underground. You pretty much have all the time in the world to finish. You could enjoy your time. You could walk around with a hard on. No one's going to be able to judge or see your 2-inch Punisher, at least if it's me anyway. And you're going to be able to just enjoy yourself. And if you're lucky, maybe Leroy's still down there and you feed him a bowl of candy, you give him some booze, he'll have his tongue buried deep within your prostate.
Excuse me, what?
Now, Origins is interesting because you kind of ride the tank around and jerk off. You have a mobility masturbation scooter, absolutely crushing it like Nikado Avocado before you lost the weight, out of the time of your life. You'd just be able to see so much. You could just have an absolutely beautiful time as your miracle mid-sized meat mobility boner is flailing in the wind in the ice-cold environment. And I feel like the tank is actually pretty warm. I feel like it'll kind of keep you warm on it as well. I think Origins will go in the mid-masturbation. Outbreak is also mid. I feel like the local McDonald's is not the best place to pop a boner. Unless you're a really, really brave gentleman. I'm unsure of where to put this one. I'll put it at cock constipation right behind Die Rise. Unless it's Mayor McCheese going to show me his buns, I don't want anyone to walk into the bathroom while I'm fornicating with my Big Mac. You understand me?
Nope.
You can go shit where I fart. And I don't really know these maps, so they're going bottom tier. Now, Shadows of Evil is a very interesting one because it's a very big tempo. Once again, you can kind of play a cock hero with the rhythm of the jazzy beats playing in the background every 5-10 minutes. I'm sure that that's just like a sound that the city plays by itself over time over speakers to ensure the citizens are still morally available mentally. Because that's a jolly good tune. If I was depressed about to pull a Kurt Cobain shells, I would love to hear those beautiful jazzy tunes from the speakers of Shadows of Evil. You know, make my butt crack grow with 2 sets of fingers and start wiggling them and snapping them together because that sound is just absolutely magnificent. An amazing musical masturbation map. It's gonna go in Godlike Gonorrhea just because the jazz tune. Plus, if you really want to, you could jerk off on the tram and get a whole good look at it. And if you're brave enough, maybe the Marg will help you out too. The Giant is going to go 2 things behind a reason because I feel like the cold environment will kind of get in the way for Butter Blackfish, but if you're teleporting enough and you're warm enough from the oven or whatever, you're going to be able to pretty much pull it off all the same. The Red Dog is interesting because you can kind of send yourself flying with the Wonder Spheres, and I wonder if you could like cause some auto asphyxiation if you're brave enough with that too. Maybe the higher altitudes faster will make you bust quicker. I don't really know. Either way, it'll be a very interesting process. Even if it didn't work out in the end, you like broke your neck or something, became Joe Swanson for the rest of your life, wandering around in a wheelchair like the Rocket League Octane. It would be pretty interesting as well. Now, Zetsubo Nishima is just bigger Shino Numa, but maybe you can hit that Thrash see if you're brave enough to help you jerk off. There's more swamp water and stuff, and maybe the spider webs could help you with their silky, smooth, sperm-like texture. It's gonna go directly above Shino Numa. Now, Garlic Clovey is interesting in this trailer because maybe if you are a shy jerk-off and you really want to get it done, but you're a little bit shy about it, maybe you do want to have an incentive to finish fast, like Lightning McQueen trying to win the Piston Cup and not losing to that green motherfucking stupid ass car that made me want to shit myself when I was a kid out of pure anger issues. Maybe, just maybe, that dragon will be your key to finishing fast. You know, like Sonic the Hedgehog, you're too slow, and if you don't nut in time, you're gonna get burned alive like you have gonorrhea all over your body, or you're crawling with fire ants that are absolutely finger blasting your fucking skin over and over again. That dragon is gonna be your ticket to some dry gussy, or at least a fast jerk-off speed. You don't get caught lacking by the dragon and burned alive like all those Yemen children. I'm gonna put it in mid-tier this time because I feel like that dragon might give you the motivation you need to finish fast. Dr. Monty could pretty much make you come in an infinite amount of times by just snapping his finger like Thanos taking a shit or whatever, so that's pretty interesting. I feel like it's gonna go in Godlike Gonorrhea because Dr. Monty could help you with his godlike abilities as well. Plus, you get the view scenery of all these zombies maps on it at once, which is pretty interesting as well. There's always a space, so unless you're Jeffrey Epstein or EDP, I don't really think it's a good place to do anything. I feel like wherever the redwoods could actually be pretty fun because you're probably just absolutely blasted. You could go wander off into like the woods and never be found again until Michael Myers milks your manhole all the way back to Brazil. It'd be pretty interesting, but I don't really think it would be the best part to do, the best map ever. But that being said, if you get so fucked up, you feel like Fred Flintstone crossed with Anne Frank's ashes that Snoop Dogg smoked in the blunt, I think it could be a pretty damn interesting location. Play through the fire and the flames on your dragon stick to Wonder Bar Wiener Whack. It's just behind the giant baby. Ninja zombies would absolutely break your boner in half mid-jerk-off, caught constipation, and it's never being fixed after they rip it in two. Attack of the Radio Factor thing is interesting because I wonder if that green liquid could be used as like Mike Wazowski's shit sperm lubricant for you. It might actually aid in your objective. You what? Of coming fast and not last. It might be a pretty damn interesting method to this madness. That it is on a beach, so you could, if you're about to get caught, you could kind of hide your dick in the sand like an ostrich hiding from prey. I think that might be a myth. I don't know if they actually do that or not. That being said, I'm going to put Attack of the Radioactive Bitch at the jolly jerk-off juncture right above Verruct, actually, because I feel like that Krogzilla lube would go absolutely ham. You what? Beast from Beyond, those things are gonna eat your boner. I already know the Panzer Mortar would just come alive and absolutely devour your dick hole in 0.1 seconds. Like it's a bag of Takis, cock flavored, and it wouldn't go over very well, honestly. It's gonna go in cock constipation as well, since your boner is gonna be gone in 0.1 seconds, and you're never gonna see it again, much like that in 1982 when you left for the pack of cigarettes and smokes. Bro despawned like a Minecraft mob without a name tag. I don't know any of these buns maps. They can go lick a cocks. The Titanic would be an interesting goon cave to have for sure, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you'd just be able to pretty much go anywhere you want in your room and just absolutely blast yourself until you can't take it anymore and absolutely fill. Maybe if you're brave enough, you come in the fruit punch that everybody's drinking. But I wouldn't recommend that, because if they catch you, they're gonna tie you down and eat your ass. Much like I eat 10 pills of Xanax a night to prevent my brain from farting out. That being said, I don't really know where to put Voyage of Despair. I'm gonna put it right behind, I'm gonna put it at Wonderbar Wiener Wackage because I feel like the Titanic would be an absolute beautiful location. But listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. How many times do we have to teach you this gooning lesson, old man? Gladiatorial arenas are not a good spot to piss, shit, jerk off, or bleed on.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Monkey.
It's probably a good location to die on. Maybe if you want to practice erotica asphyxiation here to die and get one last nut up before you pass away for these gladiators' ability to whack you out of reality, it'd be pretty fucking interesting. But personally, me, myself, and I would not really like that. I think
Stop the cap.
I'd rather take a shit in front of my dad and make him wipe my ass again before I absolutely attempt to goon on 9. So yeah, it's gonna go at boner blockage because I feel like you're gonna be too busy fighting for your life. But that is hell, so it's kind of a good map to jerk off to if you believe in sinning and all that stuff, because you're kind of already in hell, so you don't have to worry about going to hell. So it's actually going to go on the top of the tier just for the peace of mind gooning on this map will give you, honestly, because you don't have to worry about anything else other than just blasting your meat hole and having the time of your life like Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Classified right behind 5. Other than that, it's pretty much, once again, it's just a stationary Titanic they don't have to worry about moving around on, plus the and actually I'm gonna dock the Titanic tier because if you're mid-jerk and you fall over because the fucking ship sank or whatever, or you know, even if it didn't even completely sink and it just like bobbed a little bit and you fall over on your deck and it breaks, that's not a good time. So I'm actually going to move the Titanic down. I'm actually going to put far behind Shinonuma. I'm actually going to put Dead of the Night where I was going to put Voyage of Despair just behind Shinonuma. Now, Ancient Evil, man, Medusa snakes could really crawl up on you and help you out there. Plus, you know, the visionary of Medusa, she's turning us all into stone already. Catch my drift. Oh, Medusa could absolutely make a man out of me. I'd let her milk me more than the milkman ever could. Goddamn, fill up 10 gallons worth of glass bottles and nail it out to the neighborhood, baby. I'm ready to be milked alive. Turn me into a personal cow, Medusa. Goddamn. I want to roll snake eyes on that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, brother!
I think I'd rather blow up in real life than be on Alpha Mega Bottom. And on Titan, you have the beautiful sunset to look at as you're absolutely pleasuring yourself. And if you get a little bit too warm, you can just grab the snow, maybe put a little bit on your balls as lubricant as well. But you're probably more likely to shrivel up back into yourself like a snail when you put it in salt. So it's probably not the best idea. But if you're brave enough, I mean, hey, anything's possible if you have the will of Wario's whimsical man-ass cheeks. So you pretty much have.
Oh my god!
You have a lot of options. You could throw snowballs on your balls, you could zip line and jerk off, you could use the Tundra gun, you could OC on yourself. You have a very good amount of options on Dr. Toten. Jolly Juncture jerk off right above. Actually, no, we're gonna put it in Godlike Gonorrhea. I mean, D Machine is just. I mean, hey, maybe you could like rub against the split Megaton.
Excuse me, what?
Satin Strokes. It's just it's just not an interesting map, I guess. In Firebase Z, at least you could teleport. Maybe that would feel weird against your boner if you have it in the right position as you're teleporting too. And maybe you can pretend it's a. Maybe you could like convince a mimic it's another mimic in hiding, and he'll do some funky monkey stranger things to it. You know. I would let the Legion spit some purple grimace shake like substances all over my Waluigi wiener.
What the fuck?
Jolly jerk off junk. So that's the highest tier outbreak's ever gonna be in for me, God. Mouse is a robot. You can program him to do whatever you want. You know, up and down, up and down, up and down. Mounted Toten is going at Diddy tier, baby, because Klaus can be your own personal man milker. Let's go. I bet that Forsaken Ussy goes absolutely crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
What the fuck?
Plus, you know, you can teleport and zipline. And there's that Burger Town statue guy you can look at if you're into big chunky men like myself. So it's gonna go right behind Firebase Z. This is probably the highest Darren Fung is ever gonna go on any tier list. Made by someone with no brain, that is, because there's all those gods that talk to you, and the energy mind one is kind of a baddie, if I remember right. So she could be dirty talking to you while you're teleporting around, or maybe if you're into big mall Santa Claus looking men, you can have Gabriel Kraft Dinnerman talk dirty to you as well. You have options for people to be whispering into your ear, like Mike Tyson about to bite it up before Jake Paul obliterated him for being an old elderly man. Wonderbar wiener whackage, honestly, in front of Raven the Redwoods. Turkey Meister Dick Meat is probably going to go in bottom tier as well. Fuck these Vanguard maps. I'd rather play with my dad's boner than absolutely play these maps ever again. Terminus is a big map, and I feel like that under the ship there, when you have to get the nodes for the Easter egg, when it locks down, would be an absolute awesome Gooner cave. godlike goonery right above Shanker 1. Liberty Falls is just kind of a town, and you know, if you get caught with a boner in Liberty Lanes, you're going to jail for at least 10 to 20 like you deserve to, sicko. Stat and strokes for Liberty Falls, although despite being like on the map. That's just my complete heroes of the best COD Zombies maps to jerk off to. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know which map you would absolutely love to go on in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for requesting this video. This one was for the people. This one was for all of you gamer gooners that suggested. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay zombie slaying, boys. And I'll be able to catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, gamers. Love you all. Have a good one, gamers.
Hey, yo!
Plug. I don't know if I should put him above or below Dempsey, but I'm putting him below Dempsey. I mean, I didn't see Dempsey trying too hard to get Richtofen in a sub, gripping that so-called handle of his on Call of the Dead. So you know what? Yeah, he does get to go above Diego. Hello, beautiful people, you absolute Freaky Friday, Fred Flintstone fentanyl consumers. Hope you guys are having an absolute amazing day, and welcome to another Cursed Heroes video for Call of Duty Zombies. Every day's been going absolutely swell so far. Hope Freaktofen has been freaking your freak hole. In this video, we're going to be deciding which Call of Duty Zombies characters are the freakiest, the nastiest. Now, if you don't know what being a certified freak is, you know, when somebody matches your freak, they're down to eat your butthole and wash it down with a bucket of your piss and or sperm, depending on how they're feeling that fentanyl Freaky Fridays. So it kind of depends on what their preference is, you know. Freak, you could probably take Johnny Sins giving you dome for at least 36 hours straight while you grind Liberty Falls to around 999 like an absolute giga chat. So now that we set the ground rules for what a certified freakaholic, perkaholic freakazoid is, let us go through these tiers again, gamers. Now we have the mundane musk. You know, these characters are so uncertified freaks that they have a musk and aura around them, like Lucario from Pokemon, that just says how mundane and how much of a freak they are, not how bland and boring they are, like white bread previously chewed on by a pack mule and farted out inside of a Walmart's cum hole.
What? Huh?
Just boring, bland decisions. No freaks are happening. No freak-offs are happening with these characters. Like, you have unfreakily underwhelming, and they're just certified lack of freakness is so damn underwhelming that it kind of makes you feel disappointed and bland, like your dick just got bitten off by a brown grizzly bear at the same time. Just not a very good thing at all, honestly. Like, you'd rather have Mike Tyson bite your dick off instead of your ear than have these characters around, because they're so unfortunately unfreaky to the point where it's just boring. And like the drug test I failed where I had to piss in a cup. They found the Fent boys. They found the Fent. No. Wait. You see how standardly strange, you know, these characters are not exactly unfreaky, but they're not exactly freak either. Holy shit, look at the roast man picture. He's looking at me like, what the hell are you cooking, boy? What are you cooking, boy, right man? Oh my god, that's horrifying, dude. He's judging me. I feel like he has a conscience down there. Holy fuck. But yeah, these characters, they're not too crazy, but they're just somewhat strange. They get a pass. Next, you got the Freakalicious Freaks tier. You know, these are absolute freak characters. They're not willing to eat asshole that has previously used the bathroom within an hour. Hey, yep. But they're definitely gonna be down to give you a handy at the third Sonic movies premiere.
What did he say?
Which is pretty awesome, you know. So they're a little freaky, but they're not the freaks that keep you up at night. But next you have Freaktofen Friday, because everybody knows that Richtofen is an absolute certified freak. He's such a freaky fucking deaky, leaky, preaky, cheeky man. I would let Richtofen pick all the moles off my body and feed them to me like raisins. An absolutely beautiful king, that's for sure. I'd let him eat my ass and wash it down with Plankton's eyeball fluid. Absolutely beautiful.
Correct!
And next you got the top of the food chain, the top of the freak charts. Absolute certified freak. The freakometer goes no higher than this. You have Freak Off Fanatic, just like our good friend Diddy Kong. You know, the absolute freak off enjoyer, certified freak. Their asshole does in fact leak. And they are definitely down to give you a straight peek, so that's pretty damn awesome, boys. So without further ado, the tiers are set in stone. Much like death in our fate as soon as we're born. And now let us get to these rankings, boys. So next we have Mall Santa Claus, Method Man, Mermaid, MILF, Butthole Fucker 3000, whatever this character is, Detroit Santa Claus, Dollar Store Santa Claus, Fentanyl Freak Off Claus. I don't know what this guy's name is, but he does not. Listen, as a certified freak, I can like feel the aura of them, like how mediums can feel the ghost of Joe Biden's ancestors in every single fucking room they're in. And I can sense that this guy does not have any freakish aura to him whatsoever. This guy can go lick peanuts of the Planters variety, not of the Richtofen variety.
Now, you can't spell nutrition without nut.
I'm gonna put him in underwhelming. Unfreakily underwhelming. I don't think he's quite at the bottom, but I don't think he's as much of a freak. But Bruno, listen, you already know damn well occult Bruno, dark Bruno, whatever, when the vagina opens out of his forehead like a gateway from Kingdom Hearts. I don't know what it's called, but when Bruno's like evil version comes out, you already know damn well that's a certified freak. Plus, he's really buff, so I feel like he could rip you in half like fucking Homelander with that butthole, so that's absolutely beautiful too. I would say Bruno's pretty freakalicious. I don't know much about Fidel Castro, honestly, except their meeting got rudely interrupted by zombies during the Pentagon and Black Ops zone, which is very unfortunate. And he has some kind of funny quotes. I'll put him in standardly strange. He was a freak for ice cream, that's for sure. He probably used ice cream as lube to get that caught cold like Jack Frost was giving him a rimmer under the counter at McDonald's. Next you have Jackie Vincent, and Jackie Vincent's kind of too bitter to be freaky. He's kind of a bitter bitch hole. Like, I feel like bro doesn't even jerk off. I feel like he does nofap for 365 days out of the year, and his balls are about to burst like a water balloon filled to the brim of absolute weight. Like, I feel like bro is so unfreaky, he doesn't even know what this term is. He probably doesn't even think 2 girls, 1 cup is sexy.
You what?
That's how uncertified of a freak this man is. Monday, must get him out of here. Now, Premise Dempsey, I feel like could be a little freaky. You know, he's a Marine, he's probably seen some shit. He's probably a little desensitized on the stuff he's seen at the war and all that bunalicious bullshittery. So I feel like he's a little freaky in the on the down low because he needs to get rid of that energy and those bad vibes and memories and remove a little bit of that core trauma from his asshole and become the ultra freak Tron of the Transformers COD Zombies universe. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like I'm gonna put him in standardly strange above Fidel, but you already know damn well Mr. Dempsey is a freak Toffen Friday. He's always talking about how he wants Rick Toffen to be gone and replace that his Pokemon power with a hot big titty double D MILF alert that would absolutely Hershey squirt all over his face like Scuba shooting ink at him from her asshole. Absolutely beautiful. You already know damn old Tank Dempsey is a certified fucking freak, more like Freak Dempsey, if you catch my drift. My man is absolutely beautiful. An absolute stud muffin, an absolutely beautiful freak fucking man.
Bruh.
Fully believe Dempsey is a freak. And I also feel like Diego is a freak as well. He's got that charm, that charisma, that riz, and I feel like he's definitely a little freaky as well. He's always trying to get Scarlet to bend over so he could like sniff her crack hole as a little bit of dust farts fly out of her coochie cooter hole. So I also feel like this man is just an absolute freak.
You are done.
I don't know if I should put him above or below Dempsey, but I'm going to put him below Dempsey. I mean, I didn't see Dempsey trying too hard to get Richtofen to sub gripping that so-called handle of his on Call of the Dead. So you know what? Yeah, he does get to go above Diego. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind Diego going above him if you catch my drift. This is Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger in the horror sense is pretty freaky. But I feel like he has dementia by now, so maybe he is just a certified fucking freak. Every time he eats ads, it's like he's eating a Hershey's Kiss bar for the first time in his life again. He just enjoys it like an endless endeavor of ice cream eating of the frosting hole. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put him in the middle of Dempsey and Fidel because I don't know too much about it. But Floyd might be the most underwhelming character of all time in terms of freakiness. Not only is he the most boring, lame, stupid, forgettable, stupid, cocksucking, lame, unrememberable, unlikable, shit, stupid, dunce, dense, doofus, simple, beam struck and shit for brains, cum struck and cum coma brain fart fucker.
God motherfucking damn!
But he just doesn't seem that freaky to me. Bro has no aura, bro has no vibes. My man has no energy, charisma, riz, charm, or influence on any of my Call of Duty Zombies games or history. This guy can die in a hole like Yamcha. He is certified unfreak and he might be at the total fucking bottom of this tier list. I bet he doesn't even get bottom or top. I bet he fucking puts a new hat on every day and that's his limit of freakiness expressed. That man is so unfreaky that he wouldn't even let Freddy Fazbear put his top hat on him and stuff him with his own suit.
Hey, yep.
I don't think Floyd's even. This guy kind of looks like Dr. House from House MD to me for some reason.
Huh?
Kind of gives me the same vibe. And he's a cowboy. I don't feel like cowboys are dirty dustpan cum shots of human beings back in the day. So I feel like this guy's already Gideon Buttfuck Jones, Indiana Jones with no hose, whatever this guy's name is. I kind of forget entirely, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like as a cowboy, he's probably at least decently freaky. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of standardly strange. Actually, I'm gonna put him up right behind Dempsey. I don't really know much about this character. Joe Biden is a certified freak. You already know Joe Biden would absolutely hit it from the back, drive you wild like a monster truck rushing over a fucking stack of cars or a Jenga tower like the twins. Like, absolutely beautiful. I already know damn well Joe Biden's a certified freak. I'm gonna put him right in front of Bruno. Now, Jessica Rose is an adult dancer worker. I feel like you kind of got to be a little bit freaky to deal with that stuff or desperate, one of the two. But she literally cut a man's balls off in the Shadows of Evil intro cutscenes. So you're going to be a demented, sick, weird son of a bitch to end up doing something like that. I'm going to put her at the top of Freak Off Fanatic because she scares me. And she does, in fact, look a little bit like Michael Jackson. Except she's not dangling off no balcony with a kid. So at least she's not doing that. Hey, that's pretty good. Fucking haunting character right there. Holy shit, that's how you do horror, everybody. JFK is going on the top list. You already know damn was JFK was a certified freak with the status, charisma, charm, risk, personality, and absolutely motorboating abilities. This man was clearing ass crack and devouring it like queso eats Wendy's spicy McChickens, like an absolute beautiful saint, an absolute alcoholic of ass eating going on over here. That man would cause the death of 3 people's assholes and then not go to the funeral because he'd be too busy destroying more anuses. Like it's a fucking Dragon Ball Z planet during Majin Buu's arc. Like, holy shit. Just the absolute dump truck, the leader, the absolute freak. My man is the freak off fanatic. He's the absolute most lit shit of all time. I would let JFK destroy my dildo hole and force feed me his raisins.
So can I start therapy now, or should I wait for the nightmares to set in?
While we listen to Family Guy funny moments compilations on YouTube, and he shows me his Peter Griffin impression. I don't really know much about this character. I think her name is like Meg Griffin, Miss Muffin Man. I kind of don't know this character's name, but she looks like she could be a little bit freak on the album. I'm pretty sure she's a fortune teller. So if you're getting yourself read by her, and she thought you're a hot, she would go, "Oh, I sense my big pussy in your face by the end of this evening." And next thing you know, she's sitting on your face like it's Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse chair that's sentient. Like, god damn, I'll put her right behind Castro. Sal is, I feel like he's not too freaky. He's kind of like the straight man of the entire cast. I don't think he's too crazy. I'm literally gonna put him in mid. Bailey, however, he's freaky as hell. My man is always so pissed off. He wants to bludgeon everyone to death with his blunt object boner, going out really hard. Like he got the new mace in Minecraft, and he's falling off high cliffs and beating you with his meat, going absolutely hog wild on your shit with his scepter of love, going absolutely crazy. Like Squidward tentacles on the clarinet with his dick. It's just an absolute haunting creature. This man is so freaky that he makes Rick Toffin look like a vanilla bitch. But you already know he's in jail, and you already know BBC Bubba runs away from this guy, you know? Like, this guy is the Minecraft warden, and BBC Bubba is the Minecraft pig. There's just no chance in hell. Billy is going right behind JFK. He's very creative, and I feel like being creative goes a little bit with being freaky as well, because you can kind of bring that creativity into the bedroom. It can be a little bit of freakalicious, extra alidocious on that pussy, and absolutely deliver some delicious back shots and being freaky deaky with a little bit of leaky from your pre-cum tipped boner, being absolutely beautiful. So I feel like Weasel is an absolutely diabolical freakazoid of a character in Call of Duty Zombies. I feel like this man will go absolutely hard on anyone that he wants to, but in a good way.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh shit, wait, why is Takio there? Why did I do Takio, you need to fucking leave. Now, Finn is taking a shit in the cutscene, and he's able to shit while somebody talks to him. I can't do that. Above Joe Biden, honestly. Now, Nero, once again, it kind of goes off the Weasel logic. He's a magician. He likes magic tricks. He probably wants to make that black cherry disappear and stick it in your ear, and then maybe what you hear it when he puts it in your ear and goes absolutely atrociously animalistic on that ass and makes you turn into a fucking buffet. My man would pull beads out of your asshole indefinitely while he does a magic trick with cards on that pussy with his tongue going absolutely beautiful. He's a jack of all trades.
Why?
Behold, my man Nero is a certified badass freakaholic enjoyer, and he's fucking... You gotta go at the top of Freak Coffin Friday, baby. Now, Ultimate Nikolai doesn't give me too much freak aura. You know, like he's kind of a vanilla character. I feel like he's too serious to be all of that caught and up on that freak bullshit, you know? I think he's too much of a straight man, especially with the entire stake of the universe. Like, especially since in Black Ops 4, the entire universe is at stake, and it's kind of his job to fix everything and make sure everything doesn't blow up like my asshole in the McDonald's bathroom, praying that Mary McCheese doesn't come fill me up with his Big Mac sauce again. It's absolutely beautiful. Sometimes when I shit, I think I have a Big Mac in my ass. Somebody help me. Nikolai is going to actually go right above Mall Santa Claus and Meth Man, because as much as I love Optimus Nikolai or Primus Nikolai, I don't think he's that freaky. But Optimus Nikolai is actually going to go right above Dempsey, because I feel like Nikolai is also just a freaky man, but he also has the added fucking like buff of being an absolute alcoholic drunk out of his mind. So I feel like that's just a giant benefit on his side. Pro probably feels like a stack of Tootsie Rolls on top of each other and it's like a 64, like the max Minecraft limit. And he probably doesn't even know where he is 80% of the time, but if he's having a good time, hey, he's having a good time. And honestly, I feel like he's just a certified freak man. I don't know if I want to put Nero on top of him. I'm gonna put Nikolai at the top of Freak Off on Friday. I thought it was like an order for a second, but then we got, you know, yeah, I don't think Nixon was part of Ultimates last time I checked. Hey guys, remember when Richtofen, JFK, Dempsey, and fucking Nixon blew up the Earth on Moon? Yeah, that me too. Nixon's just kind of a prude. He's a prude, and he's a little bit of a prick, but no dick. I don't really feel like Nixon is that much of a freak. I'm gonna put him right behind Floyd, honestly, right in front of Floyd, rather, honestly. I just don't get much freak energy from this guy. I get more freak energy from Grandpa's tombstone than I do Richard Nixon, so unfortunately for this goofy goober dickhead with no bread, he's gonna go at the bottom. Sorry, Nixon. Better luck next time. Get your dicks on. Now, we already know both Richtophens are going at the top tier. I mean, the whole tier was named after Richtofen. We already know Ultimus Richtofen is a little bit freakier, but I mean, come on. So Primus Richtofen, right? He's freaky. He likes gobblegums. He just really enjoys gobblegum in his mouth at all time. He likes that freakaholic being inserted into his poop chute, like a cranberry juice enema, going absolutely crazy. He enjoys it very much. And you already know he doesn't care what staff he's getting as long as it's going in his mouth. And Ultimus Richtofen, hey, he loves to shoot that thunder gun out of his butthole and blast it in someone else's face, give them pink eye, and have them eat his ass again like it's the first ever cake they've eaten by Gordon Ramsay for the first time. Absolutely beautiful. He's like got a whole Dairy Queen worth of ice cream up in that ass, and he's ready to share with anyone that is freaking enough to handle his Freaktofen Freakazoid levels of bullshit, okay? He is willing to go absolutely ultra instinct, ultra pink stink on you because Richtofen is a certified throat goat freak, and he's probably the freakiest Call of Duty Zombies character of all time that we have right now, but maybe one day somebody will end up surpassing him. But just like Goku, I barely think I don't think that's going to happen, and I feel like even if it does happen, there's going to be some random asshole that he quite literally pulls out of his ass like an endless stack of anal beads, and he's just gonna make himself higher and higher on that freak chart no matter what happens. I just fisted my mic. Ricker, all I know Michael Ricker for is the blue guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, but he seems a little freaky to me, so I'm gonna put him in the middle, honestly. I mean, Sarah, Helen, Michelle, Geller, Moon, Meller, you know, she's pretty freaky. She hunts vampires, and I bet she lets Count Dracula suck her all the time in the right places. You know, I bet every time he bites that neck trying to get a feast on, it's actually making her get her thirst on if you catch what I'm spraying out of my shithole. So, honestly, I feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to go right above Ultimus Dempsey. I feel like she's a little bit certified freak on the down low, but you know who's not certified freak? Scarlet. Scarlet is too much of a damn... She's just too much of a prude, you know. She's looking for her dad. She's not really thinking about being freaky unless maybe she wants to get freaky with her dad, but I don't think any of the Chaos Match take place in Alabama.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way.
Or at P. Diddy's house, so I don't think anything like that is going on, fortunately for us.
You are done.
So, yeah. I'm just gonna put her right behind, in front of Mall Santa Claus, make a Meth Man, Marty McFly's buttfuck son over here, because I don't really care much about her. Why does he look like that? Why does Ronald McNamara, Macadamia, Nut, Big Butt, Pussy Pounder look like that? Why does he look like he's watching me take a shit and kind of enjoying it, but doesn't want me to know that fact, but I've obviously caught on to it a little bit earlier than he wanted me to? What the hell? Why is he looking at me like that? I do not like the judgmental but goofy fucking look on that guy's face. You're not goofy at all. You're going behind Floyd. You suck shit. Stanton Shaw can make elixirs. He could literally make an elixir that gives your dick the giraffe neck treatment, and it's long, and you can eat apples from a tree with it. Going absolutely beautiful. He's going right in front of Jessica Rose. I don't know, Stanton Shaw is fucking freaky on the down low all the damn time. He would make a potion that transported him into the middle of a glory hole, but he is the hole, so he can feel every piece of meat that gets stuck between there like a Subway sandwich being made for you. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely, that's why I'm putting him above Jessica. Takio is probably the least freaky character in Call of Duty Zombies because he's so serious. He's always about the honor of the Emperor, the honor of his nuts hanging low like a mistletoe ready to be consumed by anyone. So I feel like he has to go up. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I just don't like when I play as Takio. I never feel like he's freaky deaky or anything. I get no freaky vibes with him. But you know who do get massive, unbelievably strong aura of freaky from? Danny Trejo. He's gonna go at the top of Freakalicious. I just get a good freak vibe from this guy, and I feel like if you wanted to, he could absolutely give you the mule kick with his dick if you're going absolutely beautiful, you know, like the Call of Duty Zombies perk.
He said it! He said it!
Misty is freaky. She's going in front of Jessica. I feel like, come on, you already know she sits on Marlton's face and lets him spit on her, and she probably spits on him, you know, going absolutely beautiful on the bed sheets. And you already know those bed sheets are filled to the brim with pre and also post, if you catch my drift with what that means. So yeah, she easily gets to go and freak off Fnatic because she is just an absolute freaky. She doesn't give two shits. You could probably like bleed from your nipples and she'd look it up and look at you directly while she's doing it. Which brings us to Marlton, which is good because they're definitely, you know, doing some Dempsey dirty-licious shit on the down low. You know, she's definitely fucking his rest man booty hole from. But I honestly think she's the freak and he's just kind of pretends to be an internet because he likes her. I do not get any freaky aura off this guy. He's actually going to go right in front of Takio. I would drag my balls through a mile of broken glass and then let birds pick away at it like a pile of birdseed just to punch Marlton Johnson in the face. Next we have Rustman, who's actually a beautiful certified freak. He has dementia, so no demo. Every time he wants to be freaky, he can do it again for the first time, and he always gets a brand new memory every single time. Like, he could be freaking for the 100th time that day, and for him, it'd be the first time doing it ever. So every day is a brand new experience with this guy, so you're always going to get that enjoyment and that satisfaction of knowing that he's having a good time as well, which is also helpful. Like, you already know damn well he's going to be having fun. He's gonna be like Diddy on Baby Oil Christmas. He's gonna be up on those booty cheeks, sliding in, sliding away, sliding to the left side of the light, doing the cha-cha slide on your inside, going absolutely fucking crazy with this goofy grin. He's going behind JFK, damn it. Rustman has a survive freak, and I know it. I mean, Stormzer is actually going to go right behind Rustman as well because he ate zombie flesh, and if he was willing to eat zombie flesh, you're gonna know well he's going to be absolutely ready on standby to devour that Dogsdale Dummadome dump truck alicious butt crack a Walmart hole. Absolutely beautiful. He's gonna show you his baby carrot and spread his Caesar salad all over you. So yeah, I feel like I get big freaky. There's a lot of high tier characters, but there's just so many potentially freaky characters in Call of Duty Zombies. I feel like I just never there's just something about these characters that make me feel like, yeah, they're fucking freaky, they're deranged, and they would shove a bar of soap in your ass if given the opportunity to, and then eat it directly afterwards because they want that as clean as possible. They are the Mr. Clean of booty devourment.
What?
Got looks like a fucking Florida crackhead janitor that Treyarch designed. Oh wait, no, that's Ultimate's Takio, sorry. Holy shit, a crackhead on the tiers. No, that's Takio. He's gonna go right behind other Takio. Well, actually, no, Ultimate's Takio is a little bit weirder than Primus Takio. He's a bit more, say, a little bit more geefy. I'm gonna put him right in front of Sarah Michelle Gellar because Ultimate's Takio is definitely buck wild in the sheets here. Like, I feel like Ultimate's Takio is deserving of some free credit, and I'm pretty sure that Spider on Zetsubo showed him all 9 of his Spider Leaks if you catch my drift, so that's unfortunate for Takio. But hey, if he was into the Spider-Verse, maybe he was quite into the Spider being into his Anus-verse.
Boo! You stink!
You know what I'm talking about? The absolute colon hole destruction of Takio Masaki. Rip Bozo's butthole. That spider violated him. Like, Diddy violated the law. Giggity giggity god, motherfucking damn!
Oh, you stink!
Just Call of Duty Zombies characters in the world by my personal stupid judgment. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe on the video if you did enjoy the video. I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching, and the love and support on the channel has been crazy lately, so I just want to thank you guys so much for the love and support on the channel lately. You guys are absolute legends. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, gamers, and remember, let Freaktoffen fill you up.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Boo! You
These allegations.
Hello, you beautiful booty blasters. In this video, I'm going to be ranking every Call of Duty Zombies map based off which zombies map are the absolute best to get white girl bootylicious wasted on, you know. Given that it is Friday, and I believe I'm actually going to get a little tipsy later on in the day myself, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day.
Julian!
40 Friday, some might call it. And if you plan on getting wasted tonight, I hope you drink some water before you go to bed. Make sure to eat some bread, because that also helps with the absolute abhorrent and annihilating hangover that awaits you the next day. Every time I wake up, I feel like Helen Keller's ashes mixed with Anne Frank instead of Snoop Dogg's asshole. And I just never feel fucking good in the morning. Okay, I feel like I wish I was aborted just because of how hungover I always tend to feel the next day. Hangovers affect me so damn bad that I always just want to shit blood the next day. That being said, let us go over these tiers. We have Alcoholics Anonymous. This map is so unbelievably bad for drinking on that you might as well just told us in an AA meeting there, because there is no damn point on drinking on these maps. Drinking while sitting on your dad's boner would be a more enjoyable experience.
What did you say?
Than drinking on any of these maps in this list, in this tier. Next you have Sober Skunk Shits. These maps are so unbelievably after drink on that you might as well stay sober. And it's so damn bad and stinky stanky to get drunk on these maps, so you better be shitting blood by the time the night's over, because you're going to need to get absolutely blasted on this map to have any sort of fun. And next we got the lame Liquor Lands. These are abhorrent maps to get drunk on. No fun is to be had here. Getting drunk with Larry the Lobster's claws inside of your colon hole while he reads you the Holy Bible in Portuguese and reads the entire Hunger Games series with his cock on your skin like Braille would be absolutely abhorrent. So yeah, these maps are not very good either. But next, you have the mid-moonshine maps, you know. If you bring a bucket of moonshine on these maps, you might as well. You might be in for a good time. They're just mid-maps, you know. It's like drinking in a house that has no power in it. Like, sure, you're probably gonna have fun when you converse, but you might get a little drunk and bored. You might end up fisting the homies. Next, we got the Diddy Daiquiri destinations. These maps are pretty good for a nice old Diddy freak-off party with a nice lot of alcohol, and you're probably gonna have a good time here, although there is much to be desired, you know, much like there was in Diddy's scenario. Next, we have the beautiful Budweiser Bud Blast. These maps are so damn fun that you're going to be absolutely wasted on these maps. You're gonna have so much beer shits in the morning after getting drunk on these maps that you're gonna think you're the Terminus turret trap with how powerful your ass is. You're just gonna be sucking in hose and farting out brown bullet bitches at the speeds like a damn torpedo off the Titanic. You're just gonna be absolutely blasting booty back shots out of your rectum.
What?
Next, you got White Girl Wasted. This is pretty explanatory, but I mean, being white girl wasted is so absolutely fun. That's probably what I'm going to be later tonight, if I'm being honest, because I'm just going to go and absolutely blast it out of reality.
I could have my Gucci on.
I'm gonna feel like a megalodon is giving me a mouth rim job with all of its teeth attached to my asshole, and I'm just going to be having a time of my life. Next, we got our top echelon of the tiers, baby. We got the best tiers ever presented. We got Alcoholic AO Asshole Annihilation.
I could have my Gucci on.
If you rank on this map, there is no better map to get drunk on. These are the creme de la crop maps that you need to get absolutely blasted on. If it was up to me to bring us a 36 pack with the boys, it would definitely be on the maps here. You'd have a nice fucking time. I'm not a beer man myself. I prefer vodka gin or just vodka coolers, or vodka sodas, but you know what? On these maps, I would definitely make an exception and grab a 36 pack of Budweiser or some shit. Plug. Some PBR if we really want to get frisky. Without further ado, let's get to these beautiful rankings. Now, Nocturne told me it is nice out.
Stop the cap.
And you know, when you drink, you tend to feel a little bit warmer, and I feel like the nice breeze coming off the butthole of the bunker is bitch. Working pretty nice against your skin and my flabby butt cheeks in the wind. Homer Simpson's belly button, you know, my fat ass cheeks will be jiggling in the wind, bouncing around like a bouncy castle. So I feel like the cold aeronaut would be kind of fun, although there is no power on this map. So I feel like you'd get a little bit bored, you know, you'd have to bring a lot of speakers and shit to blast ruins and if all of your electronics to this location died, you'd just be kind of fucked. People, just like the residents of the islands were, that Christopher Columbus fucking landed his boat on, goddamn. I don't see Noct going extremely high, but I feel like there are worse maps to get drunk on. I feel like getting blasted in an old bunker kind of gives you some insane vibes too. I'm gonna put it on mid-moonshine maps. I feel like it would be fun here, but you'd probably get bored and want to leave after like a couple hours because once you're on our power, you're doomed. Now, I don't know about you guys, but getting drunk in an insane asylum sounds both fun but horrifying, you know? Especially if you're the only one drinking here and like you're just talking and like you're probably gonna be you're gonna be like blackout drunk, barely being able to walk or fart or blink out of your colon, and next thing you know, you're gonna be talking more sense than anyone on this asylum. Like, it's gonna be a crazy ass experience nonetheless, you know. Like, I don't think anyone would be ready to have a conversation with my ass drunk. Especially if you got the inmates there absolutely blasted. Like, that would be crazy. Imagine if the Joker snuck like 10 gallons of vodka into the fucking Arkham Asylum water supply and everyone just got blasted. And like Batman with a big booty bitch on his butt. That would be absolutely crazy. I feel like I'm gonna put Verrucht in the Diddy Daiquiri destination just because I feel like getting drunk with the inmates would go absolutely hard. Much like my dad on me with his boner. Next thing you know, you got...
What did he say?
Shino Numa, baby. The best map. At being mid, that is. I feel like being drunk on Shino Numa would actually be quite a good enjoyable time because you would have all of that water to cool yourself off with if you get too drunk. You know, like sometimes I feel like being in the water when you're drunk is absolutely beautiful, especially if it's like cold water. Like once I went swimming and I was absolutely blackout drunk in a lake and it was one of the funnest experiences of my life. I felt like I was Goku flying around as Nimbus despite just being in the water like Goofy tweaking off benzos. Like just being like, if you could sit in the water and just chill, blast it, that would be nice. So just for the water, and plus I feel like going on the zip line trap would be pretty fucking fun, just going up and down over and over again drunk. The only bad thing is you might end up walking into an electric trap and lighting up your nutsack like Ben Franklin getting a good idea to fly a kite to that thundercloud. So plug. But other than that, if you're careful enough, I feel like the water on the map, being able to, you know, cool off actually does bump it up a tier above Verrucht. So it's going to go into beautiful Budweiser Butt Blast. Like, what would you really do on Derice, though? Like, I don't really know what you would actually do on Derice that would be somewhat enjoyable. I feel like shoving 10 ladybugs in your cockle and shooting them out like some sort of sick, twisted circus act cannon would go a little bit better than drinking on Derice. Especially if you have to teleport. Like, you can't tell me if you get teleported on Derice that you're not just gonna puke everywhere. Like, I'm sure getting teleported around like Mewtwo giving birth only to be aborted to a baby would be very disorienting on its own. But next thing you know, you're like, you already got the spins and you're wasted. And you feel like a goddamn Ferris wheel, Kaioken times 10 on methamphetamine, shitting all over the place. Like a barbaric bitch. Not gonna have a good time. I feel like sober skunk shits is good for Derice because I just don't feel like you'd have anything to do besides teleport and you just get incoherently sick to the point where you probably die from puking up blood from your asshole. I just don't think it's gonna be an enjoyable time. Although I could be wrong. I'm trying to think of what you could do on Derice. I mean, I guess you could like line up Human Centipede on the catwalk with the homies or something to do, but I just don't really see myself wanting to do that.
What the hell? My God.
I'll bump it up to Lame Liquor Land in case anyone did want a Human Centipede on the catwalk, though. That's a very understandable want. And next, we got our first Alcoholic Ale Asshole Annihilations tier. Ain't that a damn mouth and anus full. But it is Kino Tolton. Because Kino Tolton is a movie theater, and you could just bring down that giant projector screen and hook up a goddamn GameCube on that bitch or something, play like Mario Kart Double Dash or Super Smash Bros. Melee on that shit, or even some split-screen zombies, whatever you could, or just watch Shrek. You know, I remember I have a core memory of me getting drunk with my cousin and my friend watching Shrek at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're all black and we passed out halfway through the movie, woke up like, what the fuck? Plug. Yeah, the possibilities on that projector screen on Kino Tolton is absolutely crazy, and I feel like it would be the most entertaining map to get drunk on just because of that. I actually do want to run down to the movie theaters one day and get absolutely plastered with the homies somehow, and then use that screen to have a fun-ass time. Like, that would be so much fun. Like, if I had a bucket list, getting drunk at a movie theater and playing games on the projector screen would be it would rank in the top 10 on that, honestly. So, Kino Tolton, congratulations to you, my big dick comrade.
Hey,
you managed to rank hot. Higher than Snoop Dogg smoking 10 blunts and injecting psilocybin into his asshole via butt plug enema. Absolutely beautiful, my friend. You are so beautiful, Kino. I love you. I'll give you a little kiss on the cheek. Thank you for the kind memories. You deserve this one, cheek. I've been usually a little tough on Kino, but it deserves it this time, damn it. And next we got 5, and I feel like being drunk at the Pentagon is also going to go at the top tier because, I mean, if shit did hit the fan, you probably have everything you want right there, and there's a lot of screens for you to hook up gaming setups on as well. I don't think the vibes would be quite as good as the movie theater as when it comes to being a nice little chill guy, but I feel like it would be really cool, and you'd be able to have the ultimate LAN party on 5 as well with all those fucking monitors as well. Plus, you're in the most secure building in the world, or at least in America, or whatever. So you'd also be safe from if Takeo Masaki decided to drop a giant butt blast nuclear explosion from his rectum katana, so that'd be interesting as well. So for those reasons, I believe 5 does deserve to go in the upper echelon of the booty hole list. And next we have Ascension. I don't really think getting drunk in Ascension would be good because, like, let's propose the idea that that giant spinning dildo Beyblade of dick destruction, diabetes death, is constantly spinning around like the Tasmanian devil after finding Tuco's cocaine stash from Breaking Bad. You're gonna die. Like, you're just gonna get fucking clapped, okay? There's nothing about it. You are dead. You're a dead man. Because there is no way you're gonna get blasted and not remember and, like, not forget that that giant spinning butt plug of this anal destruction is just spinning around constantly, okay? Like, you're going to fucking die. You're gonna get smacked in the head and decapitated like you rode the Verrucht water slide from back in the day. It's just going to be GG's for you. I'm sorry. Alcoholics Anonymous, you should never drink on Ascension. It's a fucking hazard. Now, Call of the Dead as well. I mean, you're just gonna freeze to death because because you're going to feel like you're warm from all the beer, but you're actually probably just going to be ending up freezing to death. Either George Romero's going to beat you in the ass cheeks with his giant hammer of skunk, skank, shit, slut, slaughter, and it's just not going to be a good time. The cold air would feel really nice for a bit, and I guess you could, like, enjoy the view off the lighthouse, but I feel like you'd be like, whoops, whoopsie daisy, slip on a fucking imaginary bar of soap that's just using your footing for being absolutely blasted. Next you know, you're flying off of the lighthouse like Michael Jackson dangling off that balcony. So I don't really think that's a good idea either, for God's sake. I think it's just going to be a pretty dangerous map overall. I guess you could just not go on the lighthouse, and if you do buy a PhD, you'll be fine. So I'll go on super skunk shits, honestly. Actually, I mean, let's say you can activate the musical Easter egg and listen to Avenged Sevenfold from, like, the Ether's asshole from above. That'll bump it up the Lame Liquor Lamp, because if you're flopping off the lighthouse and dying, at least you get to do it to a banger song. Shangri-La is actually going to go in White Girl Wasted, and the only reason that's not going into the top tier is because I feel like you would get drunk enough to the point where you'd kind of walk, you'd accidentally swim off the waterfall if you're not careful, or you'd drown, or you'd fall off the bridge and fucking crack your spine, or like get impaled by the rock like a Mortal Kombat fatality on that one map with all the spikes in the bottom of the pit, and your asshole would look like Johnny Sins just got done filling it up with his pike spike, and I just feel like it would be absolutely abhorrent of an experience to decide to get absolutely booty blasted on this map with Budweiser. It just wouldn't be fun. That being said, the scenery would go hard. Like, it would be so fucking fun. Just being drunk, looking out the view. But the falling hazards and the mazes. Oh my god, and the mazes and the minecart would make you puke. I feel like the water slide will be fun though, but I don't know. There's a lot of good and a lot of bad. I don't really know where to rank it, but I'm just going to leave it in White Girl Wasted because I feel like there's a lot of benefits, but just enough cons to keep it at the tippy top titty tier. Moon, I don't know about you guys, but as long as you're like, I want to put Moon at the high tier, but I feel like you just kind of fall off the fucking base and die, or like get sucked out of orbit somehow out of drunken stupidity. But floating around in outer space more blasted than Cheech and Chong with a beer bong would be so fucking fun. It will just go incredibly hard. I'm gonna put Moon in beautiful Budweiser butt blast above Shinonuma, just because I feel like flying around on the moon like a drunken dildo dickhead bellend would be such a beautiful experience. Plus, you could like imitate Among Us and use the excavator to circumcise people when you find out they were the sussy imposter, so that'll be fun too. That's another reason why I can't go top tier, because I feel like if you forgot to hack the excavator, you just get fucking obliterated. A lecture preparing a cannibalistic meal for Thanksgiving, god damn. I'm wondering if the excavators now are enough to move it down? Because there is a lot of hazard. Yeah, it's going to go below Verrucht, actually, because those excavators, man, you have to do it like every 15 minutes. If you're having one of your columns Ninja Tunes, you're just going to get absolutely obliterated and add to the obituary columns back on ER. So, yeah, you're cooked, bro. You're fucking cooked. Rip, bozo. Now, Transit, you get to ride the bus, and you might be able to share a couple with Rosa Parks, which is absolutely beautiful. I would love to have a conversation with her. Too bad she's like Primus Richtofen and the OG and dead as hell, which is very unfortunate. You get to, I feel like, you know, like last week I was obliterated and I was talking to Talking Ben, my partner, for about 2 hours before we passed out, and it was really fun. And I feel like you could kind of treat Ted as like Talking Ben with a mobility scooter attachment on him, so you could just be fucking gliding across the entire town, like talking to Ted like he's a sentient bop it, and that would be a very beautiful fucking escapade with Ted the titty tickler. So honestly, Transit's gonna go right above Shangri-La, just because of Ted, and being able to talk to his roboticized bitch ass will be so much fucking fun. I don't know about you guys, but getting drunk at a bus stop sounds fucking abhorrent. Bottom of Alcoholics Anonymous. Being drunk at a farm would be fun. You could like talk to the animals and pet them and have a beautiful time. You just gotta make sure you don't walk behind any horses, or, you know, get too close to the penises like Mr. Hands, because if you get behind a horse, they're gonna kick you. You know, the average horse hard-on is probably bigger than my entire body, so yeah, you gotta really watch out. But other than that, being on farm would be absolutely beautiful. Beautiful Budweiser butt blast, right above Shino Numa, actually. And there is a little bit of lava, but I mean, if you just stay in the farm, you'll be fine. Unlike town, where I don't know where you're supposed to go without getting blasted, because there's no animals to pet on town, unless Lizzo's there, so you're really gonna watch the fuck out. And I just don't genuinely think it's gonna be a fun time, because you're just gonna burn in lava, and you're gonna be feeling like the Napalm Zombie with gonorrhea times 10, like Goku's Kaioken technique that he used to butt blast Vegeta out of orbit. Fucking beautiful. Sober skunk shits. And Nuketown is actually just going to right below because it's just the same exact thing on fire, but town has a little bit more aura. Why is it? Wait, I moved Ascension by accident. Where was it again? I kind of completely forget where Ascension was. Yeah, it was bottom tier because the spinning dildo. Listen, Rise, you can't tell me with confidence that you're not just gonna fall to your absolute demise down the elevator shaft like that one dude from iCarly that stupidly fell down the fucking elevator shaft and broke the not have PhD flopper, broke every single bone in his body like and became a Minecraft skeleton stuck in a hospital bed and wishing he was shot in the head like Mr. President Kennedy man boner. So unfortunately, Rise is not going to get to rank very high on this tier list because you're just gonna fly off the fucking map like Minecraft Steven creative mode and just absolutely break your kneecaps like the SpongeBob fish on my leg, my clit. So yeah, bro's dead. I mean, if you're already in jail, it would be a little bit better. It will definitely help you ease with the context they're already in jail. But if you're like, oh yeah, let's go to a abandoned jail, get drunk, it also have like vibes and aura points. But next thing you know, the autistic meth head is going to be thinking you're an intruder trying to steal his acorns, and he's gonna fucking bite you in the ass, and you're gonna be very depressed. So yeah, if it's an abandoned jail, I don't know. I feel like, and plus I'm kind of claustrophobic. I would not have a good time here. But you're not likely to like die or anything unless you go into an abandoned jail, like I said. So I guess I'll put it at the top of lame liquor land. Now, getting drunk on bear would be quite the vibe. You'd have to bring like a shit ton of water though with how dry it is in there. It's like Leroy hasn't had a drink since the Obama administration, so bro's lips are drier than a camel's pussy. So you're really gonna try your damn best. Maybe bring an extra bit of breast milk too, just like your Homelander trying to prepare for the apocalypse. And you should be good, honestly. You just gotta make sure you have enough liquids and food because the trip back up top would be a pretty Herculean task, to say the least. But that's it. Plus, if you get drunk with Leroy and the homies, like, he could probably become a homie, you know? Bro looks like Goofy out of the streets. Bro looks like Gonorrhea, or whatever the Three Stooges guy's name is. So, yeah, I'm gonna put Buried right behind Key Undertone because the vibes with Leroy would go. I don't really know where to put Origins. I feel like drinking during the Great War would not exactly be a good idea. And you would in fact get stepped on by Dommy Mommy Milker Robot and obliterated and flattened like a pancake like Squidward and SpongeBob committed vehicular manslaughter upon Squidward's testicular nostrils with a fucking boulder.
And now you're telling me they thought they could drive?
Slash Dwayne the Cock Rock, whatever it was. So yeah, Origins, I don't think. I mean, if you were to not open to No Man's Land, it could be pretty decent. But you could also listen to those ancient songs and try to dissect them and figure out their meaning with your drunken homies, which would be like solving a Scooby-Doo mystery. I'm gonna put it mid-tier, right above Nog, because there's more room to run around like a fucking meth head. I don't think getting drunk at the local McDonald's is a great idea because you might get kicked out, but the only benefit of that is you just get infinite food, and if you're blasted, you're gonna want McDoubles all the way throughout the night so you don't feel hungover in the morning, even though you're gonna have McDouble, McGangbang, Big Mac, butt blast throughout the day the next day, wishing you were dead. But for the time being, it's gonna be an absolute beautiful, right behind Moon. And I don't really know where to put Outbreak because it's just a damn default Dan Among Us base map facility. I don't feel like much would happen there. I'm just gonna put all these maps bottom. Status Vivo would be beautiful because you get that beautiful, awesome jazz music following you around. You go like you're a fucking Animal Crossing character with constant music happening behind you, being all jittery and giddy while you hit the gritty with your butthole. So that would be absolutely beautiful. You could feel like a Fortnite character with how that awesome music makes you feel while you're just hitting the fucking nastiest dance moves of all time with your floppy boner while your butt chugging that Budweiser. You'd feel absolutely gosh darn beautiful. You could hit the fucking Mickey Mouse Clubhouse hot dog dance with your dick hole, and it would just be an absolute beautiful time and a half to be alive. You would just feel like you're absolutely peaking and tweaking off that Zaza Perkaholic pack, you know? Why should I make the Tears Perkaholic pack? God damn it. What was I cooking? That being said, Shadows of Evil is just kind of a town. There's a lot of space to run around to be stupid on, which is always helps for my case, because if I can't stim, I will explode like SpongeBob SquarePants when Squidward falls off a fucking cliff. So you gotta have that stim space. I'm gonna put it right in the middle of Farm and Shinonuma because the vibes are there. The Giant is like Doris, but it's colder outside. So I'm actually just gonna put it right in front of Call of the Dead, because it's not as cool as Call of the Dead. Or actually, not going to be pretty chill, because you could just ride up and down the tram cart over and over again, as long as you're careful enough to not fall off the fucking thing like an idiot. Plus, you could use the Wonder Spheres and fly around like a meth head, or Aladdin on his magic clit carpet flying around the fucking atmosphere would be absolutely beautiful, but I feel like that'd also disorientate you. I don't really know where to put the Rising Rock. I'm a little, because like the tram car would be cool, but the Wonder Sphere, I guess you don't have to go in the Wonder Spheres and shit. Plus, you could look at all the cool wolf painting arts and shit for the wolf bow and all that stuff, and maybe upon the way you might figure out how to build a fucking fireball in a millennia, so it's pretty interesting too. That bow is so hard to build, it gives me a rage boner just thinking about it. I've never actually built a fireball. To this day, almost a decade later of that map being released, I have not once ever built the fucking fireball in my entire life. And I probably never will, because it's not even worth it. It was so bad, Mr. Divorce, dickhole, wife cheater, dick beater, never even fucking built the fireball this door. That's crazy, dude. I'm just gonna put the Rising Rock above Origins, just like it is on most tier lists. Why Shell and Shuffle next? What the fuck did I do? Oh god, I'm tweaking. I would rather get drunk on Santa Claus's lap while he fondles my big tatas than get drunk on Shell and Shuffle. You go bottom tier, fuck you. Zetsubo no Shima would go pretty damn hard, honestly. It's like a bigger Shinonuma, but you could fill up those buckets, those 115 buckets with gin and juice. You have a 115 induced gin and juice. Next to know, you're having a three-way conversation, a potential thread with penises with Stuhlinger and Richtofen, which would flow and go absolutely fucking beautiful. It would be a big bussy bussin' time and a half, and I would be crying tears of joy and pre come out of my eyes and boner. You could decide what's happening from where, with how much of a blessed time would be happening with that conversation. The 115 buckets would go at insane. Gonna go right above that. Actually, it's gonna go in front of Shadows of Evil, baby. It's not gonna go for 20 minutes. Goa Kobe, I don't think it's a great map to be drunk on, because you would probably fly, like, let's imagine you're on the dragon, right? You're having a good time, you're chilling, you're flying off the dragon. It's like an amusement park ride without safety straps. You're gonna fly the fuck off and ragdoll like a GTA character riding a BMX down Mount Chiliad like it's 2013 again. You're gonna be blasted into the Afterlife arcade from Infinite Warfare, finger in your asshole. It's just not gonna be a great time. You're just gonna be absolutely blasted out of reality from that dragon, or you're gonna be wandering around minding your own business, grabbing a fucking beer from the cooler you brought. Next, you know, a dragon's gonna wreak hot fiery ball sack death upon you with its gonorrhea breath and blast you into oblivion, the Elder Scrolls. So yeah, GG's here no matter what you decide to do on this fucking map. And even if you ride your dragon, make it all the way to Pack-a-Punch to get back, you're gonna fucking go and let the water for like 30 seconds. You're gonna be disoriented, you're gonna be so drunk, you're probably gonna be trying to breathe, you're gonna get absolutely obliterated and drown yourself with it. But from the goddamn sewer system, you have to explore like Dora's bitch ass to get back to the map. So yeah, I feel like on Gora Krovi it's GG's. But you know, if you stay in one spot, you might not die. But I just feel like it's not a great spot. It's pop with Alcoholics Anonymous. Revelations. I mean, how can we breathe on Revelations? We're on like a split vagina pussy lipped universe version of everything. So it always kind of perplexed me how the characters even managed to not die on the map without having a spacesuit, like it's some stupid ass game of Among Us. I think, let's say you have to run around. I mean, you do have multiple choices of maps for you to get drunk on. And Kino, wait, you know, it has to go right behind Kino Toten, because Kinder Toten is on the map, so technically you could just run to Kinder Toten and chill there with the projector. Revelations, it kind of just has to go right behind Kinder Toten. You're lucky you have Kino, you fuck. I don't even know if the projector's there, but for the sake of this, let's just say it is. Time to put the Chronicles maps underneath their coochie versions. Prison Spaceland has to go right behind Kino as well, because obviously Spaceland would be so fucking fun. You can't tell me they're getting Budweiser butt booty delicious boner biggity butt blasted like Shrek would be at a local theme park would be an absolute bussin' experience. I would throw it back with oil type shits leaking out of my ass just for Barack Obama, just to have a damn chance on going to this map. Never mind with the luxury of being absolutely blasted off that Zaza Booty Budweiser pack. That would be one of the most fun experiences of my life. As a kid, I love theme parks, and when you get so blasted, you feel like all of your stress is gone and you could fight a lion with your nipples out. Man, it would be so fun to go on all those amusement park rides. The only reason it's not going above Kino is because you'd still be in public, whereas Kino, you could probably run out like a private theater room and kind of just have your homies, and you could be a little bit more stupid, but I feel like you'd have to hold yourself back hard, which is hard for me to do when I'm drunk, so as long as the Spaceland can't go right above Kino, just because it's more open. Redwoods is going to go right behind Spaceland as well, because, I mean, it's a damn raid here. You already know you're going to be absolutely blasted by the time you get to the map. Like, there's no chance you're not going to Raven the Redwood, seeing all those colors, tripping absolute booty ball stack, and butt chugging the shit out of that beer. I would fill up a gallon-wide enema and just insert it all into my rectum at once, full of gin and orange juice. I don't know what that would feel like. Probably not very good, but I know damn well about 1 minute later, I'll be feeling like Hector Salamanca in the wheelchair, ringing the bell for the first time, with a Mike Airman Trout-shaped butt plug in my booty hole, and I'm clenching the cheeks, and, you know, it'll be an absolute fire fucking experience, and I would have no complaints. That would go so hard, dude. Attack of the Radioactive thing is actually going to go right at the top of White Girl Waste as well, just because, again, you are in public at the beach, and there's also the potential to get too drunk and you think you're a fucking SpongeBob SquarePants character like David Hasselhoff shooting Patrick Star and SpongeBob doing his beautiful, gigantic, buff breasts, and you might wander into the ocean and never return, which, like, my dad did in 2002, so that's a very real possibility. But other than that, you know, getting drunk at the beach is something I do want to do in real life as well, because I feel it could be a fucking fun time, and I absolutely love the beach. The beach is probably where I feel peak, or the peak of my existence is when I'm by the water. I do enjoy being around water, surrounded by the water. Even just being in a pool of my own pre-cum and mixed with a little bit of H2O makes me feel absolutely wonderful, like Wonder Woman. Set to Wumbo on that ass. So Attack of the Radioactive thing, the highest you're ever gonna go on my tears, goddamn. The Beast from Beyond, I mean, you're dead. You're dead. You're gonna die. You're gonna fall into like one of the fucking 1,000 crevices on that map where you can fall in and die bottom to your ass. I mean, Alpha Omega's just gonna go bottom tier 2, honestly, because it's Alpha Omega. And I would play with Winnie the Pooh's honey hole, like Eeyore watches and judges me the whole fucking time, then ever go on Alpha Omega. I feel like drinking on the final ride would just be depressing. Like, I wouldn't want to do it. And there's that giant well explosion that you could fall down and just break your pelvis right away. Like one of Jeff Dunham's puppets being anally inserted with his hands for the 10th time that day. I already know he fucked the puppets. You can't tell me otherwise. Groston House. Isn't that just a house? I mean, let's say, for example, the house works. That'd just be like drinking at one of your homies' house if the power is on. And you can never go wrong with drinking at the homie's house. Right behind Attack of the Radioactive thing. Darkest Shore is a beach, but it's like a beach on ass settings mixed with a little bit of gonorrhea cum potions. It just kind of buns. It's gonna go right above the other. It's gonna go right above, below. It's going to go right below Attack of the Radioactive thing, just because, I mean, Attack of the Radioactive thing is more proper beach. I don't know these maps. I don't know these maps. It just says alcoholics now. Yeah, those are the maps that are alcoholics. I think the Titanic will go absolutely hard if you don't know what happens, because at least then, if you were to sink and drown, you probably wouldn't feel too much because you're already drowning in that vodka pack like Ultimus Nikolai twerking on Dempsey's dick. So you're already going to be having the time of your life, and you're probably going to not be able to feel your absolute painful demise as much. You know, some people say drowning is the most peaceful way to go, you know? I've talked to ghosts, actually. They've told me. Yeah, just like the ghost of my happiness that died when I was born as well. Diddy Daiquiri, right above her up, because, I mean, you're on the Titanic, you're fucked, you're doomed, Now, unless you're Rock Lee and from Naruto and getting drunk and blasted ups your combat game by like 100 times fold, I don't think drinking in the middle of a gladiatorial arena is going to be the best play, because you're going to get mauled by a lion. But we're going to go use the same logic here and actually assume that it numbs your pain a lot, and you probably won't feel it as much, and you might be over faster than you realize. So just because of that fact, we're going to put it right at Lame Liquor at the top, because, you know, at least when you were getting mauled to death by a tiger and elephant stomping on your balls and bursting them like balloons, you're not going to feel it as much if you're absolutely blasted. Now, Blood of the Dead is a vibe. Like, imagine getting drunk in hell. That would go so hard. You just tip your Donkey Kong mug filled with fucking beer and mug root beer at the same time with the devils, and you just blast and you talk shit about everyone you hated. He's like, yeah, like, that would be Aura. That sounds some shit that fucking, like, Ultimus Richtofen would do back in his day. Right below 9. Classified, you're buns, but you're still fun. I'll put you right below normal 5. Now, you already know Alistair Rhodes' party was absolutely littier than 10 giraffe titties on X Games mode, feeling with the homies, so I already know getting drunk at that house would be absolutely beautiful. Like Groston House on steroids, so it makes sense for me to go right above Groston House. I feel getting on a drunk on a farm actually has more aura as well than just a house. Oh wait, that's the Darkest Shore. Where did I put Groston House? Oh, it's right there. I'm fucking on meth, sorry. Now, once again, getting absolutely litty like a titty in fucking With Apollo 1 riding Pegasus and fighting Giganese and having Perseus lick your pussy when you're blasted. When you're more drunk than 15,000 stepdads fusion hard with the Patara earrings put together like a stacked up like a Lego brick inside your dick would go absolutely hard. I would just fucking love that. It would be such an absurd, amazing vibe. So honestly, Ancient Evil is going to go at the very top of White Girl Wasted, where I think it will probably remain for the rest of the video, but I guess we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happens. Dr. Toten is Call of the Dead, but it is a much more beautiful atmosphere. You know, the sun is rising. It looks absolutely breathtaking and beautiful, much like all of you absolute stud muffins watching this video. And it's just a very nice spot, so I think I'm gonna have to put Dr. Toten at the top of mid, just because there is still that lighthouse you could fly off and fall on, and you know, zip lining while you're drunk would probably not be the best idea. Actually, I feel like I'll put it above Infection, because I feel like it would still be better. Now, D Machine isn't there's snowing, but you could also just get drunk in a lab, which would be kind of a vibe and fun. And there's probably a lot of monitors you could use inside said laboratory as well for that ultimate land setup. So I'm going to put it at the right in front of Erux. Now, Firebase Z, I mean, Ravenoff has the ultimate Five Nights at Freddy's fucking security camera system set up. He could watch Freddy Fazbear take a shit and get 100 different angles for you alone in 5.5 milliseconds. So that would be absolutely beautiful. Bro's got his photography skills set to Wumbo, and he has his Gucci on, so I don't know damn well bro is absolutely spitting. And all those monitors are made for the absolute most absurdly badass based gaming LAN party of all time. Right above Farm, baby, just because that one room with all those fucking camera monitors on. Outbreak would be fun, because I feel like if you got drunk enough, you could set up like a giant-ass Nerf war with your friends, and that'd be so stupid, or Airsoft, or fucking paintball, whatever. And I feel like all that space you could put to good use, so I'm gonna put it right above Firebase Z. Actually, that's the highest I think Outbreak will ever rank, because Outbreak makes me outraged with how ass it was. Out of Toten, I don't know, I don't really know much about Mao. I kind of stopped caring about Cold War at this point, although this map was pretty damn good. I just wasn't really into the game when this one came out. I mean, you could get drunk with a robot, Klaus, and talk to him like Ted, I suppose, with his responses, but I believe he's actually more conscious than Ted. I'll put it behind Fetch. Or I don't know where to rank Forsaken, so I'm just gonna put it at the bottom of mid, where it truly belongs. Now, during Fong, you talk to Gabriel Kraft over the radio and roast him for looking like a Kraft dinner box, butt-fucked Colonel Sanders from KFC infused with him like some sort of amoeba. So that'll be pretty beautiful, because I don't like the look on his fucking face. I'm kind of glad Gabriel Croft is back from Vanguard, because there's still a little piece of that hemorrhoid of a game still attached to us all now from the Dark Ether storyline in Black Ops 6, and I fucking hate how dumb he looks to the point where I love him. So down Fong, you're gonna go right in front of Forsaken, Terramal, Addictas, Terraria, Methamphetamine-induced, Rage-induced, Rampage-inducer, Dick Farts. It's going to go at the bottom, right behind the final right, because it's just the same thing but red. I would absolutely annihilate Cortifex's giant red bootylicious balloon butt crack asshole with like a helium-induced crackhead, like the Crimson Chin super suit from the Fairly Odd Parents. It goes right behind Classified Top Tier. Plug! Be the same exact thing as Outbreak. You could use all that space to set up some goofy ass shit with your homie right in front of, it'll go right behind Outbreak. Terminus Island, you could go on a boat ride and absolutely enjoy that fresh air, as long as you had a sober boat driver, of course, obviously. So that would go insanely fucking hard too. I'll put it at the top of, I'll put it right below, above the Titanic, because unlike the Titanic, you're not guaranteed to crash if you have a skilled boat driver. And getting drunk on a boat sounds really fucking fun. And Lord We Fall is it's like getting drunk on just a normal ass town. You know, it's probably like the average Friday night for people from Ohio would experience. So just like Ohio, I'll put it at the top of mid tier. Well, this is the videos for the best Call of Duty time maps to get drunk on. I hope you guys did absolutely enjoy this video, gamers. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. If you get absolutely butt blasted tonight, remember to drink responsibly, which just means drink really a lot of fucking alcohol, but drink water in between as well as eating food. And make sure you're not drinking an empty stomach. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night, gamers. Enjoy your weekend and have a good one, gamers.
I could have my Gucci on.
But I feel like JFK eats ass, by the way. JFK 100% eats ass. He's going above Diego. Hello, you absolutely beautiful people. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Welcome back to another Cursed Call of Duty Zombies tier list that's cursed enough to make your brain fart and your ass blink back at you in pure confusion. Damn, in this video, we're going to be discussing something that is very near and dear to my heart. Something that brings such joy to my life. I feel like a leprechaun surfing on a rainbow, like one of the penguins from Surf's Up, surfing on those beautiful big waves, those tidal wave waves. And that is eating ass. Eating ass makes me feel like I'm being born again for the first time, and I have no stress and no qualms in the entire planet. Eating ass makes me feel like everything in life is okay. It's like the ultimate panacea that makes you feel absolutely beautiful again. It's like you've been reincarnated, relieved of all of your past and future pain, all in one beautiful fell sweep of ass eating awesomeness. And that correlates to this video because today we're going to be seeing which Call of Duty Zombies playable characters are the best at eating ass.
What?
To do all, if you guys want me to do this for bosses and NPC characters, let me know in the comments below and we can make that happen. But for this video, we're going to be strictly doing the characters they can play as in Call of Duty Zombies up to War of Black Ops 4. Now let's get this meat hole munching tiers out of the way. At the very bottom, we got shit, starfish, starvation. These characters are so unwilling to touch a booty hole with their tongue that they're going to starve to death because they just have no game. They have no game, they have no reason, they have no palate for eating ass. These characters are bland, boring, and they suck, quite frankly, like Anne, because they do not eat ass. They deserve to have a rope tied around their balls and squeezed till it looks like Homer Simpson's yellow ass head. Here's having to go with the E. coli escapist, you know, they might dab their tongue with the booty hole a little bit like SpongeBob dipping his tongue in Gary the Snail's food for 1.5 seconds a day, but other than that, they don't really practice the art of ass eating. They're definitely no Larry the Lobster of ass eating. They're not going to sham wow you with how good they eat crack hole because they probably aren't brave enough to even dive into that swamp hole for more than 0.1 seconds. Cowards, I say. Cowards!
Observe.
You got the mid, you got the crack hole crunch. You know, they bite into it like a nice apple. They're down to give that hole a nice little sniff and crunch for a little while, but they're not too good at it. And they're definitely not going to do it every day. You know, you're really going to have to ask for it. And you make it maybe once a month. These characters will dab into the booty hole devour banquet. Absolutely beautiful. And next, we got the Butthole Buffet Bandit. These characters put a bib around their neck and get a knife and a fork with how much they like to eat that ass like it's a 5-star restaurant. Mean cuisine, lean bean machine, ass crack devour. These characters are the connoisseurs of Chocolate Cake Hole Factory. They're visiting Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory at least once a week, having beautiful fives, and they aren't waiting. They don't mind if a fart blink comes out if you're blinking hole, you know, they're gonna just look past it and then devour those cheeks nonetheless. Kind of like when you get a hair in your food and you still eat anyway, you know, they're not scared of just one fart. Accidents happen after all. Next, you got the Maniac Butthole Munchers. These characters just go absolutely banana bazilla bonkers for some butthole to be devouring on. If they do not have asshole in their face at least once a day, they're going to die and go through butthole withdrawals and become squishing and cracking like a meth fiend, like a GTA side character, and they're just not going to be having a beautiful time at all. They're going to be shitting themselves from stress from not having their diarrhea delivery into their tongues. It's just going to be straight depression for these characters. If you're not if you don't wink your wicked witch hole at them, you're going to make them sad. You're going to make them cry. And why would you want to make them cry? Why would you want to make Tank Dempsey cry? What do you ever do to you besides say oorah while he eats your asshole like a whole watermelon in one bite? Okay.
It is even funnier the second time.
And next, you got the tippity top echelon of these series. You got the dump truck destroyers. These shits Batista bomb butthole with their tongues like Hulk Hogan hitting Dwayne The Rock Johnson with his pubic.
And what you gonna do when Hulkamania and the largest arms in the world run wild on you?
Absolutely beautiful. He's going to hit them with an F5, and the F5 stands for feasting 5 times on that asshole because he's going to absolutely tongue punch that shit. It's a chocolate chip ice cream cone like he's Joe Budden going through withdrawals from that chocolate chip crack hole. An absolute booty bandit deliverer at its finest. These dump truck destroyers are absolutely fierce to those butthole, ready to perform a tongue Mortal Kombat fatality on those cheeks. Now that we have the tier set in stone, we actually don't have too many characters, so I'm actually going to try that. I'm going to give these characters some thought process. Billy from Mob of the Dead is in jail. I mean, he's clearly a freak. He's got anger issues. He's kind of fucked up in the head.
Everything off of the internet!
JFK after the bullet neutralized all of his neurons, so there's definitely not too many thoughts up there that aren't messed up and brutal in every way. And I feel like one of the best ways you could ever release some of that anger and anguish into the planet is by eating some ass, and I feel like Billy is in jail since he is in Mob of the Dead.
Well, no shit.
So I feel like he's probably bound to eat some ass whether he wants to or not at that point. With Richtofen, and he already knows some frisky-ass business is going to go down in that jail cell. Okay, you're going to be hearing loud shots and him snacking on some shack holes endlessly throughout the night's life cycle. It's going to be very difficult to sleep if you're in anywhere near these cells. I feel like Billy is a booty hole buffet eating freak, and if I'm going to put him in buffet bandit a whole buffet bandit because I feel like he just likes to eat some ass at the end of the day. I feel like he's fucked up like that, you know? I feel like if he gets too angry, he just slaps his face in between some butt cheeks and eats the stress away, much like I do with a bag of Doritos, but he's luckier than I am because he gets to lick some brown cake.
God motherfucking damn!
We got Meth Head Mall Santa Claus from Florida, Crackhead Meth Man Mall Santa Claus from underneath the Florida bridge being buttfucked by reindeer and sleigh rides. Absolutely beautiful. He's kind of a chunky man Santa Claus, but I feel like he's kind of like a I don't eat ass, it's too stinky. I feel like he's kind of an uncultured dickhead despite going to Alistair Rhodes' giant Mega Luigi's Mansion ass party. And I feel like he's kind of a cockhead, and I don't feel like he's cool enough to eat ass. But I don't feel like he would shy away from him. I think if you asked very politely and give him a cup of tea and lifted your pinky up like a butthole redditor and swag and stuff for this man to coerce him into doing it, I feel like he might give you a nice chance and maybe he'll lick your booty hole for like a minute, but other than that, I don't think he's doing it for that long. I don't think he's in it for the long haul. I don't think he's the champion of booty eating. I don't think he's cool enough. I don't think he has enough game to do it. I think he's just kind of an asshole, so for not eating ass, I'm gonna put him in Equali Escapist, honestly. I don't think he's the best at it. I feel like he's kind of a bitch, if we're being honest with each other.
God motherfucking damn!
There's Bruno. I feel like Bruno's like a romantic Frenchman. He's like, oh, I am Bruno, I'm big, strong, and I'm buff, and I eat ass. Like, I feel like this man would definitely tongue punch from fire holes very fucking fast. I feel like he would do a Johnny Cage uppercut equivalent of butthole munching. I feel like this man is definitely one for eating the assholes. He can have a baguette and then wash it down with some liquid shit from your booty hole. You know, I feel like he's definitely got the superpowers of that, especially if the dark occult Bruno takes over his body like Bobbity from Dragon Ball Z and he just morphs into a demonic version of him. I feel like that dastardly devil Bruno is absolutely diabolical, eating some booty smoothies. So honestly, I feel like we could put Bruno in Maniac Mudhole Muncher because I feel like Bruno just gets absolutely freaky on his own accord. But if you have the dark occult version of Bruno that takes over his body, like Shang Tsung on a crack binge, I feel like he's definitely gonna get up a tier just from that alone. So I'm sorry, Billy, but we got a new head of the game, dude. I feel like I have to watch what I say about Fidel Castro because this was a real person who's like the main character of Cuba or some shit like that. But I don't know too much about him. But, I mean, he really liked ice cream from a Salmonella Academy video I watched like 5 years ago. One of the best YouTube channels of all time. But, and, you know, I feel like if he closed his eyes and got used to the smell, he could kind of treat buttholes as endless chocolate chip cookie ice cream supply. And I feel like he would very much enjoy that once he got used to it. So I feel like for that reason alone, he is a crack hole muncher. But I feel like that initial step of getting used to the texture and smell of thy anus booty hole would be quite the challenge for this man. So I don't feel like he's going to go at the top echelon. Now, this is Sal. Sal is kind of like the straight man of the Mob of the Dead group. He's like, hey, you want to fuck with me? I'll put a penis in your nostrils like Squidward's tentacles. You know, he wants to Humpty Dumpty-fy those butt cheeks and crack them apart and never put them back together again. So I'm kind of don't know how to rank this man because he is kind of like the more sensical one of the entire bunch. The banana bunch that is Mob of the Dead's prison poo-poo crew. So it's very interesting. I don't really know where I want to put this man, honestly. I'll put him at Equali Escapist. I feel like he'd eat Billy's asshole if he threatened him with violence, but other than that, I feel like he wouldn't really devour too much. Now, Premise Dempsey. I don't think Premise Dempsey is much of an ass eater, you know? I feel like he would like to get a little bit frisky, but I don't feel like Premise Dempsey would do such a nasty acts of bootylicious butt munching. I don't think he has it in him, sadly. As cool of a character as he is, as awesome as he is, I just don't think he's a butthole eating connoisseur. Much like my boy Bruno up there. I think he's gonna have to go in shit starve his starvation. I don't feel like he'd be up to the challenge, you know? I don't think he's cool enough. I don't think he's badass enough to eat some ass, as funny as that sentence is to say. But Ultimus Dempsey is a freak. I already know damn well Ultimus Dempsey is a freak. He's always talking about replacing Rick Toffin with a hot, sexy chick with some fat racks and stacks in her booty cheeks, and he's always down bad. Like, when I play as Ultimus Dempsey and Kingdom Toten when I was, like, 12, I always thought, man, this man eats ass. I'm going to put him right behind Bruno. Dempsey is a complete and utter fucking freak in the sheets, man. Bro's like Cookie Monster for buttholes, my man. He just never gets enough. And I believe we do have our first Dump Truck Destroyer in Diego. Diego is the ultimate Rizzler. He's like Baby Gronk in the sheets for devalving those gobble gum bum holes. Absolutely beautiful. He has style, he has grace, he in fact does not have a funny face like Donkey Kong, and he just has so much elegance and style and just riz, I guess if you could call it, charisma, charm. It's like Romeo and Juliet without the poisons and the dagger shoved up the poop chute and has an infinite amount more swagger. Yeah, I remember that word. I'm bringing it back, motherfucker. So yeah, honestly, Diego, he did like almost get laid in the Voyage of Despair cutscene, but then they ended up releasing a zombie apocalypse, and the only thing that he's gonna fuck is the mystery box is swamp pus hole, so that's pretty interesting. Dump tuck destroy, baby. Let's go, Diego, you absolute stud muffin. You absolute fucking freakazoid wagon muncher. You are an absolute beautiful man, my man. Welcome to the Dump Truck Destroyers. Now, this is Freddy Krueger, and he's an old man. I feel like he reminds me of like an old Adderall-addicted zombie on the streets of Tampa Bay, running around for every type of benzo or shot of vodka he can find lying around. And I feel like he would definitely eat ass for a small amount of money or drugs, so he's gonna go and crack hole muncher, if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't know too much about this man, but based off of how he looks in Call of the Dead, that's the vibe I get from him. That's just Finn, and Finn, he's a little more fucked up than Sal. He's a little bit crazier. I believe he is taking a shit in the intro cutscene, which is absolutely beautiful. You know, I wish I could take a shit with him and maybe we could talk about life outside of jail, but sadly, he's not real, so that's very unfortunate for me. But maybe one day, if Neuralink ever becomes good enough, I can take a shit with Sal in Mob of the Dead. That would be absolutely beautiful. A new life goal, achieve shit with man. That being said, I mean, I don't think just because you use your asshole, it doesn't mean you eat assholes. Does that make sense?
No.
So I honestly believe like he's a little freakier than Sal, but I don't know too much about this guy. I'm gonna put him right above Sal, actually. What the fuck is going wrong with Floyd here? Why does he look like a monkey? Why is his face shaped like that? Like, holy shit. Why does it look like he has a cactus going up his ass so far it's touching his brain like a Pokey from Super Mario World? What the hell is happening? Bro looks absolutely horrified. Looks like he's coming broken glass and shitting light bulbs right now. Oh my god, he must be having several good ideas at once because my god. He's a boxer, he's kind of... And Floyd is boring, okay? Floyd is the most boring COD Zombies character I think I've ever seen in my life. If I get him on Shadows of Evil, if I'm playing solo, I restart. He's like the least memorable character of all time. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just his quotes. Which is so weird because he is the same guy that plays Hellboy, which is a really cool thing, but the character himself is just kind of ass. Bottom tier, I'm sorry, you're getting shit on, dude. Now we have Indiana Jones, Meth Man, Idiotic Crack Shack Brother, Walmart edition of Indiana Jones with no bones. Absolutely beautiful. Get his head ass, dead ass out of my fucking tier list, dude. If this was a character tier list, he'd be cast into the Shadow Realm and I would fucking send him to Dinosaur Mario's asshole. But he is a cowboy, and I feel like he's a little bit freaky and goofy. Honestly, I feel like he would eat a little bit of ass just because his cowboy hat and vibe makes me feel like that. And I feel like he's a root-tootin', poop-shooting, crack-eating cowboy. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put him right above Billy and Butthole Bandit. I feel like this man is definitely wanted to devour some obtuse caboose like a reptile devours rats. Absolutely beautiful. I meant to say snake.
What's wrong? Snake!
No, I mean, Joe Biden. Does Joe Biden eat ass? Absolutely, Joe Biden eats ass. Joe Biden is gonna go right above Fidel Castro. I already know my man closes his eyes and devours that chocolate chip ice cream cone from that clown hole. Absolutely beautiful. Jackie Vincent is a crooked cop, and I feel like you have to be crooked to eat some ass. That's why I, in fact, enjoy eating some loose caboose from time to time. You know, it's absolutely beautiful. But Jackie Vincent's vocabulary usually just consists of him saying his name over and over again and the fuck word. Bro says fuck more than I do. If you're on round 20, you'll probably hear Jackie Vincent say the fuck word more than I do in like 2 minutes of this video. It's absolutely beautiful. I didn't even know it was possible if somebody used that word more than I do, but Jackie Vincent has proven to me that at competition. Although, despite that fact, I still love him. He's my second favorite character on Shadows of Evil, despite his Nero. And I feel like he's a little bit corrupted, and I feel like after a few shots of whiskey or maybe some bourbon, he would actually get his freak on and devour some booty holes in the Ruby Rabbit on that beautiful map that is Shadows of Evil. I already damn well know he has Candy Cane's big ass in his face, and he's eating that shit up like some goddamn Christmas chocolate. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put him right in front of the other cowboy wannabe lunatic boner. Jessica Rhodes, I mean, she literally stabs a dude's boner off with a pair of scissors and does the most unwanted circumcision of all time in gaming history in the intro cutscene. So she's definitely freaky. She's definitely a little bit messed up, and I bet she has some clients, you know, want her to devour their booty holes. So honestly, I'm going to put her in Maniac Mudhole Muncher because I feel like she definitely has eaten some ass before. Whether she's getting paid to do so or not, I'm not 100% sure. But I feel like JFK eats ass, by the way. JFK 100% eats ass. He's going above Diego. This man had so much charisma, so much beauty, so much elegance, so much power, so much charms. just an endless amount of charisma and beautifulness. And this man, you cannot tell me you don't think JFK ate ass. There's just no damn chance this man did not eat ass. He was so fucking beautiful. You have that much personality and energy and just an endless amount of aura, and do not devour that dump truck biscuit hole, okay? There's no argument you can compel me to tell me that JFK does not eat ass. There's just an indefinite thought in my mind. 100% this man ate ass before the bullet ate his cranium. An absolute beautiful discovery for sure. JFK, my man, you'd keep devouring those obtuse caboose from beyond the grave like a loose moose, my beautiful friend.
God motherfucking damn!
Does not eat ass. The only thing he eats is knuckle sandwiches from Mike Tyson's earlobes from being a nerdy son of a bitch who probably got infinite swirlies in high school like Jimmy Neutron and Carl Weezer combined. In my vocabulary, cannot even begin to describe how much I despise his stupid-ass, goofy, Marlton Johnson character. And the fact that he's voiced by Robin from Teen Titans Go, the same voice actor, makes me hate him even more for some reason, because I can always think of that weird-ass fucking goofy-ass shit edits I see of that show when I hear him talk, and it just makes me want to put a blindfold over my asshole and fart into it and then put it on my eyes. It's just an absolute stupid-ass bullshit. Marlton Johnson does not eat ass, and I hope his ass gets eaten by a wood chipper, if we're honest with each other. Next, we got Ronald McDonald McNamara, breast milk and nutter butter, man, who's absolutely beautiful. He's kind of an uptight crackhole. I don't think I see him delivering some butt munch to his face, unfortunately for all of us. I don't think he is one to touch the booty hole with his tongue. I think my man has to go low tier. I don't think he's quite as low as Marlton, but I am going to put him at the bottom of Ecoy Escapist. I feel like if the president demanded he ate Kraft Dinner crackhole, I think he would give him a nice chance at that action. But other than that, I don't see this man going out of his way to devour a good starfish cake hole, crunch munching all the with the boys, you know. He would definitely not enjoy being a part of the human centipede. I forget this person's name, but she's like Joe Biden's wife or whatever. I don't really know much about her. I think her name's like Margaret. I don't really know. But I don't really care about her at all, so I'm just gonna put her right in front of Marlton because she does not give me ass-eating vibes, honestly. As she is a little redneck, she's a little messed up, she's a little twisted, she's a little barbaric in her actions and her vocabulary. She's definitely more of like a masculine woman. I kind of want her to punch me in the face and put a finger in my brown hole, for being honest with each other. But that being said, I feel like Missy absolutely eats ass. Maybe she might be able to like stretch her neck like a plastic man from Batman and devour her own coochie crack hole, but it's kind of hard to say at this point. I'm gonna put her at the top of Crack Hole Cruncher. Actually, I'm gonna put her at the top of Butthole Booty Bandit because she definitely does devour some loose caboose. Nero eats ass. Nero eats ass. 124 billion thousand %. That man is a magical magician. He's a magical mudhole muncher all the way to the bank and back with a tank on his tongue because he has unlimited stamina and defense on that asshole eating action, baby. This man can go for days, hours, months, years, millennia, tongue punching and obliterating those chocolate cake ice cream factories with his mouth finger. Absolutely beautiful. He goes insanely hard on those buttholes. My man, he's just, I mean, the amount of magician magical acts, he can probably like get a fake tongue. He would probably like lick your ass section, you know, he's pulling out like an entire 100 royal orbs of anal beads out of you and absolutely beautiful. He is just an absolute madman magician. He's going right behind JFK. Nero, I mean, he has some troubles with his wife, but maybe that's just because she didn't let him eat his ass enough. Premise Nikolai is like the hero, and I feel like he would eat ass if requested, but I don't think he would go out of his way to do it. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of Ecoy Escapist. He's definitely like a more uptight version of Nikolai, and I feel like he wouldn't want to fuck around, and I feel like he would not enjoy it very much, honestly, unless provoked with it. I don't feel like he's rushing to look at your booty hole, wink at him. Now, I have a question. If you have two people bent over in front of you and they both wink their assholes, is that considered a wink or a blink? I just need to know.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Next up, we got Ultimus Nikolai. This man definitely devours some doo-doo fart munching holes back in his day, before the bombs dropped on Stalgrad and dragons roared and soared into the skies. I bet he would eat the dragon's butthole, though, if we're honest with one another. I'm gonna put him at the top of Crack Hole Munch, right above Joe Biden. Sorry, Joe Biden, but you, I mean, it's obvious somebody's gonna beat you eventually, you shithead. Next, and he's like, oh, an urchin's bag. There's Akuma Melon Man, Akuma from Street Fighter, pruny, limp, boner, face fuck, looks like a fart, and I bet he doesn't devour them. He's low-key a shithead. I'm gonna put him right behind Primus Dempsey, honestly. Both Rick Toffins eat ass, and they're going to go at the top tier, right in front of JFK. I feel like Ultimate's Rick Toffin is definitely a little bit freakier than Primus Rick Toffin, because that's like the whole point of Ultimate's Rick Toffin. He's like 20 times more insane than Primus Rick Toffin. He's just an absolutely beautiful man, and this man absolutely devours some brown cheekage up to the moon and back. I already know if he was stuck in the room with you in jail or something, he would be just asking you every 2 nights to bend over so he could lick your beautiful, great mighty poop shoot in absolute freak mode. Then Toffin goes absolutely foul on those chocolate cheek chip ice cream, my man. Absolutely madman. Primus Rick Toffin, you know, I feel like he would be using that gobble gum. I feel like he would be using unbearable on your ass to make you stay in place while he devours your caboose. But honestly, I feel like Ultimate's Rick Toffin just has that little bit of a freaky awe edge on this man. So Ultimate's Rick Toffin, I think, is going to remain in the top echelon. Michael Rooker, I mean, he's like a famous actor. He's in Hollywood or whatever. I feel like life gets a little boring at that point, at some point, where all the fake horseshit get a deal at that level. So I feel like he would eat some ass just to spice it up. I'm going to put him right above Fidel Castro. Russ Man eats ass. He's going right above, he's going to go right above Bruno. Okay, plus he has dementia, so he could eat ass 100 times, and every single time I would feel like the first time. So you pretty much have like an infinite ass-eating money glitch in terms of Rustman, which is absolutely beautiful. You could turn him into a booty-eating machine. The roboticized butt muncher would go absolutely hard on your cheekage. You would have to pretty much stop this stuff, but if you wanted me to do it again, you could pretty much just do it every single time. But I'd be like, he's doing it for the first time, so you would never really have to worry about him getting bored. So that would definitely be a nice way to spice up the relationship, but it's absolutely like a beautiful time. Let's go, Rustman, you absolute Sigma cake, man. I love you. You're so fucking beautiful. I don't think Scarlet would do much of that, honestly. She doesn't give me ass-eating vibes, you know? She's kind of sassy, crass, kind of a bitch, not really one to do a bunch of bullshit. I feel like the Chaos Crew voyage that she went through during Black Ops 4 Zombies' storyline is probably the most interesting that ever happened in her life, and I don't think there was really much going on after it before that, so I don't really think there's much to her. I think she's gonna go right in front of the other shit. You know, Santan Shaw eats ass because he could do a concoction of like the Black Ops 4 elixirs that would make it infinitely clean, and it would probably make it taste like soap or candy cans that go absolutely fucking hard. My man could, you know how there's scented candles? He could do scented butthole candles that would make your cheeks taste like anything he wants to. So you already know he devours that shit for lunch, dinner, breakfast, and a late supper. Absolutely beautiful, right behind JFK, my man. Santan Shaw, you are a certified freak and I love you. That's how his eye is so milky. He was eating ass. Next, you know, someone let out a Hurricane Katrina level hurricane fart on his eyeball and it blew it out. So yes, rip my man. But you know what he did? You know what my man Santan Shaw did? He didn't let it bother him. He didn't like it into way, and he's still doing it to this day. What an absolute fucking trooper. We love you. I don't really know much about Sarah Michelle, Helen Geller, Keller, Meller, Melamoma, Big Boner. I don't really know what to rank her. Let me know in the comments if you would rank her. She's from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm gonna rank, I mean, so she's kind of, I mean, she kills vampires, so she has to be pretty badass, so she probably has to have a stress relief format. And what is more stressful than eating butthole? Nothing. The answer is literally nothing. Right behind Ultimus Nikolai. Samuel Stillinger ate a zombie hand and can now hear Rick Toffin in his fucking brain like a schizophrenic 115 induced delusion from not taking his described perk 30s. If this man was so desperate he was willing to bite zombie flesh, there was not a damn chance in the planet or any other dimensional dickhole that this man does not devour butt cheeks like a Subway foot-long sandwich. Shithole sandwich, he calls it. He's gonna go right behind Rustman, actually. These two are best friends. I'm sure they need each other's butthole and things get hard, honestly. And you know what? More to the power to these absolute beautiful butt men. I love you too. He would only eat the Emperor's asshole if you talk to him. I think he's too camera to honor. He's too reasonable. He's too, like, I don't know what the word is, but he's just too prideful, I guess would be the word. He's just too, I don't want to say normal, but he's too, like...
2,000 years later.
He's too serious to eat ass. He's just a little bit too serious for all that action. He's gonna go right behind Dempsey, actually. But Ultimus Takio is a little bit more insane, and he's actually gonna go right above normal Takio. Like I said, normal Takio instead of Premise Takio. Let's be honest, this is just normal Takio. This looks like a crackhead janitor truck pulled off to the side, then modeled him after. Like, what the fuck is Ultimate Takio's face even? It low-key scares me. Danny Trejo is a beautiful actor, absolutely beautiful man, and I feel like he's a little bit kinky, frisky, freaky bastard. I feel like he would definitely devour some boot cheeks. I'm gonna put him right in front of Billy, actually, you know? When lockdown first started, there was a picture of him playing Animal Crossing. I already know he wanted to eat Tom Nook's butthole. I already feel it. And Weasel definitely says he's an artist, he's a comic strip, he's a weirdo, he's a wacky, wavy, inflatable tube man of Call of Duty Zombies. character. He's got charm, charisma, personality, and is an absolutely beautiful man, and I appreciate every single this thing that this character does in the Mob of the Dead storyline, and he's definitely my favorite character to play on when I'm playing Mob of the Dead. I absolutely adore this character. He's going to go right behind Diego, and I'm actually going to move Nero to behind Weasel, actually. Well, this is the official Call of Duty Zombie tier list for which character can devour some loose caboose the best. I hope you guys absolutely did enjoy the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and leave a like on the video if you did enjoy the video. I'll be to catch you guys in the next video. Remember to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay sane. Love you all. Have a good one, gamers.
What the hell?
Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're having a fantastic day today, gamers. Wishing everybody watching this the best. Welcome to another Call of Duty Zombies trailer video. And today I'm going to be doing which Call of Duty Zombies map is best to smoke the Devil's Lettuce, which map is best to inhale Snoop Dogg's goofy butthole nectar of green victory, the gang green sauce, which Call of Duty Zombies map is best to get high on.
I'm smoking on Bhutanese Shadow Garden grown dark evil pack.
And this was actually suggested by one of you guys, Kyo Yeowa. I don't know how to say that name, I'm sorry, but bro really wanted it and I'm here to deliver. So thank you so much for leaving your suggestion in the comments below. Be sure to leave your guys' comments. Leave your guys' suggestions down below for videos in the comment section below. And I'll probably end up doing it eventually.
Cap.
It's the procrastination penis inside of my butthole decides to decay and go limp in the frozen weather of Call of the Dead's sheep hole. I occasionally inhale, you know, nothing crazy. I'm definitely no Snoop Dogg double booty butt blaster, but I do sometimes partake, usually when I'm drinking some vodka or gin, never usually on its own. It's usually nice to pair with something. It's a really nice pair. Being crossface, some of the most fun you can ever had. And maybe I'll do that list as well, you know, combine the two, like the Batara earrings and form Gogeta of drunkenness. But without further ado, let us get into these tiers, baby. To Kyo Yeowa for the suggestion. Thank you very much, kind sir. But yeah, what we have Penis Pass out of Torsto. These maps are so buns for being stoned on that you're just gonna end up being so bored that you pass out and you just don't end up doing anything at all, and you just kind of wake up the next day regretting every decision. There's probably not even any munchies nearby, so you wake up a little bit hungry as well. So you're overall just gonna have a miserable butt fucking experience, like hearing Squilliam Fantason laugh at Nightcore for 10 hours straight, while you wish Mrs. Puff's wet pussy would fall apart in your ears to block out the noise. Like, goddamn, these maps are buns. Thinking about that, we have boring butthole blasts. These maps are just so damn boring that you're pretty much going to be wishing you could at least take a shit on them to pass time, because there's just nothing fun about these maps at all. They're just a complete bore. Kind of like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, absolute bullshittery of a maps. There's no bazinga boing boing McButt cheeks to be had here. You're just gonna be bored to death out of your mind like you're playing Vanguard Zombies in an infinite purgatory. Unless that's your cup of tea, you frisky bastard. Because you have the stinky shit zone, you know, these maps are kind of be a little bit stinky, but you might have something to do, but they're not really much going on here at all either. They're just not really the best for a high experience, and you're probably just gonna end up crashing out like Chuck McGill from Better Call Saul and shitting your pants. And these maps are also just kind of mid. There's not much to say about this tier. They're just kind of passable of a location behind, but they're not going to be writing home about it, and you're not going to remember it the next day. It's just going to be so mid. Fucking Wednesday hosting would just be more interesting than being on this location. Next, you have the beautiful boofing buffet. These maps are, you're getting all the tire tiers now. You have a buffet. You got like some McDonald's. The McRib is in your ass. You got a quarter pounder or the big arch. I want Rick Toffin to show me his big arch. Goddamn. But yeah, these maps are pretty enjoyable to be stoned on. You're going to be eating it good here. Metaphorically, of course. You're going to be higher than JJ, the jet plane crashing into the towers, sucking his own penis mid-flight before the crash. You're gonna be absolutely tweaking and peeking on these maps. You're gonna be having the time of your life, boys. It's like we got the godlike gas gallery. You're gonna be feeling like Squidward Tentacles in the episode where he has his own art gallery and SpongeBob harasses his butthole for 24 hours straight. And you're gonna feel like the pink fish that absolutely rose Squidward into the next dimension by saying his penis belongs in his ass.
More like belongs in the trash.
Which is an absolutely beautiful map. These maps are absolutely beautiful. You can't go wrong on these maps. If I had a choice to go on these maps, I'd probably pick it. And next, we got the godlike Zaza zone, baby. You know, more godlike. But this is actually just the zones. You know, when I was making these tiers, I actually didn't notice I used a godlike twice in a row. That's kind of a brain fart, but that's all good. The difference is that these are just absolutely fucking powerful, and it will extend your high by about 20% and make you feel like Snoop Dogg bugging out for the first time when he shits his diapers. And at the tippity top, speaking of the DOGG, awesome McRib Booty Blaster. We have Snoop Dogg Super Sphincter Spot. These maps go absolutely shit buck wild on Snoop Dogg's asshole. You could feel like 10 helium balloons shoved in Snoop Dogg's rectum colon hole, colonoscopy bag, and filled to the brim with that zob because you're gonna feel an absolutely butt-tastically beautiful on these maps. You're gonna be shitting out your ass so high, but you're gonna be so blasted that you aren't even gonna feel it, but you're just gonna be having such a good time with these maps. It doesn't even matter. You're not gonna have no regrets the next day. You're just gonna be feeling absolutely beautiful, like Mary McCheese's big buns. You're gonna be tweaking all over the place, but in the best way possible. Grab a couple of your homies, have a couple friends, browse, maybe do butt stuff with Doug's Dale Demonol on these maps. It really doesn't matter because no matter what, you're gonna be having the damn time of your life on these maps. Now, the tiers set in stone, like Doug's Dale's Demodome's death in 1942, we have to get to ranking the maps, baby. Now, Nocturne Toad is kind of a foreboding mid-shit fogged Stephen King's butthole looking ass map. Like, it doesn't offer too much, and I feel like it'd be a little bit cold. And I find being really chilly, being really high is not a good combination. I'd rather be lit on fire from the nutsack down and just tweak on the meth than do that bullshit, honestly. So honestly, I'm gonna put in Stinky Shit Stone. There's definitely worse maps for that, like Verrucht. Verrucht is probably the worst map to get hung up about. If you're going in the insane asylum and you start tweaking out and grinning out and all the vibes, you're gonna be scared shitless. Like, I probably couldn't even play Verrucht being boofed because that would just genuinely scare me in the vibes. I'd be shitting myself. I'd be knee deep in my own feces and I wouldn't be able to tell because I'll just be so damn scared out of my mind, like I was watching Stephen King's The Thing, but it was actually my penis the whole time. Like, it's just so damn horrifying that I'd be left for dead and shitting my diapers like Tommy Pickles by the end of this map. Like, no, you couldn't pay me enough to go on Verrucht when I was absolutely boofy booty blasted with the boof chew. Get that shit out of here. Now, shooting a noob would actually be a little bit fun because I feel like being stoned like a weird Ronald McDonald would be absolutely awesome on this map. Because there's water, you could sit in and play and splash around. Maybe you have to piss and stick your dick in the water like a submarine and piss all over the place, like, and pretend you're a whale. And I feel like it would go absolutely hard. I'm actually gonna put it in a beautiful boofing buffet just because of the water. I feel it would actually add a lot to the atmosphere, you know? Being like, I remember once I got blasted in a hot tub and I was just vibing, man. It was so fun. It wasn't mine, of course. It was one of my friends. But it was just so fun, man. It was just a time and a half. I still remember it. Yeah, I almost drowned. Luckily, the love of my life saved me, so I'm still here. Let's go. Now, Duri's is a kind of a hard map to rank because there's not much going on here, and I feel like teleporting while you're about to green out like Oscar the Grouch's hairy asshole would be a pretty disappointing and deranged thing to experience. I feel like it'd just be not quite good. I feel like experiencing a divorce during the Great Depression and as your crops died for the winter would be a more interesting experience than going on Duri's Stone. And teleporting, but yes, I guess you could like maybe set up a bowling game on the catwalk. It is long enough, but other than that, I don't really think much is going on through. I'm just going to put it in Mary Jane because I don't see much potential on this map, although I could be entirely wrong. Plus, if you start the flashback Easter egg and you hear disembodied Samantha's bitch ass speaking into the distance like she's God, you already know damn well you're going to start tweaking out and freaking out and you're going to end up passing out, waking up at the Juice WRLD concert in Fortnite. Goddamn. Oh, and this is actually gonna go our Snoop Dogg Super Sphincter Spot. Yo, let's go, Kino. You're ranking high on one of these lists, man. These lists are beneficial to Kino. They're already starting good. And the reason is, it's a theater. There is nothing better than being absolutely bootylicious blasted or relaxing, putting on a YouTube video or a movie or show or something, and just really enjoying the vibes of it. You can really sink deep into it. You know, my brain goes a million miles per minute, like Lightning McQueen about to give a rim job during the Piston Cup Grand Finale race, like it's a Mario Kart finale. And it's just pretty nice to just relax and being able to absorb shit a little bit better, like Kirby on a hunger strike, finally breaking it. It's just absolutely a beautiful damn time. So yeah, Kinder Totem gets to go in the top echelon just because you could bring that projector down and have the absolute time of your life with the homies, or even just by yourself. You could just be soaking in all the content you want, like your SpongeBob SquarePants drinking the ocean to buttfuck Glare the Lobster. It's just an absolute peak location. It is peak. Speaking of peaks, the other day no more, it's making my asshole drip like a honey hole. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's just looking so good. I also got 5, and I feel like being stoned at the Pentagon, but also be fun because they're all the minimum. Plus, Dream Blunt rotation is on the 5-inch show. Fidel, JFK, Ronald Macdabania, Big Mac, McNutman, and Richard Dickey. I feel like I'm gonna put it in Galaxy House Zone. I don't think it actually. No, okay, no, it's gonna go right behind Kino because JFK. I mean, if you're smoking with a JFK, you're gonna. I mean, I will go into outer space like Omni-Man and locate all 7 Dragon Balls to bring this guy back to share a joint around with this man. Okay, JFK was an absolutely beautiful man. I would let JFK give me a rimmer at the fucking McDonald's. I don't know how. I guess we're shrinking like George fucking shrinks, but that's okay. Essentially, it would be pretty weird though, because imagine you're just having a good time. Next thing you know, a space monkey comes and slaps your wiener off and gives you like gangrene in your boner hole. And next thing you know, you're just going to be wishing that you're anywhere else but there. And you might just think you're tripping absolutely beautiful balls. Maybe you think it's like the walls coming alive. I don't really know. Essentially, it's a weird map. I mean, I guess you could get so blasted that even when you have the power on, shit goes black and white somehow, unless I don't really know if that's possible. And I guess flying around with the lunar landers would feel really good if you're like strapped in and safe, but I feel like I'd just be a little bit too anxious to even want to partake in that. But I guess watching the rocket take off from a safe distance would be like watching the ultimate fireworks show for the first time, because the 4th of July is come shot in the middle of the year, so it'd be pretty damn entertaining and interesting as well. So honestly, I'm gonna put it in beautiful boofing buffet. I feel like it'll be fine. I Call the Dead would not be a good location, because you're just going to be freezing the whole time. You're not going to be able to enjoy anything. You're going to be just trying to warm up the fucking entire time, and you're going to be tweaking and geeking. I guess having a snowball fight would be fun if you could warm up. I guess that would be awesome. And the lighthouse and the view on top of the lighthouse would be absolutely breathtaking, but it's just too damn cold to have a good time. I would have put it in boring butthole blast just because of the interesting and freezing cold, like a frigid tornado ass blast from Jack Frost fused with those Tasmanian devil and ketamine would not be a good damn combination. Hell no. Hell no, babe. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck no. Shangri-La is going to go in Godlike Zaza Zone, because imagine just being blasted. You could use the napalm zombie to light it up back again if somehow if it dropped it in the water, and you just have Shiraz on this man. Plus the fucking bridge location, just looking at that waterfall, I could probably look at that for like an endless amount of time when I was absolutely blasted off the goo goo gaga la la zaza juice, because you would just be in absolute awe of the fucking breathtaking view, much like I am with all you beautiful Giga Chad stud muffins watching this video. But yeah, honestly, it could maybe go into Super Sphincter Spot, but I just don't feel like it deserve it. Unlike our next map, Moon, being able to fly around like a kindergarten on ketamine and crack around on the fucking moon while you're big boo-boo booty deliciously blasted like Funky Kong hoarding Zaza in his asshole for a safe location during the apocalypse would go absolutely hard. Hey, like BBC bumping into my colonoscopy hole. It's just an absolutely beautiful occasion. I just feel like it'll be so much fun. The only reason it's not going to go above Kino or 5 is that I feel like it'll be kind of spooky at some points, you know, the void of space. But if you get to the power station, you can just float around like a dickhead, turn the power, it would be fun. There would be the high would definitely be out of this world. Hence it. I mean, unless you could boof it up with robotic Rosa Parks, which would be pretty interesting. But I don't really see this map being too much fun, honestly. You just get to ride a bus. You could do that anyway in real life. And plus, being blasted in public always sucks. You know, having to ride a bus would be shit. And plus, you'd have a dentist dry humping your back like an enlarged flea trying to suck your blood like a mosquito. It just wouldn't exactly be a hyper fun location. I feel like getting blasted Jason Voorhees as he tries to slice your nipples off like a cut of pepperoni pizza to add to his souffle of shit spaghetti would be a more interesting and fun time than this giant garbage heap of shitting Batista bombing booty blast. Bottom tier. Fuck you, Ted. You're an asshole. Bus Depot, exact same thing, but worse, because it's just too much of a tight area and there'd be too many people and just be uncomfortably boring. Like, if I get too bored, I just start stimming, dude. So I would not be able to hide it. There'd be too many people. It'd be buns, bro. It'd be buns. It's got farm, and I feel like this would actually be a godlike, awesome vibe, I'm not gonna lie. It would just be a beautiful, entertaining, and interesting location. You could look at all the animals, you know, just the thought of waking up, lighting one up, and then looking out and seeing the sunrise with all the cows, chickens, hens, all that stuff, all those animals, the horses, would be absolutely beautiful. And plus, you probably have some goats, much like all of you guys watching are certified goats, perhaps even throat goats if Rick Toffin somehow made it out of my fucking computer screen. The videos like the FNAF movie, but yeah, farm just sounds like a vibe to me. Godlike gas gallery for sure. Actually, I'm gonna put it right behind Shan because those morning vibes on the farm would go insane. Town is just like mid. I mean, going into the Pack-a-Punch machine in the middle of the lava like a burning gonorrhea snail, like he's covering in salt, would be absolutely beautiful, but I kind of just don't really feel like it would be that enjoyable location. It's just kind of a town that's been nuked by fucking the Yellowstone volcano, absolutely boodishly blasted by Squidward's Krakatoa Cockle. So honestly, I'm just going to put it in mid-mirror Jane behind degrees because I don't really know much about it, and I'm actually going to put Newtown right behind it as well. Or no, because at least on Newtown you could kind of like punch the mannequins and maybe strike up a friendly conversation with them if you get like 10 out of 10 tweaky, geeky, freaky, deaky stone. Put it right above the Reese, actually. Die rides, I feel like I would just slip and fall and break every bone of my body and just become Joe Biden in a wheelchair, much like Hector Salamanca. I don't really know what would happen on this map, but it would be an interesting view. Plus, looking at that dragon sculpture statue thing would be absolutely beautiful. I would just put it behind town. I don't have any strong opinions on this. Mob of the Dead is going to go penis, pass out, because it's just not a good location. Because if you get caught with it, the wardens are gonna beat your ass like the SpongeBob SquarePants police beat the shit out of the uneven trash can or whatever they were doing. So you're just not gonna have a good time to get caught in it. Plus, I mean, how good of a vibe could you have it in the middle of jail cell when a BBC was drilling your butthole like Bob the Builder trying to fix an abandoned building like Dire Eyes? It's just not gonna be an enjoyable location to get absolutely bazooka buns bootyliciously blasted like Snoop Dogg in Fortnite, still at the tower colon. So honestly, I don't really think I can put Mob of the Dead too high, unfortunately, which is crazy because it is one of my favorite maps, but in this context it just doesn't really add up much. But in this context, it just doesn't really add up into anything really at all, kind of much like myself, so maybe that's why I relate to it so much. Being able to pass one around with Leroy, though, would go absolutely hard, and the witches with the big bootylicious bitches would be absolutely fan diddly darn, hiddly diddly, whittly twiddly, autistically fan fucking tastic. Godlike gas gallery would go absolutely beautiful. I mean, running the tank would be interesting, plus you could listen to the tunes and try to guess what the fuck they're saying in the Minecraft enchantment table text tunes that you need to listen to access the crazy place. It would be a little bit of an interesting aura and vibe. I'm gonna put it also in Godlike gas as plus being able to look at those statues and trip O's, like, it would be interesting. In fact, someone who's been blasted at McDonald's once in my life, it was pretty fucking fun trying to order shit on the kiosk automated thing there and picking up my order. I feel like I was James Bond trying to take out, like, Shadow the Hedgehog in the world's most impossible mission in Mission Impossible. So for relatable reasons, I will put this in the beautiful boofing buffet because it was a pretty fun location. I got to eat a Big Mac like it was crack. That shit hit more different than Man McCheese off the fence with his belt off. Like, it was crazy. Next we got Outbreak. I mean, it's just a zone. It's like a factory. It'd be kind of cool to witness everything when you're absolutely blasted like Marty the Zebra from Madagascar. Boring butthole blast. And I don't know these maps, so I'm just gonna put them down. But Shadows of Evil, oh my god, it would be amazing to just be able to feel the aura of that jazzical classical music through your veins and your penis and your boner, just from the absolute beautifully orchestrated aura of that damn music. Like, Trigger cooked on this soundtrack much like Gordon Ramsay cooks his grilled cheese. It went hard. And I would just whip my dick out and piss all over this map if it asked me to, because of how much I like it. And being able to ride the tram with the window open and getting that breeze looking through Morgue City when you're absolutely blasted and you feel like Captain Crunch with his butt being munched. Oh my god, it would be crazy. Right above Shangri-La, baby. The Giant, I will put at the bottom because it's just a reese but colder. Now, the rising dog going up the tram car would be absolutely beautiful, and flying around the Wonder Spheres would be interesting as well. You could maybe like make a couple of bowling pins float in the air and simulate the day that the towers flew away and blew away like the big bad wolf of the fucking pilot planet world blew them the fuck up. Like how Black Ops 6 Zombies is blowing up. It's an absolutely beautiful time and a half. And just the vibes of the castle would be really fun too, and you could kind of just stick your dick in the tram and watch it go away. Bye-bye. So it'll be a very interesting map. But honestly, I don't really think in this context there's much interesting to say about the Rising Dog. It could just be kind of like shitting the bed. Stinky shitstone. That's about Oshima. I mean, looking at it, all of the pod people in the lab would be very disturbing, and I feel like I'd honestly be shitting myself a little bit. Even if I didn't feel like it at the time, I'd still be very uneased and unsettled by the whole atmosphere, and I'd probably start tweaking and geeking. Like Walter White in the crawl space when he smelled Skylar's vagina for the first time. I just don't think it would be that great of an experience. Now, going to Kofi, I mean, flying a dragon while you're smoking away with the dragon as you're using the dragon's flames to light up the blunt, the boofy blunt, big dick bootylicious, bodacious, skunk gunk floating Mary Jane would be absolutely beautiful, and I feel like it would just be the ultimate aura stone smoking with fucking the dragon from Shrek with Charlie Murphy as Donkey tweaking next to you at the same time as well. It's gonna go at the bottom, the Snoop Dogg Super Sphincter spot. I feel like just the dragons, man, the dragon's aura would be absolutely crazy. There's a couple TVs around the map too, so you could play some fucking Minecraft too. Blasted Minecraft, this is an entirely different thing. And you know, we're gonna follow the same logic as we did the last time. I'm gonna put this one at the bottom here because it has Kino on it as well. So you actually do have the rejectors of Kino as well, and a lot of more to explore. I'm gonna put Mahigino just because it has the Kino Totem. But plus you could probably offer the giant Apothicon Anal Ally a nice boof of your blunt, so it would be absolutely beautiful as well. You have options on this map, plus the Furies, the Keepers to keep you company as well. Maybe you can hide away in the Apothecon's gaping giant cherry. It would be absolutely beautiful too, and by that I mean ass. Let me just put the Chronicles maps behind their adjacent maps. The Zombies of Spaceland is going to go right behind here on the film, because imagine being absolutely so bootylicious blasted in zombies in space and being able to feel like David Hasselhoff's third leg and his nipples combined into a giant specimen of fun, ultimate aura and vibes. He would just be flowing heavy like my grandma on her period, being absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. You would just be vibing, man. You could go play some games, you could go ride some fucking roller coasters and shit if you were having a good high. As long as you were like an exercise, I feel like the roller coaster would be a really bad time if you're having an uncomfortable high experience. But if you were peaking and tweaking and having the time of your life, that would be like the funnest map ever. I think I'm actually gonna put it on Kingdom Home because being on a roller coaster, on a Ferris wheel, whatever, if you're having the time of your life, will be absolutely fucking beautiful. Flicking around, oh my god, you feel like a kid again pretty much on these rides when you're absolutely boofy boner blasted, like oh, someone's in space, and chef's kiss. Raven the Redwoods as well. I'm gonna put it behind Kino just because, you know, I'm a little bit of a socially anxious person. I feel like the aura vibes with other people, if they weren't good, would bring me down a little bit. But if everyone there was having a good time in Peak, it would be the absolute top of the tiers of a map to be behind Zebra Zooted on, honestly. Like, it would just go incredibly hard, like Mr. Incredible's big fat thwompered and chiseled cock, and absolute beautiful blasted. Bro's penis definitely looks like Blanchard from Liberty Falls. Which, by the way, if Blanchard isn't in Citadel more, I don't want to play that game anymore, and I'm gonna take a fat diarrhea dick dump on my Xbox and ship it to Treyarch if he is not in Citadel more. Welcome. Blanchard is the best fictional character in my fucking life. Shadow Chub is going bottom tier because a ninja zombie will just come kick you in the balls and you'll burst your bubble and your boof, and it just won't be fun. Oh wait, no, we actually, now listen, technically anything would go hard because you could look at Elvira and goddamn mommy boyoing goo gaga my la my la 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 la. Elvira alone would bounce this map up. I just like so I'm gonna put at the top of God like gas gallery just because Elvira being there. As I was saying, Beast from Beyond is just kind of ass. I'm gonna put it behind Outbreak because it's just a stupid, boring, grainy dick dust planet that looks like Frieza sucked all the life juice out of it and then just let us play around on his fucking destroyed planet. Like, wow, Frieza, how kind of you shit. Final Wreck is also going behind it because it's just grainy, and if I saw the Panzer motor, all of my intestines would fall out of my rectum like a prolapsed butt crack, and it just wouldn't really be a good time overall. I would detest being on this map sober. It would make me anxious, but absolutely shit-stained blasted like one of Joe Biden's diapers. No, man, I couldn't handle it, bro. Browsing house is just a random fucking house, and you know what, being again like the drunk episode, being in one of the homies' houses blasted is always a good time. It always bumps my mood, my high aura up. I'm gonna put it right above affection. And Backshot is like a tactically radioactive thing with the big beautiful boing bazookas lying around, plus it's like a dank dark deserted beach with blood water instead of salty Splatoon Larry the Lobster's goon room come will blast water. So I'm gonna put it right behind the Final Reich. I don't know these maps, but none of the WW2 maps that list a good aura. Feel like on the Titanic it would be fine, but I also feel like drowning blasted would be one of the worst ways to go ever, because you'd probably feel it tenfold. When my sense of touching on booth to the brim is like 100-fold, so that would be ass, man. If the Titanic is avoiding its Spider-Man canon event, it would be up here, but with the canon event, I mean, you're gonna be having a good time before the crash. I'll put it right behind Ascension, I guess. 9 would not be good at all. You'd just be too your reaction time would just be too slow, at least minus unless you're having that sativa whack crack pack. But if you're doing Indica, oh man, it'd be GG's here in an instant. You'd have a sword, you'd have an axe, cut your boner off, and you'd be bleeding from the dick hole down. It just wouldn't be a good idea, right behind the darkest shore, because goddamn, it would just be you'd be a survival of the fittest, and next thing you know, you burnt out. Your reaction time slower than Tow Mater's brain from Pixar's Cars, and you're turned into dust in the ground. GG's for you, my friend. You're fucking cooked, man. Dead as hell. Get him out of here. Dead as hell. Much like Zombies was when that game came out. The Blood is also a horrifying map too. Plus, I wouldn't like Brutus talking to me. He would just disturb me. He would disturb my peace and my vibes. And it's kind of a too serious map for me. I like to have fun. I like to watch lighthearted content vibe around when I'm enjoying the Devil's Butthole. So it's gonna go in Sanchy Shitstones. Classified is like 5 without JFK. I'm gonna put it directly behind 5 as well, because I feel like it'll still be an ultimate place to enjoy good company as well, because you're pretty secure. You don't really have to worry about anything happening. It's nice. Oh, Al, you already know Al's just party is going absolutely beautiful. That's Zuzu crack pack. I'm gonna put it right behind the secondary of heading, because the ultimate vibe wandering around that house while you feel like 2 Snoop Dogs fused together into Big Dog, it would be absolutely crazy. It'd be like you're wandering around a museum for the first time, or like witnessing your conscious being formed into its own self again. It would just be an ultimate vibe in time, especially if you got to experience this giant manor with friends like it was Luigi's Mansion for the first time. Oh my god, it would be fucking beautiful. Alistair, you cooked again. Well, I don't believe I remember you ever cooked, but good shit, I guess. You fucking idiot. Too bad he got kidnapped and died. Got Ancient Evil. I mean, same thing with Elvar. We got Dami Mommy Medusa. They've been chilling with their snakes too, if you don't mind Slimy, which I mean, hey, it's not a good time without some Nickelodeon boof goof juice slime flying around the place. So plus you could always turn us into stone when we get stoned with looking at her. Plus the Temple of Apollo go hard, and seeing Pegasus would also blow my mind and or penis when I was boofy blasted. So honestly, I feel like Ancient Evil gets to go pretty damn hot. Why am I holding Togder Totem? That's not, no, fuck out of Ancient Evil. You get to go behind, you get to go, imagine putting a medieval fucking like ancient time fantasy map behind the casual normal ass farm, dude. No, it's going above Shadows of Evil. Alpha Omega, I mean, I don't want to be on Alpha Omega any fucking time. It's going bottoms here. I would rather have Bill Cosby be on top of me 24/7 than be on Alpha Omega for 0.1 seconds. Get that fucking bullshit out of here. And next we have Togder Tome, which is like Call of the Dead. But I feel like there's something calming to be about the Togder Tome atmosphere. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I would not mind actually being on that map. But bootylicious Kamehameha waved Krillin circumcised skid blasted like Frieza's death ball. I feel like it would go incredibly hard. And plus the vibe, it's just a welcoming aura on that map. I want to put it in front of farm actually. There's just something about that sun that just wants, I just want to be on that map. Now Time Machine has not, but it also has the incredible underground bunker area, plus the coffin dance Easter egg that someone in the comments reminded me about too. So if you'd be absolutely geek and you start the party with the zombies, you're having a good fucking time, that is enough to bump it up to beautiful boofing buffet. Firebase Z, I don't really think much about this map. This is probably the most forgettable zombies map to me. Like the AK, the Reiki is cool, but other than that, it's just kind of mid potato shit sauce. I'm gonna put it right behind Blood. Outbreak, you could tweak around in the field and have the time of your life because you're pretty much gonna be alone. But if you had a couple of homies, you could set up like a Nerf war, you could set up some sort of bullshit, or you could probably create like Mario Party minigames during real life for the amount of space that you have to work around with on Outbreak. You know, just be an absolute boofing vibe and a half. Hell, you could probably do the Human Centipede with 100 people if you had enough. If you don't mind the taste of ass in your mouth. Like you're eating out of McDonald's in order to fucking make a rib without the sauce. Like, goddamn, honestly. Outbreak, I'm gonna put you mid-Mary Jane above Nuketown. Out of Tolton, I mean, you could talk to Klaus like he's fucking talking Ben off the perk 30s, which would be an interesting time as well. But these Cold War maps don't really elicit any sort of emotion out of me as well. Like, the Cold War maps, to me, are just the most mid maps imaginable. Even in this context, there's nothing interesting to do on them. I guess you could get hit by the fucking bus. I'm just gonna put it behind the giant. And Forsaken, yeah, you got that right. Holy shit, this map introduced one of the most annoying enemy types in the fucking world in the Abominations. And I just feel like being reminded of that fact while I'm on the map exploring around when I'm absolutely boofy booty booted like Batman's ass would just not be a good time. It'll probably raise my blood pressure. Like a sauna raises your dick's temperature. It just won't be a nice time at all. I'm gonna put it behind Firebase Z. The same goes with Daring Fang. Although I feel like having the gods talk to you from the heavens would be absolutely beautiful. Those demigods, whatever they are, the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's wannabe animatronic cocksuckers. I'm gonna put it behind 9 actually, because Gabriel Kraft would make me want to slice my penis off. Next you have Terramella. Next you have Terraria Minecraft Mayonnaise Comfort. I don't really feel anything about this map. I mean, looking at the color red over and over again would be cool for like the first half an hour you experience something you're blasted, so it does get to go above Daryl Fang. Shielding over your born, it has out the water, has a little bit of extra areas, plus a little more shit to do. You could probably get blasted enough to do the Wonder Walk. Plus, I'm gonna put it directly above Shino Numa's normal mode because it is just a little bit bigger, and I feel like there'd be more space with the homies. Just makes it a little bit better, but there's still nothing too crazy about the map that's gonna make your blasted adventure much different than the previous version. So yeah, it doesn't really get that much of a difference in ranking, unfortunately, for this circumcision's ass. Watching what is this guy's name's cock insect, yeah, watching cock insect's ragdoll like a Skate 3 character wipe the fuck out after he dies would be funny, and it'd probably make me laugh for 10 minutes, so it's gonna go above D Machine actually. And this is pretty much just gonna, I've never actually played MW Zombies because it looks more boring than watching paint dry while you have a guillotine around your neck and a rope around your balls, so it doesn't really elicit any sort of emotion out of me. But it is a really big map. Where did I put Outbreak? I'm going to put it right behind Outbreak because you can kind of use the same reasoning with it too. You have a lot of space to work around with as well. Terminus, though. Oh, baby, that would be fun. the boat ride, man, being on a boat with the boys, being blasted. Oh my god, it'll just be a nice time. You could pretend you're SpongeBob trying to pass his boating exam for the 50th time, or have Mrs. Puff inflate inside of your asshole and murder you. It would be absolutely beautiful. I just feel like it would be the ultimate vibe. Plus, you could do the remote control boat races with your homies and have the absolute time of your life too. You make a fucking game out of it. You know, whoever gets last place has to get more blasted until you pass the fuck out. Not to mention you all the stuffed animals around the map. If you get scared or spooked out, you could hold the super stuffy and it'll bring you right back. I want to put in call like Gas Galleon, as well as Liberty Falls. So Liberty Falls, I mean, Blanchard is on the map. It's going right behind Gore Crovey and Snoop Dogg Super Sanctor spot because it has Blanchard on the map, and Blanchard deserves nothing but the best, the most absolute beautiful wife, and I feel like he knows how to handle Zaza, and I feel like he could absolutely enhance yours as well. Just looking at his chiseled jawline, Prince Charming from Shrek, absolutely beautiful, super soaked my underwear instantly, and it would just be an absolute vibe and an aura around him. It would be my honor to get blasted with Blanchard. And just for fun, imagine my mouse is Citadel de Mor, the castles, the swords, the vibes would make it so fucking cool. Like, imagine being blasted in a castle, but but I feel like the vibes would almost unnerve me a little bit at the same time. I would put it right behind Origins in God like Gas Gallery. That's where I would rank Citadel de Mor, honestly, with what we know about it so far. This is the best Call of Duty Zombies map to get Bufu, Gaga, Ludu, Zaza, like Lavo, Salamanca on. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Remember to leave a comment, subscribe on the video. Thank you guys so much for spending a few moments out of your day with me. I very much appreciate it. Stay sane, stay safe, stay hydrated, and stay safe, gamers. Hope you enjoy the rest of your gig.
Hey, yo!